Hello, Twitch universe.
Woo!
Hello, welcome to Inspired by Mystery podcast featuring birthday boy RJ Moon. Woo! That
It's me,
crowd
I'm
goes
here.
wild. And then the most lovely Joey Moon.
Aww.
Yay! I'm so happy these guys are here. They just flew in today in the early morning for your birthday.
Yes, very early.
morning. Yeah.
They did not sleep much. So you guys played a gig at Mandalay Bay last night, yeah?
Yeah, we played until we got home at 3 in the morning and then caught a flight at 7:30.
That's gangster.
It was
Yeah.
it was a lot.
Yeah. So we got like
Pretty
a
intense.
2-hour power nap.
Yeah, right.
And then we got here and you guys are like, we're taking a nap. So good, now you're like second wind.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
Yep.
ready. We had some coffee, you got pumpkin beer.
We're
Oh,
good.
yeah.
We're gonna stay up all night.
Got
Yeah.
this.
Oh,
With the-
yeah.
with the
Got this
pumpkin
new
beer.
Belgium
Yeah.
Voodoo Ranger Atomic Pumpkin. Oh,
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's
It's
a really
so
cool
good.
It's really good.
actually.
very good.
I like it.
It's like spicy. It's like a warm, like pumpkin spicy thing.
Yeah, it does have a little bit of a spice.
awesome.
Well, yeah, it said it was like brewed in chilies or something. Like
Ooh, what?
Say
Oh,
what?
cinnamon and chili, so you get that warmth, like yeah.
Ooh. Cayenne, I wonder if it's in there something.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Hey, Empress Jody! Woo! What's up, Jody? Did you see I got to meet Jody in real life on my trip?
What?
What?
No
I
way.
did.
That's
we
awesome.
went and hung out. We went to the Pumpkin Jack-o'-lantern Festival, which was so fucking fun in Providence, Rhode Island. And then we all went and had did karaoke together. And it was so fucking fun.
That's
Jody is so
amazing.
awesome. We got to hang out in real life, and she is so fun. We
I
were like
bet.
instantly like two peas in a pod. It was like,
Nice.
Oh yeah.
so she is the best.
Right.
Oh, and what's up? Alpha's here too.
Hi, Alf.
Hey. Speaking of chilies, we summoned him with
I
chili
know.
talk.
Summoned him with the chilies.
Yo, maybe somebody would use your chili mash for beer.
Oh. That would be cool.
Oh, that'd be fucking sweet, dude. Be awesome.
Heck
Yeah, exclamation sauce in the chat. If anybody in here needs some amazing hot sauce,
Do it. Do it now.
do it. It's amazing. Yay. Well, I'm so glad that all you guys are here for the birthday Moonster Mash. The Moonster Mash.
It was a
was a
Moonster mash.
It was a mash. It was a graveyard smash.
It was. On my pinky, because that's where I have my graveyard.
Oh, sick.
Right?
Show the class.
Okay. Got my nails did. That's a graveyard.
It's so cute.
Yeah, it's
Show 'em
cool.
all.
Oh, yeah.
It's great.
Got a whole,
I fucking love that
Whole
you got
thing going on.
badass
Got some-
Halloween nails.
got the ghost face. Yeah.
Ghost face kid.
Ghost face. Skull and crossbones is fun. Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
Nice.
Got some panties right here. Yeah.
Panties.
Panties.
Panties?
Yeah. Got
Hey,
the Jason
Chappie
Voorhees. Some stitches. Spooter web and spooter.
Yay!
Little spooter.
I fucking love it. It's so awesome. I dig it. Just in time for the adventure, so you're
Yeah.
styling. And then, okay, Joey, show your shit off too, because God, your nails
Oh,
are
yeah.
awesome.
I've got mine,
Get in there.
and they're
They
freaking
look so
cute.
good. They're so
I've
cute.
got these little guys.
Yeah.
Got little ghosties
I love it.
They're rad ghosties.
and a little bat.
Oh.
It's so cute. Oh, and you're wearing
Yeah.
your coffin ring too.
I am
It's
wearing
our
my
buddy
coffin ring.
rings.
Woo.
Oh.
Yay!
I don't have mine yet. I'm not part of the club.
Oh.
Wait,
Oh.
we gotta.
There you go. Oh.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. We got those in Vegas
Yeah.
when I was out there hanging out with those guys, and we went to a super cool oddity shop, and they have the best shit ever. And I wanted to buy all of the dead things.
Oh, yeah.
I always want to leave with everything.
Yo, that place was amazing.
Yeah. Cemetery Pulp in
know.
Vegas is
That was the, name.
best.
I was trying to remember the name. I
Cemetery
couldn't
Pulp,
remember.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Waybug, what's up, bud? I'm glad that
Waybug.
you're here, Waybug, in the house. Yeah. Cool. Now we're partying.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's an official party.
Now it's Patty.
Ah.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm so glad that you guys made it out. They're gonna be here for a week. We're gonna be doing a bunch of fun stuff. It's gonna be awesome. There's
I'm
a
so
surprise
excited.
for Jordan.
I know.
She doesn't even know.
I'm so excited.
We've been
excited.
planning.
Yes, we have been,
I don't know anything.
planning
I
and
am-
plotting.
I am clueless.
Yes, we'll tell you guys later. But there's a super fun thing that we told her she needs to dress fancy.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a fancy thing, but like witchy fancy.
Yes. Witchy
great.
fancy.
I can't wait.
Which I've got
It's gonna be
in
so
the
fun.
bag.
Oh, I know. That's why you're like, yeah, you only gave me 2 days notice. I'm like, girl, you got so much stuff. It's good.
I
You'll be
know,
like,
but he like.
why I
he
figured
didn't
it'd be
give me
fine.
like the actual vibes. I was like, do I need to be like formal? Because then I'll bring like my dress or whatever. But
do whatever you want.
we'll see.
Just gotta
I brought a couple
feel it.
options.
Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be so cool. So stay tuned for many photos, I'm sure, from
Oh, yes.
this endeavor.
Definitely.
And then we're going to do a haunted house. We're going to go to the Morgue Haunted House, which actually, interesting story about this place. It's called the Morgue because the building was, in fact, I'll give you a guess.
A library.
Exactly.
A dentist's office.
It was a morgue back in the day. And
Oh,
a
yeah.
crematorium.
Queemy.
And there's some like kind of crazy creamy center.
Not a creamery. Crematorium. Way different. Yeah, sorry. I get those confused. Yep.
I love it. No, there's some creepy lore about this building that we're going to be going to for the haunted house.
Okay.
So it was a funeral home and crematorium. Now, I don't know. I haven't like looked up the archives and know if it is 100% the true story or not. But I will tell you the tale as I was told. That it was a crematorium for a long time, and it was essentially polluting all of the air in the entire area. It was just like black soot was falling, and it was like not good. And people were like trying to make them stop doing it. They're like, hey, like when you first made the crematorium, there wasn't as many like people around you, wasn't as many neighborhoods. Now there's a bunch of neighborhoods. You should stop just burning dead people and having them like ash all over a place.
It's like Sweeney Todd status. Like,
Yeah.
They're like,
pretty much.
something's fucked up
Yeah,
over
something's a little weird.
Yeah.
So they were like, hey,
Speaking
stop
of
doing
Halloween.
it. And they're like, no. And apparently, according to the legend, is the owners, there was a family that owned the place, that were refusing to do anything about it. And that they disappeared. And everyone was like, well, where the fuck did they go? And apparently, they were put into the crematorium.
Oh.
Somebody came in, some gangsters or whatever, and then
Oh.
took care of that. That's the legend, at least.
Womp.
So that's fucked up.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit, you got murdered in your own crematorium.
Wrecked.
Damn. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Also,
So,
Dusty, you're
it's
totally
spooky.
right. I do look better in the dark. Got a face for radio.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, that's so funny.
No.
Yes. Oh man.
That's badass, though. Yeah, imagine that. Like, getting ganked in your own fucking place. That sucks.
Yo.
Yeah.
That's right.
Bummer.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's got interesting vibe in that place, and it's like a top-notch haunted house too. Like they have like really good haunted house people. I don't know what you'd call them, haunted house makers, but they it's like a pretty legit thing. So it's gonna be so fun.
Yes.
It's gonna be great. And we're gonna go to pumpkin patches, and we're gonna go to our dear friends at the Two Fingers Social Bar down the road, the horror/movie bar. They're having a 5-year anniversary, and it is The Shining themed ball. So it's gonna be so fun.
Too
Yeah,
spooky for me.
It's gonna be great.
Just a little bit.
So yeah, so we have lots of adventures that we're gonna have. It's gonna be so fun. And then Monday, these guys are gonna come back for Weird News, which is gonna be fucking hilarious. It's gonna be great.
And weird.
We will.
But since we are here today, and it is the Moonster Mash, and it's October,
Oh.
spooky October. We missed the first half of October, spooky October, because we were traveling and we were busy, and I'm sorry. But
We wanted to make it closer to Halloween anyway.
Oh, yeah.
this was perfect.
Yeah.
Because our house is decked out. I wish you guys could see our house right now. It is decked out, and we made sure that it was like done
It's so
by
cool
the time
looking.
you guys got
It's
here.
so cool looking.
It's really fun.
There's a giant skeleton in the yard that I was
Giant.
happy
It's
about.
It is
huge, dude.
ginormous.
I'll show
It
you
is
guys
so
this
big.
photo that I took. It's
Was
really
he
cute.
15 feet? He's huge.
12.
12 feet?
Yeah.
Still, yeah.
Still huge.
Bigger than me. So, there's
Yeah.
that.
Okay, I'm gonna show you guys. It is. It's big. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, dang it. Hold on. I need to. Hold on.
that's how big it is.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. Yeah, look at this fucking guy.
So
It's
I'm
so
standing
huge.
and reaching up and can barely reach like the pelvis area. So that's how tall he is.
Yeah, he is the best. Yeah, that's crazy that you can't even. Oh shit! I'm just clicking shit. Yeah, look at his fucking face. Whoa, dude, it is so cool. So yeah, So we're large and in charge right now.
Oh,
for
yeah.
these guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I did a thing. Now I don't know how to make it not do a thing. Oh shit! I don't know how to do the thing.
You can do this.
Oh no.
I believe.
No.
Oh.
Hold on. We're just gonna go back to this one because something's happening and I don't know what to do. That's fine. Thankfully, Dusty's here to help save the day when I completely fail at things on the computer. I hate computers.
I'm just gonna watch you
Yeah.
poke around.
It's fine. I don't even need it. I don't even need nothing. It's fine. But anyway, spooktacular October.
Spooky.
We gotta get into some spooky stuff because I really wanted to do the nitty gritty spooky shit. And we got back on Saturday or whatever. So on Monday we did like a recap of our trip and we talked about a lot of the spooky and bizarre shit that we learned on our trip, which was awesome.
Nice.
So that was starting our October spooky time. But it's pretty fitting that I have both of you guys here.
Heck yeah.
Because both of you guys are sensitive to the other realms and also very interested in, you know, the occult and those kind of things, supernatural things. And you guys are both witchy, so it's pretty freaking perfect to have you guys here.
Yes.
And you both had creepy experiences happen.
Yeah, we have.
So,
For sure.
you were saying earlier that you guys went to a haunted house in Phoenix.
Yes.
And this was on a tour. Just if anybody doesn't know, in the chat, RJ is the drummer for Crimson Riot and Roxy Gun Project. So Roxy Gun Project is our very dear friends.
Yeah.
And they also stream on Switch.
Switch.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
On Twitch.
yeah.
So yeah. They were on tour recently and ended up going to a haunted house. So I'm curious,
The haunted house.
like the haunted house.
It was labeled
I
as
didn't go.
she didn't go, yeah, but it
Yeah.
was labeled the most haunted house in Phoenix.
What?
So yeah.
And it's open for tours. It's like a historic house that they have open for tours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What's the story of the house?
So the storyline is pretty much there was a lady who her dad was like a cattle farm, like a rich cattle farmer, like way back in the day, right?
Okay.
And so she had like a butt ton of money, right? And then moved out to Phoenix and built this crazy giant like, Winchester house, pretty much. Like,
Really?
it's not that big, but it's like similar
but,
vibe,
okay.
yeah.
Sure.
And she was like trying to keep busy, like putting the house together, kind of thing, like sort of similar vibes to that. And her husband was kind of a dickhead. He was like trying to be like a politician, doctor, like everything kind of guy. So if he fucked up in the streets, he could just like cover it up. He was kind of a shady character. Yeah.
Okay.
But the house though, like someone bought it, and it became like an apartment building pretty much, and they put like walls up so everyone could like live in there. They just like packed it full of people for a little while.
Interesting.
Yeah. So like some people may have died there, like in the early days, just like trying to survive and kind of like slum it. And then they remodeled it and like kind of brought it back to its original kind of character.
Okay.
Because before someone else bought it and tried to like make it like French kind of style, so they painted over everything, right, and just like totally messed it up.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And so then the city bought it, and they were like, no, we're gonna revamp it back to like its original state. So like right now is like its most original / remodeled form.
When was it built?
So I don't have the facts on that.
We can look it up. What's
Yeah,
the name of it?
we could. It is the... Oh, shit. I forgot the name of it now.
It's okay.
Oh,
Phoenix,
you texted me about it.
Yeah.
Did you give me the information?
I don't know if I did.
Phoenix Haunted House. Oh, that's straight up doing like haunted house, like
Yeah.
adventure things. Ah,
Let's see.
real haunted house. Let's see.
Right.
Real.
If I see the name of it, I'll know, but... It is the...
10 most haunted places in Arizona. Oh, the Grand Hotel in Jerome, which is
Nice.
totally fucked up.
We wanted to go to that one, too, but it's a little outside of the way.
Dude, Jerome is my favorite fucking place ever.
Yeah.
But that fucked me up. The Grand, I don't know. I couldn't breathe. I felt like something was pushing on my chest, and I've never
yeah.
felt that feeling before, and I had to fucking bail. Dude, it's not good.
Right.
Okay, so these are like not just houses.
Yeah, it's not
This
any.
is-
It's not any of those places.
I'm trying to see if you sent me the
Yeah.
name of it when you went.
Ooh, now it's like a mystery. I'm inspired by the mystery of what the name of this place is right now. I'll tell you what.
Right.
Oh shit! What are you doing?
Yeah, I totally forgot the name of it. Man, there was so much stuff we'd done on that tour that's just like, everything was there.
Okay, Joey's
No,
on
you
it, just
didn't.
trying to figure it out.
No,
I
you
didn't say
didn't tell
the name
me.
of it?
You just said
Oh.
the haunted house tour.
It's right next to ASU, so it's right next to the college.
ASU haunted house. Dang it! Now I feel like it's like emergency that we figured this out.
Right? I know.
I bet Dusty's gonna figure it out. Dusty, you can figure it out. Dusty's on it. Super Mud.
Town,
It's in
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
just Phoenix.
Yeah, it's right next to ASU, right next to the college.
Okay. So it was
Damn it.
like, did it seem late 1800s, early 1900s kind of feel to it?
Probably, I want to say 1800s if I remember correctly. There was a lot of information that day, so a lot of it was just like, you know.
Sure.
But so like the first family that owned it
Is
or
it the
whatever.
Rawson house?
Yeah, the Rawson house. That's the one.
I
Yeah.
Google imaged it.
I literally just found it.
Yeah, because
Nice.
you sent me a picture of the
The
house from the outside, so I
Rawson?
Google imaged
Yeah,
it.
the Rawson house.
S-O-N.
Yeah.
Rawson, yeah. Rossson.
I searched most haunted house in Phoenix, and the list that came up, it was number 1.
See
Huh.
that? Yeah.
Yeah.
See, it's the most haunted. Yeah.
It's the most haunted.
Okay, so we'll
I did not lie about that. I am
So
holding
some
the
The
truth.
pillow of truth.
Pillow of truth. I cannot lie.
Oh, that's fucking funny, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, tell us about this experience that you had while in this house.
Yeah, so the Rawson house is cool. Our little caravan band of people, which was just the three of us because Joey wasn't there.
I left her for tour.
We were the only people on the tour. So we kind of got a lot of space
Oh,
to.
you were the only ones.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
So we had a lot of space to kind of like breathe and look at all the things and really kind of take kind of soak it all in. A lot of the stuff was pretty like just beautiful, just artwork and architecture and stuff inside. It was very, very cool.
That sounds
Like
awesome.
yeah, and they had it set up to where like it was livable for that time period. So they had like the the study and like the den, and there was like a doctor's office and stuff that was all like creepy and like
Interesting.
sketched out. We're like, oh man, what kind of doctor was he? Because they had like the 1800s like tools or whatever that they had at the time. So it's like
Okay.
like
wow.
witch doctor, plague doctor stuff. Like
sure,
it's just
sure,
like-
sure.
Yeah.
Very outdated thing.
Oh yeah, yeah, very.
Okay.
But they had like these images on the walls and stuff that were actually like anatomically correct for like the time period, and they still kind of hold up today, which is kind of cool.
Oh, neat.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, a lot
Yeah,
of them,
they did some
yeah.
fucked up experiments to get the anatomy down on people.
they did. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, going to New Orleans was horrifying, finding out some of the things that they did in New Orleans to
bet.
find out about how bodies work.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You found out you cannot saw somebody's leg off and put it on an arm socket and make it work. They found that out.
Damn.
Man.
Yep.
I was just going to try that.
That's right. I know.
Right?
I know.
Sounds like a fun time.
By the way, hi, Joe.
Joe.
Thanks for the resub. We love you. Yeah. Okay, so walking around this house and they've got all this like artifacts from the original house that were still there.
A lot of it was original to the house. So like there were like all these like big like wooden beams and stuff that were original to the house, which is crazy that they kept wood alive for that long.
Cool. Yeah.
And they had this crazy like tempered like ruby glass stuff. This was awesome. Someone broke one during the rebuild, and they felt like they were cursed for life because it was like super old.
Oh, wow.
And it was like very unique, one of a kind. It was like what was it? There were gold flakes like pretty much baked into the glass. It's just like super fancy. Yeah, for that time period, it was insane.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Have you guys been to Winchester Mansion before?
No.
Okay, because they have like the biggest collection of Tiffany stained glass
Okay.
in the world, and it's
Yeah.
unfucking believable. So I was wondering if like the artistic style like compared to that. What do you
Oh
think?
yeah.
You gotta go sometime.
I
It's
do. Yeah,
fucking
I know.
cool,
I
man.
want to go.
It's
I would,
cool.
I would say it's probably similar though. It was like kind of like over a door frame and had the the window kind of like pooched out like that. So
Pooched out.
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh,
Okay. Oh, your mama's here.
Hey.
Yay.
Aw.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi,
Welcome.
Mom.
Hello.
That sounds really cool. That sounds like a neat place to go see, especially like a Victorian place
Oh, yeah.
like that still has some of the original shit.
Yeah,
That's
it was
cool.
pretty rad. I'm so glad they like revamped it back into where it was originally and didn't just keep it because like they painted like white over the bricks and everything. And made it all
hate
like
when people
stupid
do
looking.
that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, so they restored it and everything, and you know, we're going through the tour, and there's like this little like Harry Potter looking closet, like a little tiny closet. I'm like, can I go in there? And they're like, no. It's like, why not? Kind of want to go in there now.
Hi, Mama.
Man.
Oh, it's like a mom fest right now. Awesome.
Mom fest.
Yeah. Hi, Mom.
Nice.
Okay, so you weren't alone in the closet, which is bullshit.
Yeah, I wasn't on the closet, but we went up this crazy like creaky spiral staircase, which is like, you know, old school. Like, yeah, it's just like creaky as, you know, insane. They said the second family had a daughter who was like kind of a little off. She tried to lead a deer up the steps.
What?
Up the spiral staircase.
Mhm.
A deer.
A deer, yeah.
A doe.
A female deer. Yeah. Well, actually, I don't know that part, but would have made for a cool story though.
That
But,
was good.
Yeah.
yes,
Wow.
so I guess she was trying to like sneak a deer into the house, and they're like, "What? What the fuck? Like, why?"
Sometimes deers
So
need love too.
I mean, I don't know if it was for that or like sacrifices. I don't know what was going on, but
Hopefully, love.
hopefully love.
Hopefully just some
yeah.
love and snuggles.
Or Satan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did it drop of sunflower?
Yeah.
it could. It very well could
A
have.
drop of golden sun.
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, but those stairs were like incredibly creepy. So like you couldn't like walk down softly. It was just like you know, had like this original creaking
Mood
going.
setting,
Oh yeah,
for
sure,
sure.
very mood setting. Yeah.
So what was some of the ghosty stories that they told you on the tour? Like, who is said to haunt the premises?
So they said there's a teenage boy who haunts the bathroom.
It's a weird place.
It is a weird place, yeah. But they said like he,
Kind of makes sense.
yeah, they said that he like knocks stuff over and like tosses stuff around sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Just laughing with that.
This guy.
And the ghost steals everyone's socks. It's the weirdest thing.
Like, teenage son won't get out of the fucking bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's my turn.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Okay, so they think of a teenage boy.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
So I think that's the only ghost encounter they've said, you know, they've had. The tour guide was telling us that like she doesn't like to be there alone, obviously, because it's like creepy. But she's never had anything actually like personally happen. The weird thing was
the most haunted house in all of Arizona or Phoenix or
Yeah,
whatever.
Phoenix, yeah.
So
Yeah.
what makes it so haunted? What kind of stuff happened?
Yeah, I mean they didn't really go into all that, which was kind of sad. Like the story was a little lacking, and I was like, I thought there would be like ghosts everywhere, you know. Like,
Yeah,
Right.
left
all
and
kinds
right,
of crazy
man.
stuff, yeah. But the weird thing happened was when we like walked into the nursery, and they had like the bassinet there and like the old school like toys like the lead and all that, you know, the old school
Yes.
lead toys, yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. So Rox and I both like felt super sick and like nauseous when we went in that room.
Interesting.
Like at the same time we looked, we're like, yeah. So it was weird. Yeah.
Whoa.
So there's something in that room probably.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds like there
Yeah.
was something pretty heavy.
Yeah.
In that
Sounds
spot.
like it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. It was a cool place though. It's really
That's cool.
really cool. Very very pretty from the outside. Obviously, I mean you can see
Oh
it. It's
yeah.
like yeah.
I love Victorian houses. I think they're so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about it on Monday because we went and saw the Lizzie Borden house. We went and did like the tour of the Lizzie Borden house.
Oh, yeah.
I wanna
which
do
was
that.
Super cool, dude. It was really, really cool. And just being in this like old timey Victorian house that was like preserved with a lot of the artifacts and stuff that were like, you know, the family stuff, like the family's Bible and little books that they had written
Yeah.
in and
Yeah.
like all this cool stuff, family albums and stuff. It's so neat. I love old houses like that. So, you know, whether there's actual ghosts or not, it's awesome just to be present in those spaces, and it feels so different.
Yeah.
Like just the air feels different.
Yeah.
I was actually kind of surprised, I guess, that being at the Lizzie Borden house, that I didn't have any specifically like spooky vibes or any like somebody's watching me or ghosty type of stuff, really. Because, I mean, I didn't expect it, but I also wasn't thinking that it was off the table either, you know? Like, two
Yeah.
people got, like, brutally hacked the fuck up real bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Real bad. So I was like, huh, kind of seems like whatever energy was there that was fucked up just moved along.
Right.
Which is nice, which is good. Okay, I'm glad they're not trapped in the house all like, where's my eye? You know, like, that's not good.
Yeah.
It's the asbestos.
Probably. I mean, yeah, it's an old building. So.
Probably.
That's so funny.
The cool part about the house, though, is it was like super modern for its time because like it was one of the only houses in that time that had like indoor plumbing and like the whole works, and like electricity and stuff was like uncommon for that, time period.
They obviously had the money. That was
Oh
fancy
yeah, no,
fucking place.
they had crazy money to build that place. So
That's nuts. I love it. It's
It was
really,
cool.
really, really
Yeah.
pretty. Yeah, I'll show you guys it again.
Very
This
cool.
fucking house. It's nice,
It's a gorgeous
man.
house. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Wow. That is super cool. Okay, so as far as haunted houses go.
So I was trying to figure out what's so haunted about it.
Okay, Dusty on the...
Oh, you got the research there? Okay.
Yeah.
You just speak up, okay?
So it says that it was just like one of the oldest houses out there, and a lot of people hear footsteps, and there's still like heat that comes from the fireplace or whatever.
Oh.
But it says that a lot of the tour guides try to sweep some of the like stories under the rug, like they don't really talk about all of it.
Oh.
But there was a murder right outside of the house in 1980.
What?
And the ghost of that guy has been seen. Said this guy was like shot right
wow.
outside. It doesn't give the backstory, but staff and guests say that they've seen him. And that's really one of the only like ghost stories that really goes with it. Like,
Huh.
it's all listed as one of the most haunted in Arizona, but there's
But it's
no,
very
like-
mild.
Yeah, it's very mild.
Maybe Arizona's not that haunted. I mean,
Or was it
Yeah,
just...
right, maybe.
I mean, Phoenix in general, because there is some fucked up crazy shit in Arizona. I have been there, felt it,
Yeah.
done
Yeah.
the thing. But as far as Phoenix goes, I mean, it's a concrete jungle, so it didn't have the same kind of history of all the old
Yeah,
west
maybe
shit
it's
and
just
stuff.
Phoenix.
Yeah, I was too kind of
It's
expecting
one
more,
of the oldest
but
in Phoenix, which makes sense.
What year does it say? What year it was built?
1895.
Okay, it's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you for doing some modding over there, some research.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Modding hard.
Yeah. And Lisa, me and Dusty actually also took the Jack the Ripper tour in London, and it was awesome. That was really cool. She brought up like to go to the Jack the Ripper tour. That was really, really cool. Yeah, we were like the weirdos on there too. They're like, some people at the end of the tour are weird and like to lay down on the spot where like the dead hookers were found. Like, none of you guys would do that, right? And we're like, oh no.
Right.
And then Dusty's all and there was one other couple that stayed too.
Oh, yeah.
It was really funny. Yeah, that was a really cool tour.
So speaking of tours, I think one of the creepiest places I've been to was in Newport, Kentucky, the Thompson House. That one.
Do
Oh, yeah.
tell. Because
That one-
Kentucky has some weird shit with
Oh, yeah.
the fucking Hellier Kentucky goblins and all
Yeah,
that shit.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's the
So
story?
so the Thompson House was the inventor of the Thompson gun, the Tommy gun, right?
Oh.
And so he was a gun maker, so there's lots of stories of that and his like presence kind of being haunted because he created evil pretty much.
That's
nuts.
So kind of like the Winchester type of thing.
Yeah, similar thing
too.
to that, yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
But so we're there on this tour. This is with the other band, like the goth rock band, and we're here on this tour and gonna play the show. And they're like, "Hey, like, do you want to come see like the fucked up shit underneath?" And we're like, "What?
Yes.
What does that mean?" I'm like, cool. So it's like
Probably yes.
it's like this.
Very much so, please.
Yeah. So like we head down this like creepy staircase, and there's like these like tiny, like, cave looking. I don't even know what to call it. They're like it's like a POW bunker.
What?
And it's creepy, man. Like I went under that, I was like, oh, like I just felt trapped.
Was it like a fallout shelter or something like that?
It was something like that, but like they kept prisoners from the war down there, and so like they had some crazy shit in there. Yeah, and the ceilings were like super low, and it was just like it looked like an aftermath of like a bomb that went off. Like there were just like pieces of wall in like weird places, and like you could tell there were sections of like, oh, that's supposed to be like the area for like this stuff or that stuff. It's kind of just like
Weird.
sectioned off, kind of weird. And you're like, I don't know what to think of it there. And there were like cages and stuff around, and like, oh yeah, people like died in there probably. But,
What? In this house?
Uh-huh.
It was an actual house.
Oh yeah, it was an actual house. Yeah, but it was like underneath. Yeah. Yeah. But then after we so
like that.
the weird part was like before we played the show, we were having like power issues and stuff. And people were joking, like the staff was joking, like, oh, it's probably like the ghost, like not not wanting this to happen or whatever. And we had power issues throughout the whole night.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty common thing about like zapping the energy out, but it's never makes it not spooky when it's happening. You know, because you're like, fuck, what's going on? I've had my cell phones drained out.
Oh yeah.
Like crazy, cameras dying and stuff, dude. Henry, when he was painting this place, it's an indoor mini golf place, and it was like down in the old underground tunnels here in Seattle. Now it like looks all nice, but at the time it was like a dingy, like weird old tunnel place, and he had to get, I think it was 2 different cell phones because his phones were zapping, and it called me. His phone called me like 10 times.
Dang.
It was very bizarre.
Oh, wow.
He was having weird phone shit because I'm like, hello, what the fuck, dude? And he's like, yo, like my phone was on the table. I was painting, and it kept calling me over in 2 different times. Like at one time it called me like a whole bunch, and then it was like I don't know, a few days later or something, it just like kept fucking calling me, which was weird.
Wow.
I'm like, why are you calling me? Stop calling me. You're freaking me out, man.
Right.
He had a bunch of weird shit, but it was draining his cell phone. It actually like completely like destroyed his cell phone, where he had to go get another cell phone. Dang. So they are known a lot of times to like draw energy from things.
Yeah.
So that sucks that it was happening while you guys were out there. You're like, come on, man.
Yeah, we're like, let us play the show. But we finally like got through it all with everything, and then we had one of the staff members that were like, hey, like you guys seem cool and down with it. Do you guys want to see the rest of the place? We're like, fucking yeah. Like we already saw like the death bunker down there, so like why not see the rest of it, right?
Yeah.
So it is like pitch black. It's like raining, the whole works. There's like, you know, a lightning storm outside going all crazy, and we're like, we're gonna die here probably. So this like gigantic person leads us through this narrow stairwell, right? And this dude's big, like he's like, you know, gnarly big. We're like, oh shit, like this is our demise right here.
Well, he can protect you, you know.
Or stuff us into somewhere. You know, we're like, we don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Touche. Okay.
He's like,
all right.
oh yeah, come up here, like it's all good. And we're like, oh. But we go up this like tiny creaky staircase. He's like, we're gonna go to the Widow's Peak. And we're like, okay. Like, what the hell is that? Like, we don't have that in Vegas. We don't know what that is. Basically, like the whole idea of the Widow's Peak was for like, you know, women who were left at home when their man went to war or whatever to watch for the boats to come in. And so it was like high up in the thing, so you'd look over on the horizon and see, like, you know,
that's really cool.
if the boat was coming. So the story in that house was the woman who was waiting for her husband to come home got so depressed when she was waiting that she hung herself in the Widow's Peak. So when we got up there, it was just like I just felt dread. I was just like, oh, like I don't feel good. Yeah, I had to leave. I like got up there and I was like, no, okay. I'm leaving.
Did you know the story before you got up there? Or were they like telling you the story while you were in there?
So so like while we were there, so like I went up first. They like sent me up there first because I was the smallest, because I could get up there and fit. So it was not a big place.
Really?
It was like a pretty tiny place up there, like up at the top. But like I went up there and was like oh, like I suddenly just don't feel good. And they're like, oh yeah, no, somebody hung herself up there. Like I was like, okay, yeah, I feel that.
Yes, I concur.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like,
wow.
I believe it. You know.
How did you feel being first? Were you like down to be first, or were you like, oh come on, man?
No. I mean, I'm always down to like experience stuff, but I'm like super, like, I guess emotionally available for those kind of things. So like that's where all of my, you know, sensitivity comes from. Is like I walk into a place and start feeling weird. I'm like, okay, there's something that's making me feel this way.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Do you get flashes or like images or messages at all when you go into places where you're feeling stuff? Like, does it make sense to you, or is it just a emotion?
It's just an emotion. It's just like I'll walk into a room and just be like either fuming, pissed off about nothing, or like just sad or lonely, just like right away.
Wow.
You know, I'm like I know it, like I'm self-aware. I'm like, oh my god, like something's here that's fucked up.
And you know it's not you at that point. You're like, okay, this is separate from myself.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, but like every once in a while, like I'll see something. Like it's not like an image or a flash or anything, but it's more just like, oh, I saw something like move over there.
Okay.
Something's like
But
either
you're not getting like messages from beyond of like, I know that a woman was hung here because I like felt it or saw it or whatever. It's
No.
just like the feeling of dread or
Yeah.
the feeling of anger or
Yeah.
sadness or something.
Yeah, so it's mostly stuff like that. There was one time that I did get a message of it was a flickering light in an office building I was working in. So that part was weird because that's the first time I've been like reached out to in that sense. I was like,
Interesting.
oh, that's weird. So
Yeah.
but yeah,
It was
you
responding
that
to
didn't
you.
seem
Yeah.
like that didn't seem random.
yeah that was creepy. Yeah, but
So were you like blink twice for yes and blink one for no kind of thing?
so the office I was working in was like a relatively new office, and they were like doing a couple things of like remodeling, but there was a light that was kind of flickering on and off, right? And so one of the receptionists would go out there and kind of look at it, and it would turn off and not do anything else, right? And then she'd leave, and it would start blinking again. But when I looked over at it, it would like kind of do pulsating kind of thing, like it was sending some sort of signal or like
Wonder if
doing
it was
like
Morse
Morse code. So I thought it was Morse code because I looked up what the pattern was.
Cool.
Yeah, and it said it was the code for U.
But it was like the
Yeah.
letter U.
The letter U. Yeah.
What
So-
the fuck?
Yeah, and I was like, "Fuck, me though?"
I know.
like why
Shit.
why me though?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because like the other person would come in and it would stop blinking.
Mm.
So it was almost as if like no, not you.
Yeah.
You. Oh.
Because when I'd look at it, it would start doing it again, and when I would kind of look away, I'd kind of see it in the corner of my eye, like not doing it, and I'd look back at it, and it would do it again. I was like, okay,
Ooh, that's interesting.
that's something weird. The weirdest part about that though is like the other receptionist went out there to like take a look at it, and it was off, and then when she walked through the hallway, it like kind of like dimmed to a glow. It kind of like faded in, like it was like checking it out, like, oh, who's that? Okay. So it was the whole thing was creepy. I was like, okay,
Ooh, I wonder what the story was with that.
yeah, I don't know.
You never know.
Yeah, I'm never gonna know because I was like, I mean, I wanted to go back and kind of like investigate it, you know.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh god, I'm like, my lunch break is over, so I gotta get back to work.
That's a
Yeah.
weird one, but that's kind of cool that whatever it was communicating with you.
Yeah, that's what I
And
felt
wasn't
like
trying to
anyway.
hurt you or scare you or anything like that. It was just some kind of communication.
As far as I know, I mean, as far as I know, it was just like you, not you. You know.
Yeah.
Well, since you're so sensitive, I feel like you would have felt, a dark vibe if it was
Yeah.
meaning something sinister
Yeah.
or whatever.
Well, I
Yeah.
didn't feel uneasy. I felt like it was curious. It was just kind of like, hey, like you're noticing me right now. Like,
Yeah.
help me understand what's happening. here.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, I think that's something that is probably kind of common, that some of these things are in places and unnoticed for a long time, and then certain people who are sensitive pop in, and they're like, "Oh, hey, hi, you see me?"
Yeah.
And that's kind of a weird thing sometimes because I've had some experiences like that too, where I'm like, "No, please, I don't want that right now." And sometimes it's kind of fun and fine, but there's been times where I'm like, "Oh, I don't,
Right.
I'm not liking this fucking vibe right now."
Your mom was just talking about flickering lights in the chat too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, talking about when her grandmother passed.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it's very interesting. The flickering light thing, it's easy to like be like, oh, it's just an electrical thing, blah 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 blah.
Right.
And I get that, and we always want to look at things like from a like objective scientific thing. We don't want to jump to conclusions, but sometimes this shit's fucking weird,
Yeah.
and there's not really an easy way to describe how that could be happening. Only when you were looking at it, and all those little things. It's like sometimes we just have to be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it was the week, when both my great grandparents passed away. So that part was weird. I was like, could that have been
Oh yeah.
something?
Maybe so.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's when they passed, and they both passed like within days of each other.
Wow.
Yeah, they'd been together for 70 years or 80 years, something like that. Yeah,
That's kind of cute,
So,
though, that
yeah.
they went together.
it was nice.
When your great grandparents?
Mhm.
So that's what your mom was talking about, is the lights flickered when her grandmother passed,
Mm-hmm.
and that she thinks it may have been her grandfather waiting for her
Mm.
and like receiving her. So was that the same great grandparents?
No, so that's her mom.
Her side?
Yeah,
So
that's
Yeah.
my
talking about,
mom.
paternal side,
So
or
yeah, it would be my dad's side.
okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Weird.
Interesting.
That's just weird.
Yeah. Yeah, that Lisa had that happening with
Yeah.
her grandmother,
That's
and then
crazy.
potentially with your grandfather. That's pretty bizarre.
Yeah.
So, as far as you and your sensitivity level, how do you feel when you go into places that have energy like this? Like, what do you experience?
I definitely don't have as strong of an energy as he does. I think there are definitely times when I get like a little uneasy in places, like my anxiety kind of peaks, and I feel kind of like antsy or sometimes I get like a tightness in my chest.
So you're
But-
reacting to the energy in the room,
Yeah,
but it's
definitely
as
not.
intense.
It's not like as noticeable to me because like
Okay.
I get that a lot anyway. But it's like I get that in like social situations a lot. So it's like if I go into a place where I'm not having any social situations and I like start feeling that, then it's
Yeah.
obviously different. But yeah,
for sure.
it's definitely not like as noticeable. I haven't had like actual experiences with like seeing anything happen or like actually experiencing anything for a long time. Like not since we lived in Wrightwood, I think. 'Cause
What
we
did you
had-
experience there?
I think we had a black cat spirit that used to live in our house in Wrightwood.
Really?
Yeah, up in the mountains. We had I would see like out of the corner of my eye, I would see like a little cat like dart out of view, like just in the corner of my eye, like a little shadow of a cat. And we didn't have cats at the time. And it was always like I would see it in the corner of my eye and then I'd look over and it was gone. And then there was one time where I was in the kitchen and we had one of those like my mom used to get those the little popcorn tins
Oh,
of
yeah,
like
yeah.
like the kettle corn and stuff like that, like the
Yeah.
tins of it. And we had an empty one on top of the fridge. And one time I was standing in the kitchen and it like flew off of the fridge, like it was pushed.
Interesting. Like
Yeah.
Ghost Cat
Just
jumped
the
up
cat,
on the
like-
fridge and knocked shit
Yeah.
off. 'Cause you're always
that
knocking
was-
shit off.
That's what I
That
think
is
it
the
was,
thing.
'cause
Right.
it wasn't like it just seemed like it was just kind of like pushed
Yeah.
off the fridge randomly, and like the fridge we had didn't like shake a bunch or anything.
Sure.
Like that was sitting up there for the longest time without moving. So
Strange. And that makes a big racket when it
Oh,
falls,
yeah.
too.
Yeah,
The fucking
yeah.
tin.
no, I mean I saw it happen because I was standing in
Yeah.
the kitchen at the time, and I saw it like fly off of the fridge. But
Well, it's kind of cool little ghosty cat. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of cool. It's unaggressive.
That's
yeah.
crazy because my family also had a ghost cat
Oh.
in one of our houses. Yeah, my
Nice.
mom pointed out. She's like, does it smell like cat in here? We're like, yeah, it kind of does. And like my whole family's allergic to cats, so like when we were all like, okay,
Oh.
cool. I guess that's
Wow.
okay.
We didn't do
The cat is here.
Alright.
The strip lights just turned off on there. That was super weird. Oh, Roxy!
Hey. Thanks, Rox.
Hi, Rox. I'm glad you're here.
Woo.
Nice to see you. We just had a strange thing happen. I wonder if it was like someone hit the timer or something. Did you hit the timer on the thing?
I don't think so.
Because we're sitting here talking about electrical things that happen, and the
right.
lights just went out while we're talking about these things.
And they're
so,
back on.
Okay,
Okay.
and we're back.
that's a thing that happened. That was really fucking weird, dude.
Right.
Yay, Rox! I'm glad you're here. Yeah, just in time for the ghost cat to knock the lights out.
Right.
Yeah, that was a good one. I
Yeah.
like that. Okay, haha, funny,
Good
funny
gimmick,
person there. Whatever, yeah.
Hey, Matt.
Oh,
Matt.
yay.
Matt is here.
But yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
So definitely, you're not like the most sensitive to the things, but you are interested and
Yeah.
open and aware
Yeah.
for the experiences.
I'd say like I can be sensitive, but they don't like I don't attract stuff like he does.
You are
like, if
so
it-
lucky.
Yeah.
I know.
See, I attract shit like in the middle of the day. It's crazy. Like, remember that one time we were leaving the skate park?
Yeah.
And I slammed on the brakes, and you're like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "I saw someone running the road." And she's
Yeah.
like, "I didn't see it."
Yeah, I didn't see anything there. I didn't feel anything, but he clear as day saw somebody run across
Wow.
Yeah.
the street right in front of our car.
Yeah, and it was obvious because I slammed on the brakes because I thought
Yeah.
someone was there,
Yeah.
and I was
Like,
tripping.
you,
I was like,
like
"Oh,
you
fuck."
saw it enough for you to think that you were like about to hit a person.
Yeah.
Or something.
Did
so.
did it look ghosty? Like, could you see through the person, or was it like a solid ass fucking
It-
person?
So
Sure, it happened fast. So
yeah, it was kind of like both. So like when I first caught the glimpse of it, it looked super real, and then it kind of just like faded away. I know, it was funky. Like
weird.
it was like real, and then like imprint, shadow, and then it was gone. It was like, what the fuck?
Oh, dude.
Like I had like phases of different things that happened, and I slammed the brakes and was like, I don't know what the hell I just saw.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
So-
and
Did they
it was
look at
just
you?
Gone.
No, they were just like kind of just walked out like with purpose. I was like, oh shit. So
Whoa.
I thought
man,
maybe it was a
that's
person that didn't see me. I didn't want to hit
crazy.
him, so I slammed the brakes.
Yeah,
And then there was no one there.
There was nobody there.
Yeah.
Like nobody. Like it wasn't even like. Yeah, there was nobody on the other side of the street, as if they had just crossed the street. Like there was nobody around after he slammed on the
That's
brakes.
so strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember your dad talking about how we saw the ghost kid on the side of the highway,
Oh yeah.
which is a crazy ass fucking story. So like sometimes, man, you see shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So before ghost cat situation, have you had any other notable experiences as far as supernatural type of stuff?
Not a whole lot. I think in the same house, I like a couple times I thought I saw a person with a trench coat kind of thing, but like
It's a
I don't-
flasher ghost. He's trying to sell you watches.
Yeah.
Ghost Willie.
One-eyed Willie.
Oh, that's
yeah,
kind of close to Glow Stick Willie, but Ghost Willie, that's good. I like
yeah,
it.
yeah,
They can play together. Huh?
yeah. Like,
Ghost dick.
Glowst Dick.
Yeah.
Nice.
Willie. Yeah. Okay. Or ghost.
Oh, yeah.
Ghost dick. Yeah. Ghost dick Willie. There
Ghost
you
Dick
go.
Willie.
I was
Yeah,
there when my great grandma passed. I was also there when who was she? My great aunt passed. So I was there for passings of people, but
You know, I feel like because you are a little bit more of a, protected person, you're not
yeah,
really like, you keep your energy close to you,
yeah,
that you're less of a beacon or a target. Dusty is like that too.
yeah,
Dusty is very much like that too, where he keeps it in, he can ground and hold the space, and
Yeah.
he's not like shooting
Well,
his energy everywhere.
I would say I'm much more sensitive to the energies.
Energy.
I'm much more sensitive to the energies of people who are alive. Like people's, like, I don't know, I guess you would call me an empath, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Feel you.
Much more.
That's a
much
very
more
good trait
aware
to have.
She's sensitive to like people's like auras and like their kind of
Yeah.
thing, their vibe.
Yeah.
If
That's
yeah.
good. Keeps you
I
safe,
sense,
I'm sure.
Energies and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, if he happens to be in a bad mood for any reason, or if he's like irritated about something or kind of bummed about something, it like comes over me like a wave. Like I just feel it like so much.
Feel you, dude.
And for
I'm like
anyone
that,
around
too.
me, if I'm
Me too.
yeah, if people are just like, I don't know, people's emotions just like
Yeah.
take control over me, it sucks.
It
That
really sucks.
It's
I
very
feel
draining.
you, because I've been working over my life to try to figure out how to filter that and how to not take on as much.
Yeah.
And I would say getting better at it. It's a really slow process, but it's tough because it's really hard for me to separate from other people's energies sometimes, and especially if it is something negative. It's tough. I can't shake it, and then I want to try to fix it too, and that's the thing. And sometimes it's not fixable, or it's not
Right.
even my place to try to fix it, like it's
Yeah.
none of my business or whatever.
Yeah.
But if somebody is like sad or upset or whatever, like I'm like, I feel what they feel, and then I like feel like I want to fix it, but it's like inappropriate to like try to do it or whatever. So then I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, and then I feel frustrated because I can't do anything.
Yeah,
so
I
there's
get that. I get that
layers.
with him a lot.
Yeah.
But I also get like it's one thing that we've had to work on, because it's like if he's in those moods, he needs me to like be there, kind of, right?
Yeah.
But when he gets like emotional and or upset and distant, I tend to copy. So like he gets emotional and distant, and it like, you know, comes over me like really strong, and then I get like super distant too. So because it's just like I'm feeling the same thing that he's feeling, like
Yeah.
anything that he's feeling I feel the same. So it's hard for me to like turn around and like try to be more attentive when I just want to be distant too, because he's being, or because that's what he's feeling.
It's awkward sometimes to know what the right thing is to do, because if some people are seeming like they need their space, then like I want to give people their space too. I don't want to invade that space. So I kind of try to mirror that too. It's like, okay, if you're backing off, you need your space, I'm going to back off and kind of give you that space too. But then there's also the nurturing part where I want to do it. So then it's conflicted, because it's like, fuck, do I give them the space and just back off and do the
Right.
thing that I feel like they're communicating subtly without actually saying it? Or do we do the thing that we naturally want to do, is try to fix people? And sometimes it annoys people trying to fix them. Sometimes it's very annoying, you know? And I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't know what else to do. I guess I'll go this way then, you know? It's
Yeah.
like, it's hard.
Yeah.
And Roxy says she feels it too,
It's an
you know?
internal
The
struggle.
fixers.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's definitely a toughie, taking on people's emotions, whether it be living or dead, you know? Like it's hard.
Yeah.
So do you feel like you are empathetic in that kind of way with like living people? Do you read people in that same kind of way?
Actually, no. I'm kind of like the opposite of that. So
That
like
is so interesting.
it's weird, yeah. So like when she's in an emotional state, I go into, you know, kind of fixer mode, but I'm on the different side. Like I'm on the other side of it. So like
he
if
doesn't
she's
relate
feeling
very well.
if she's feeling real negative, I'm like positive and like trying to like charge it up again, like just trying to be there. But like, you know, in the other form, like the other token of that, it's like if I'm emotional, she's emotional, kind of, we're both stuck in this weird place.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
It's really tough, and for the empaths like us, like it's hard for someone that's not an empath in that kind of way to empathize with how it is that we feel, and it's something that I've noticed throughout time. Like you can see very specifically, like these people are empaths, and they take on everything, and people act certain ways because they're taking things on, and then other people are just kind of able to like keep rolling and just go about life, you know, and they can't really think about like, oh shit, maybe doing this thing or saying this thing is actually like throwing energy out, and how it affects other people. People are just in their mode, but not thinking about how everything can actually affect. Like we have energy radiating around us all of the time, and a lot of times it's what we choose to put out, but sometimes it's not really what we choose. It's just this like the frequency that we're putting out, whether we consciously mean to or not. And sometimes that frequency can be inviting for other people, and sometimes it can be fucking weird. Like, you know, have you ever had experiences, either one of you guys, where like it's like a random person that you come across like in public or something, and you just know to stay the fuck away, and it's not like they have any visual signs. It's like danger vibes. Like, fuck, me and Dusty, we were in Santa Cruz with the Santa Cruz boardwalk a couple years ago, and we're walking around. It's the boardwalk. It's like a fun fair or whatever, you know, like all this shit's going on. Yay, we're at the fair. I'm like, I got this like giant pineapple thing. I was so stoked. Everything was great. It was great. And all of a sudden, I felt behind me, like my hair stood up on my fucking neck, and I was like, what the fuck? And I just kind of like shook it off for a second. I'm like, that's fucking weird. And then I was like whatever.
Yeah.
I was like trying to get it off. I was like, what the fuck? And I turned around, and there was just this guy, this man who was maybe in his like I would say 60s or something like that, just walking by himself, and he didn't like, he wasn't like look scary or anything like that, but I could feel this guy's energy so intensely from behind me that I was like, okay, like, holy shit, what do I do? And I felt so, like evil. Like it felt so fucking dark where I'm like, oh my God, I
Dang.
think this guy is like a fucking child murderer or something
Yeah.
like that. And I
Wow.
felt like the guy's energy was like smashing into me. So I didn't know if maybe this dude was projecting shit at me or if I was just like within his proximity and it was so intense that I was feeling it. And I just tried to like shake it off for a minute. And I kind of like was being all weird. And Dusty's like, what's up? Are you okay? And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, this is so awkward. There's this fucking dude back here. Like, just look at this fucking dude. He's like, okay. And I'm like, yo, I can't do it. And I just fucking, whoop, I booked it to the left.
Wow.
I let the guy keep going. And I stood right on the edge of the boardwalk by where, like, the ocean was right there. And I was like, I need a second. I need to fucking let this go. Whatever that was, there was so much, like, gross negativity from this person that I could physically feel it, and I just kind of like tried to like let it out to the ocean, and I was like, yo, I don't fucking know. That was so weird. Like, it's weird to feel that. And I specifically like felt like he was like a kid molester or murderer, and I'm like wondering like, oh, you're at a fair right now. You're at the boardwalk.
Yeah.
Wandering by yourself. Maybe he was going to meet his family. Maybe he didn't have a fucking family there, and he was just like
Maybe he buried his
scoping the
family there,
scene.
just revisiting the area.
in the sand.
Yeah.
They
There's
love
just,
to
like,
do
a
that. Yeah.
hand coming out and shit.
So I had a situation like that though. I was standing in like a Little Caesars. I'm like waiting to get
Oh, yeah.
hot and ready. You know what I mean? Like it's hot and it's ready.
Yeah.
It's not
It's
good.
ready.
It's hot and it's ready though. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there like waiting for the food, and the staff is a little slower pace. It's like a late night, so I'm just chilling there waiting. And this dude walks in, and just gives off a creepy fucking vibe. And I'm just like, what is happening? Like I felt unsafe for the workers there because he was giving off such a vibe. So I like put myself in a corner and just kind of like widened up, right? Just like kind of stayed firm where I was standing.
Okay.
And she was in the car, and she saw all this go down.
Yeah, well, like what's crazy is that I was feeling like the same things from back in the car because I was like seeing things happen, and I felt weird about that guy, and then I looked over at RJ and just like got like what he was feeling. I was like, okay,
Sure.
he's feeling the same way because I could sense, like, I'm not even in the room. I'm literally just watching from the car
Through the window.
Through the
Yeah.
window. All of that, and I felt uncomfortable at him, and then I felt his energy of how uncomfortable he was feeling about him, and it was just like a really weird experience.
Yeah. Like, as soon as this guy walked in the store, I squared up because I was like, I don't know what this is going to do.
Wow.
There's, like, only girls working in the back of this Little Caesars. And
Did
I'm
he
like,
say anything or have anything like visible on him that made it seem like creepy? Like, oh, this guy's obviously a fucking meth head or something, and it's scary.
I mean, it wasn't the best area of Vegas, so it was, like, kind of expected to have some, characters in there or whatever. But, like, he walked in, I felt that thing, I scooted back and just kind of got in my position, and then he was, like, yelling at the workers to, like, hurry up or whatever. He's like, hey, does anyone work here? And, like, getting real, like, aggressive, and I was like, dude. So, like, I was kind of right to be, like, on guard, because he was getting
Sure.
weird. I was like, I don't know what this guy's gonna do. He was,
Yeah.
like,
Right.
touching all the stuff, like, up front. Like, I don't know if he was trying to steal or what, but I was
Yeah.
like, man.
And I
Weird.
felt, because I watched him walk in, and I was feeling weird about him before he walked in.
Yeah.
And I didn't see what he was doing inside. I just saw him, like, I could see that he was talking or something, or see that he was just kind of like standing there. He like said a couple things and then stood back and was like waiting for his food or whatever. But I didn't hear any of the things that he was saying, so I
Sure.
was
You just felt it.
yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, but the guy, like, came to me, he's like, hey, do you work here? And I'm, like, dressed like this. I'm like, motherfucker, do I look like I work here?
You were taking ownership.
Yeah,
so-
but I was like, no, like, I don't work here. And he was like, all right, well, someone needs to help me or whatever. And he's, like, yelling to the back, like, hey, like, give me some shit or whatever. And we're like, so, like, I got my food and, like, got back in the car and stayed there for a little bit just to make sure, like, it was all taken care of.
Fuck.
But it was, yeah, that was creepy. I just, like, got that vibe from the dude, like, this guy's a maniac. Like, I don't know.
That is the most awkward energy because it's so erratic and so like unpredictable that alone makes it so scary.
Yeah.
Like, God, dude, when we were in Boston last week, there was a creepy ass situation like that with just like a lunatic person.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the graveyard, which is the King's burial ground, King's Chapel,
Mm-hmm.
which is the oldest graveyard in Boston. It's fucking awesome. 1630. And it's a pretty small graveyard. Very cool. All the like winged skulls and like cool art. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So it was me and Dusty, and then there was like one other couple that was there as well. But it wasn't like a lot of people in there, which was nice. You know, it was more mellow or whatever. And this guy walks down the sidewalk behind us, and Spidey's senses were up just a little bit, but it was like, whatever, it's fine, because he was talking. And normally if someone's talking, you assume they're either talking on the phone or they're talking to another person. But my Spidey senses went up because I was like, I feel like this person's talking to himself. I don't know why. I didn't have any like reason to believe that, but I just felt like, and I couldn't hear what he was saying though. But I was just like, okay, alerted, pay attention. And the guy comes behind me. Dusty misses the whole thing. He was like a little bit ways away. This was so fucking spooky. He was just spouting shit off, and he's like, fucking fake ass witches, you fucking piece of shit fake ass witches. I'm the fucking real deal. I'm not what you see on Twitter. I'm the real deal. You're all gonna get exterminated.
Oh.
This dude straight up says,
Dang.
you're going to be exterminated. And I'm sitting there like, okay. I don't want to look because I don't want to make eye contact because I don't want to engage, and I don't want it to make it seem like there's any engagement. I also need to have a visual of this person and to know where they are and what they fucking look like as a protection measure. So I waited until I was like, okay, I feel I have to turn and look at this person. Reluctantly though, and I turned, and he was thankfully walking away. He was wearing like a black trench coat actually and a fucking hat, and he didn't look like a homeless person, you know, whatever. Like he didn't look all like ragged out or anything. He looked like a normal, you know, like well-dressed dude, but he like hopped over the fence. It was a short little fence. And he was like, you're all gonna be exterminated, you fucking fake ass witches. And then he like hops over this fence and was gone. And I was like, what the fuck was that shit, man?
Was it a Scooby-Doo villain? What the
Are
fuck?
you serious? It was so weird. And the only other couple that was there, they were like right behind me. And I kind of turned around to see if Dusty was back there, and he was off, but they looked at me, and they were kind of like, what the fuck?
Right.
And I was like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. And he was gone, but I was on edge for a minute because it was such intense energy, and it was out of nowhere. Nobody was talking to him. Nobody had anything to say about anything. So I don't know if he just saw me and Dusty and assumed we were like hot topic witches or something like that and decided to talk shit and say we're going to get exterminated. I don't fucking know. Or it could have been, had nothing to do with any of us. It could have just been, he's just rambling or whatever.
Right.
But it's one thing to be talking crazy stuff, but the word you're going to be exterminated really freaked me the fuck out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have guns? Like, what's going on? Like,
Yeah.
what, who's exterminating who? Like, who are you? What is happening? Is this
Yeah.
directed at me, or are you just talking to yourself right now? But it spooked me the fuck out.
Well, like, that has a lot of implications as to how he views other people, too, because, like, you usually exterminate, like, rodents and pests and stuff, so, like, that's the weird part of that. It's like, dude,
Yes.
what's up with that?
Yeah, look, like I'm above you people. And he said
Yeah.
something about fake-ass witches.
Yeah.
So it sounded like I was trying to translate what the fuck this guy was trying to say here,
Right.
and it sounded like he was like, "I'm a real witch, and you guys are fucking full of shit, and we're gonna take all of you out."
Right.
And I was like, "Oh
Dang.
my god!" So if somebody like that is actually legitimately doing witchcraft, I'm terrified because this guy is fucked up, and it was super scary. You know, like,
Oh, yeah.
oh god, please don't do witchcraft, man. Or maybe he was just like talking shit and it had no relevance to anything. I don't
He's
know.
a Dalek. Exterminate!
That's funny.
Right.
That's really funny, dude.
Oh, Rox said he might be a witch hunter.
Oh,
Shit, rocks. Yeah. See, there you go. Extermination is a pretty strong word. It really
For
is.
sure.
That is what got me. Like, I'm used to like crazy people being around at Seattle. You know, you got people kind of just being a little kooky. I've lived in
Right.
so many cities,
Yeah.
and there's always crazy people. It's never comfortable, but I'm used to being around that kind of erratic
Oh, yeah.
energy.
Yeah.
But this guy, like, legit spooked me out. Like, you don't just throw around the word exterminating.
No.
You're gonna be exterminated. And that was like scary. I was like, whoa. So yeah, being an empath in a situation like that, especially, not
For sure.
only are you dealing with like the physicality of what is said, but you're also feeling the
Yeah.
guy's emotion, you know? God,
Yeah.
it was fucking bizarre.
Yeah, no, I get
Yeah.
that. Like, I'm definitely an empath in my own way too. Like, I feel like other people's energy for certain things, but like, you know, like I said, if it's like a situation with like her, I kind of just go into like opposite mode just to get into the fixing state of
Sure.
things.
Yeah.
But
Does
yeah,
it
I mean,
help?
I like to think it does. Yeah, I think so. You know,
That's
it
good.
depends on what's happening. Like, we
Yeah.
have this thing. It's like, you know, do you want to vent or do you want something fixed, kind
Yeah.
of thing.
And
Yeah.
honestly, that's a really good question to ask.
So getting to that standpoint is like, okay, now I know what to do, you know, but still staying like positive, not letting her emotions kind of overtake my responsibility to kind of help. So
That's really cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. Everybody's so different, and then learning about people and trying to figure out what the best way to communicate with everybody is, because we're never gonna get exactly what it is that
Yeah.
we put
Yeah.
out. You know, like
Yeah.
unless it's like some weird mirror image person that you find. You know, which is probably pretty rare.
right.
So, yeah, it's interesting how unique that humans are.
Yeah, I couldn't.
And it's really hard to ever be able to truly understand what somebody sees or feels. You know, like the lights are green in here, but like it could look totally different to you, and I would never have anyone to fucking know.
Right.
We both call it
Yeah.
green. You know,
Yeah.
it's so weird
Yeah.
It's true.
the way that we perceive the world.
I've thought about that so many times. Yeah.
It's really strange.
Like I've thought about that with like tastes of things and
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, like music. Like
Like-
some people be
like-
like, "This is the best song ever," and I'm like, I want to throw up right now. Like,
Yeah.
how
Well,
is
same
it
with same
possible?
with like foods and you know like some people love you know certain foods and some people hate that same food.
like
so, like does it
cilantro
taste
or whatever.
yeah.
like does it taste the exact same to each people? And you know people just have different preferences or does it taste different?
Yeah,
To
that's
those
a
different
very
people,
good point.
you know?
Yeah. It's like with that thing, like her and I are on like the opposite side of the, you know, the coin there with like food specifically. Like I look at something, it's got like peppers and onions and like all crazy stuff. It's got like color and like all this life in it. You know, I'm like, oh, that looks amazing. She's like, you know,
Yeah, because
she's
I don't do like
she don't do
peppers
any of
and
that.
onions and
but
stuff like that. But
yeah,
Yeah, it's so interesting.
it's
Yeah.
weird. Yeah,
it is interesting.
but like
thinking about
everything's
Yeah.
like that. Like,
does
yeah.
like do those things taste the exact same thing or same way
yeah,
between you and me, and you just like it and I don't, or do they taste completely different?
That's a very good point, and there would
Yeah.
be absolutely no way to ever know.
Nope.
Like we
Nope.
only exist in our own heads,
Mhm.
and the way we perceive everything is
Mhm.
very unique.
Yeah.
I mean, man, people like perceive situations different too, which is why miscommunication happens sometimes. It's like, no, this is what happened that day, or this is what some so and so meant by this, or whatever. And it's like somebody else can perceive it completely differently.
Yeah.
yeah,
So nobody's necessarily wrong. It's just we're all going through our own filter,
hmm
and it ends up presenting completely differently,
yeah.
which is tough.
Yeah.
Well, like it's hard too, because like when you're stuck in your point of view, so you can't see it from like a distance.
Yes.
It's like it's weird thinking about like your life is only what you've seen and what you see. That's it.
Yeah.
So you can't see what everyone else is. So you don't know what real life is. You just know what your life is.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then those of us that are more empathetic and compassionate by nature, I feel like a lot of times we have a more objective approach a lot of times because we have to step out and we are seeing things from different people's perspective,
Yeah.
or at least we're feeling what it is that they feel through our filter, But
Yeah.
sometimes people that aren't as empathetic to those things can come off as more selfish or disconnected. It's just because they don't have any frame of reference to try to be objective to see things from a different point of view. They can only really see it from their point of view.
Yeah.
And that's tough.
Yeah.
That's got to be a tough situation
True
to be
story.
in,
Yeah.
So yeah, the human experience is quite strange. And, I do believe that, like, we are all connected on some degree, but there's also this, like, really big difference from one mind to another. And then if you have different cultures, and different genders and
Right.
different upbringings and all of these factors
Yeah.
that make us so uniquely different that, like, how can we all be one as far as that goes, Maybe there's
Yeah.
some baseline energy that connects us, but when it comes to that, like, we all are given such different experiences that make us who we are.
Yeah. It kind of makes you think too, like, so how, like in the in the movies and stuff and media, it's like, they talk about like, parallel universes and shit, but like this parallel universe is one way and this one's the other way. Like, what if it's all just like all together, all happening all at once, and that's why there's so many different things. Like, what if we're just a big, like it's all mushed together,
Yeah.
all happening at once, and that's why people are the way they are.
It's so strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, to think about like the potential of different offshoots of time type of thing. Like, how weird is it that like we are in this one right now? So are there other versions of us existing in other ones? If
Probably,
they are like
yeah.
separate, or is this just what it is? And then there's like different like levels of consciousness and like aliens. Maybe they're not always from other planets. Maybe sometimes they are, but sometimes they're actually from other dimensions, interdimensional beings and stuff. Maybe this is the only one. But I feel like this is a crazy offshoot right now in the world that we're living in with fucking Trump as the president there for a minute. I was like, what is happening, And then shit's gotten so weird where I'm like, I don't believe that this is actually the like way that this was supposed to go or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
Right.
how did we take this path right now?
Reality feels really weird right now, for
It
sure.
does.
It does. Yeah.
Like especially since then, that
Mhm.
it's
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, and like all the stuff that was going on about like the you know,
Sorry, hold on one second.
Oh.
Lisa, good night.
Oh, good night, Mom.
Good night, sweetheart.
night. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, and I saw your thing real quick about your friend who meth had broke into her house and attacked your friend. I am so sorry to hear that. That is
Hope
horrible.
they're okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that is messed up.
You know Linda?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you
Yeah.
for coming in to hang out with us. We're glad you're here.
Yeah.
Yay.
Damn.
But okay, unpause. Beep.
Unpause. Boop. Oh yeah. So like all the things in like the government of like taking people's rights away and stuff, like the women's stuff and like all that. It's like, dude, this does not seem like it's a real thing.
No.
It's like, why?
No.
How are we just going backwards right now?
Yeah.
Like, we're supposed to be moving forwards.
But that makes you
And it's
think
just
like
going
about
backwards.
those
Yeah.
timelines and those parallel things that are all just happening all at once,
Fucking
and that's
A.
why things are the way they are now.
It could be because it does not make sense from a like logical perspective.
It
Looking
really
at this
doesn't.
Yeah.
this linear time frame that we're supposed to be going on, like shit's zigzagging all
Yeah.
over the place.
Yeah, it's like we were like on that track and then we just made a U-turn.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of
Like,
people think that
weird.
in 2000 something fucked up, like the world ended or something got. You know,
like Y2K shit or whatever.
kind of, yeah. I mean,
Was it 2000 or was it the 2012 thing?
so 2000 was the first one when stuff kind of started getting haywire. It's like when your when your cylinder's going out in your car, stuff starts getting wonky, and then you just keep going, keep driving down the road. Stuff still gets fucked up as you go down the road. You hit a couple bumps, and it's like, oh man, stuff's getting crazy. And
Yep.
then 2012 when people thought that's when the calendar ended.
Yeah.
Or whatever, because the Mayans were like, oh yeah, that's definitely like the end, But then since everything is so digital, it's like was life kind of like put onto a hard drive, and we're just kind of like spinning with these numbers and things, and random number generators that just make things happen that are like, wait, whoa, what? No way.
It's a ball of
Like,
chaos
it's like
right now,
it's like
man.
algorithms. That's why weird shit is happening. Like that's the
Yeah.
theory.
And it's like I think like we've reached kind of like the end of what was actually our existence on that like hard drive thing. So now it's like resetting and we're going backwards and like reliving.
Yeah.
Now it's
the
just like
stuff in the
random. It's
past, and
like,
it's
how about this reality? And you're like, oh no, that's not good. Okay,
Yeah.
how about pandemic?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
it's like just like
Yeah,
pure fucking
yeah.
chaos the whole time.
And
Yeah.
then like with the like rights going backwards and stuff, it's like we reached the point on the hard drive where we've gone forward enough, and now it's like we don't have anywhere left to go forward, so now it's time to go backwards.
Yeah,
and
our
that's why,
storage
like,
is full, so we need to
Yeah.
subscribe for a new package.
Yeah.
Get
Well,
things
one
back
thing-
in place.
I mean, that I do genuinely feel is that because the people in the power that are actively taking the rights away are predominantly old people
Mhm.
at
Yeah.
this point. If we think about how these people were raised in the time frame in which people were
Yeah.
raised in, it is a completely different reality that they were born and raised in, where people couldn't sleep in the same beds with each other on television, and people of color couldn't drink out of the same water fountains. Like, there are still
Right.
people that
Yeah.
remember that women couldn't wear pants to school and shit like that. Like these people that are in charge come from a totally different mindset. So things are moving so fast. I feel like they're just like trying to do everything they can before they fucking die.
Right.
It's like the death rattle of the boomers right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be gone soon, and hopefully there will be ways to repair that. But I do feel like it's just a huge generational gap because it's sped up so fast. The generations are boom, 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 and with technology, everything is going so fucking fast that I think it's a really big, substantial difference for them. I mean, even
ever
my
since
grandparents.
technology, like, things started lurching forward pretty quickly, whereas before that, it was, time was moving forward and progressing pretty slowly.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was a more like steady rate, and now
Yeah,
it's
now
just
it's
like,
just-
bam, bam, bam,
yeah.
bam.
Well, that's what I
Now
was saying
it's
with like
everything happening
the
all
digital
time.
age. Yeah. Yeah, it's like the digital age. Everything is moving forward at this
Yeah.
accelerated rate that people are like, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm curious how old the oldest person alive is right now. Let's look this up because let's take a moment of perspective.
the oldest person alive, probably, I think it was that Indian woman. It was like 117 or whatever.
Okay, oldest person alive in 2022. Wow, 112.
Oh, it's close. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, 112. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
So, what was 112 years ago from now?
Is it 1900?
I'm not good at math right now.
Trying.
Okay, I got a calculator. 20, 22.
1920?
19
minus-
something like that.
What was it?
112.
No, that was that. No, that's
1910. Yeah, 1910.
Yeah, I went
1910.
102, not
Okay.
100.
Yeah.
1910. Think about what life was like in 1910.
No.
What the fuck? Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy?
Yeah.
So when they were like 10 years old, like old enough to like remember and learn things or whatever, it was like the
20s.
depression was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like cars
Mm-hmm.
just started.
Yeah.
Like let's take a moment
That's crazy.
and realize
Yeah.
that cars just started. Plane travel wasn't even a fucking thing
Yeah.
yet, and like this person is still alive.
Yeah. Well, and the internet didn't happen until they were a senior citizen by that time.
Totally.
Like, that's
Yeah.
fucked up.
Absolutely.
That's really fucked up,
Yeah.
right?
Gosh, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
And it's just going so fast that everybody's getting like different slices of time that's relevant to them. But some of these older people, like they have really seen the whole thing.
Yeah.
So
And at this point, like they're already old enough to where they're not able to process things as quickly. They don't have the brain power that younger generations have.
Yeah,
so they're
it's not
like
evolved in
the
that way.
fastest progression of things with like not the mind to keep up.
Yeah.
you're right, because it was a simpler time and things weren't moving as fast. So when the brains are formed, they're not used to bam, 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 buy this thing.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, let's go get a chicken from the market. We have to take the buggy to the
Right.
market,
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
was the day, So that was
Yeah.
not very stimulating for the brain.
Yeah, and you
I
had to
would
ford the
imagine.
river and shit, like all.
Fucking A. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is crazy shit,
Yeah.
So like nowadays, like
And try
it's
not
so
to die of
different.
dysentery.
Exactly. That was a real thing back
Yeah.
then.
I know.
Fucking A.
That was for real. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a totally different world, and we're evolving. Our brains as humans are evolving, because think about these like kids that are like 3 years old that could work a fucking iPad better than
Yeah.
my grandma or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow, that's crazy. So it's
crazy,
just
yeah.
like they're just born like wired with this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think too. It's like it's your from back then. It's like your perception of how reality is and what you think is real, and what could happen. It's like totally different now than it was back then, because like things that are happening now that are possible now are like modern and like future. When back then it wasn't even a thought. It wasn't even like
Yeah.
that doesn't exist. It's like
Yeah.
yeah, that shit's crazy.
Would you have thought back in the 20s that we would be talking into a little tiny square that's attached to a bigger square that allows us to talk to people all over the literal planet?
Yeah.
Like that. And there's what, like 8-second lag time or something like that, maybe 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. And then I have I have this Neato handheld square. This is actually a rectangle over here, you know,
Oh,
Yeah.
and I
okay.
can like beep boop beep beep
Geometry class.
and
Look
do
out.
whatever. Yeah,
Do
it's
some-
just so strange, you
Yeah.
know.
With these
Sometimes-
invisible laser beams. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy. I'm sorry. go ahead.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say sometimes like I think about that and it just like blows my mind all over again. Like if I think about technology a bit too much, I
Yeah.
just get like confused and uncomfortable.
Like, we know how to use it, but we don't know how it works.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's like, what the fuck
at
is
that
phone
point, if you-
signal?
if
Why
you
don't I
really-
have it?
Yeah. Or like literally, how is there how is touch screen a thing? How is there a thing that I can click on without even pressing?
Science,
button or, like-
bitch.
Right, it's like sure,
Yeah.
there's like programming, but what makes programming a thing? You know, like to have like
Sure.
you know graphic effects on a fucking
No fucking
technology
idea.
screen. And I'm
have
sometimes
no
I like go
idea.
into like a little like rabbit hole of thinking about stuff like that, and I'm like, I need to stop. It's just magic.
No, I think it's
Yeah.
great. I think
It's magic,
it's
yeah.
It's just magic.
introspective of wanting to understand how it works because there's so many people that don't care and don't even think about it. It's just like
yeah,
it's the thing.
yeah.
and
But then like people who are like, you know, involved in that for, you know, as their career, like you know, anybody who is who understands like the science behind it is like, oh, it's just this, but it's like, but how is it just that? How?
Yeah, why is that thing? Like, I worked
Why?
at Tesla for a long time, and learned the ins and outs of solar power and their
Cool.
their cars and shit. And they gave us the whole breakdown of the anatomy of the the Tesla cars, and I'm still just like,
what?
but why?
Yeah.
Like, why does that work? Like, how does the energy just do that? Like,
There
it's
are
like,
some brilliant minds out
Yeah.
there that are able to understand this
Yeah.
stuff and dedicate
Yeah.
like years and years to go to school to learn it.
Yeah.
yeah,
And I think some people's minds are just kind of like automatically able to suck that kind of stuff in, and then
Yeah.
some of us that's just not.
I don't know, I go into like the super basics of it all because like you can look at like material things and see like, okay, so like they created dyes from natural items and stuff, and that's how that's how it was, how they got the color into the item. But it's like, how do you get the color green on a screen, on a technology screen?
pixels and coding and numbers.
I know, but
yeah,
why?
Or how? It's more
Why?
how.
yeah, right.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't know.
beyond the coding, like how
Yeah, why did numbers make that happen? Yeah,
Right,
that's-
yeah.
okay, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
why
solid.
do numbers and typing
I
make
don't
that happen?
fucking know.
Yeah.
And like the tube TVs that we grew up with, like it's just a bunch of little dots that you could actually see if you
Yeah.
looked close to it. It's just like it's a million
Right.
little dots. But I can look at this. It doesn't look like a million dots. It's a totally different system. So they went
Right.
from like, yay, television, check it out. Like it's all these dots. And then you're like, oh, there's a giant flat screen. Now we have flat screens.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
that's a whole different technology.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so amazing seeing humans be able to create such incredible progress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
How
it's
was the
not me.
first program written? Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
The same thing is like, who lets the bus driver out? Like at the end of the shift, we don't know.
Yeah.
Any bus drivers out there, let us know, because like that's.
How do you get out?
Yeah, how was the first program? Oh my god!
Yeah.
And then the first
Aliens.
computers was the size of a room, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just saying. Aliens.
Aliens.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens.
I'm serious. Like, how the fuck do people figure this shit out?
I don't know.
If
I know it's
there
weird.
wasn't a little help.
Yeah.
Like, we have a 55-inch flat screen TV in our room that weighs like 20 pounds. When before, it's like, you had this giant box TV that was like a
Yes.
million pounds and like
Yes.
barely got any signal and barely
Yeah.
any reception. Like,
And I
yeah.
feel like it's so much easier for people like nowadays who want to get involved in like technology and stuff, who want to get involved in coding or TV or videography, stuff like that. And it's like it's easy for them because they don't need to understand the basics of the basics. But it's like the people who were just inventing the internet and coding and all of that stuff. It's like, dude, like how? Like,
Yeah, that was like
that's
the
literally
pioneers.
insane.
Yeah.
Because there was nothing,
how did
no
they even
base
think
to
of it?
work
How did
with.
they do
You're
it?
right.
Yeah.
Aliens, man.
Now
it's
there's
Yeah.
one
it's
little
rare.
command that embodies an entire like booklet of commands that were written way before, and you just
Yeah.
have to write this little thing. But who knows what that stands for anymore?
Right.
Right.
Who knows?
Yeah.
It's weird. And also thinking about our perceptions and reality and how the world seems off right now. and technology with all of the Wi-Fi waves and everything that's hitting us, whether it's 2G or 5G, we're being bombarded with all kinds of electrical signals and all these like
Super
waves
true.
and all kinds of stuff that we have no idea what it's doing to our bodies. We haven't been able to study.
It hasn't been long enough,
So
yeah.
what's it doing
Yeah.
to our perceptions and like
Yeah.
our ideas of how things are operating? Like,
Yeah.
person born
Good
in the
damn point.
20s didn't have any of that.
Yeah, because I mean, our brains are
Yeah.
electrical, so like all these
Well-
electrical currents flowing through us. Like, how do you know?
Steve said we can't hear you.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
that's
I thought
okay.
I was even speaking towards the microphone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dusty speaks like a
Yep,
little
I'll remember
tiny mouse. But if you want, you can actually come and sit on this end of the table, and then you'll be right near the microphone.
Yeah,
Oh, that's true.
If you want to
That's
join,
true.
you're more than welcome.
come hang.
I'll move closer to the microphone.
Yeah.
I'm not yelling. I'm not a yeller.
Yeah.
This is me yelling. I'm
Yeah.
yelling
This
right
is
now. It feels so loud.
Thank you for letting us know. I was wondering. I was like, I wonder if they can hear him.
Yeah.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you, Matt.
Good
Thank
night,
you
Matt.
for coming in. It was nice to have you come in and
Yes.
hang out for the birthday bash.
The Moonster
Or the-
Mash.
Birthday
Moonster
mash. No, thanks for popping up. We appreciate you.
Awesome.
But yeah, it is a strange time to be alive right now.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
Well, and, like, what is it doing to our planet too? Because like I saw a thing where there's lines that they laid on the bottom of the ocean that link things together, like wires and stuff. Like, it's not all wireless. You have to have something connected. It's like they laid like like fiber optic cables at the bottom of the ocean to reach to, Australia, to reach to these places, and it's like a network of
It's fucking crazy.
wires under the ocean, essentially. So like if something gets fucked up, like that could be the end of the whole thing.
Yeah.
The plate's like moving around or something, something snaps one of the wires, it's like that's over.
What are the wires connecting?
The internet and stuff, like the whole thing.
Those were all electrical, and up until recently they needed it, but that's actually what 5G is getting rid of. So whenever the whole network is brought up to speed with 5G, it's getting rid of that connection.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because
Yeah.
it's
But
right now
how?
there's yeah, that answer right there.
Science!
Fucking science.
Like I
Yeah,
I,
see, the
like,
internet's
I
a series
have
of
the,
tubes. Yeah.
Yeah, I have the
fuck?
the brain capacity to wonder why, but then it's like if somebody were to ever actually explain to me why and how, I would just be like,
But why?
like
Your head would be
one
like,
of those,
like
like
Yeah.
just explode.
no thoughts, head empty. Yeah, like I would just have like no clue what's going on.
Tubes and magic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
it's just magic.
Yeah.
It's literally, it's just, it's
Seriously.
it's all just magic.
Yeah, and you guys are younger than myself, so from my perspective, not growing up
I don't know. I just had
with
a
the
birthday,
internet,
so
you did,
I'm old
Yeah,
now.
he's old now.
Yeah.
but you grew up with the internet,
Essentially.
which
yeah.
I mean, you
Like-
literally did.
Yeah, I mean.
Like essentially, you literally did.
Yeah.
How old were you in 2000?
I was 5.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I was-
as soon as you were like
I was 2.
personing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I turned 20 that year. Like I made it through all. That's like when like the .com boom or whatever.
Yeah.
When Google.
But
Actually
like that's not gonna
became
take
big.
off.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah, but I was like 20, so I already made it through school and the whole thing,
Yeah.
and I'd already lived my entire like high school and teenage years completely accepting life without it. And then
Yeah.
it was a really crazy, weird transition where all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's this thing. And then I was like, so you're telling me all the people that are just a few years behind me in school get to like go on the internet for these papers?
Yeah, they don't have to
Yeah.
like
For their
search
shit.
through books.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Encyclopedia Britannica Central, going to the fucking library and shit, which was cool as analog. I'm glad I got to do that, but
Yeah.
I was like, shit, I just missed it by a few years. My brother was able to at least like go on. It wasn't that many pages, but he was able to go on and
Yeah.
look up stuff, and was like, man.
Yeah.
So I was the last generation to have to turn in papers with like handwritten, pen written stuff, and it started to be typed and everything.
Yeah.
So it's just weird, and I'm not even that old. I'm 41 years old, and it's like, it's not that old, but like,
Right.
wow,
Yeah.
shit changed so fucking fast, man.
Yeah.
And it's harder for the people that didn't grow up with it, like we were talking about. It wasn't as slow as people born in the 20s, but it was
Yeah.
different. So it's tough. I just smack it. If I don't know what to do, I just smack it, because it's like, I don't know how this works. So I
Yeah.
just smack it around, and then it doesn't work, and then I'm like, I got nothing.
Yeah, right.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
For real, yeah. It's even weird now too, though. I mean, like even when when I was in high school, we still had physical books and whatnot. Like we still had that technology. I mean, like not everything was digital, but like now it's starting to be.
Yeah.
So
well,
even
like,
that's weird to me.
I
you
think
know?
we were some of the last generations to still have like textbooks and not use laptops in school. Like
Yeah.
now all the kids are using laptops
Yeah.
in school, and we didn't do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You did not?
No.
I didn't have laptops in school.
Wow.
No, I still carried a whole backpack full of all my textbooks.
And stuff,
Yeah.
So did the kids just have a computer in their backpack and walk around with a computer in their backpack?
As far as I know, I mean,
I
you would know more because you have your
Yeah, my
sibling is
sibling.
in high school. So
think I mean I know they have the Chromebook, like they just use their Chromebook, and yeah, iPads and stuff. I don't know if they're still using textbooks, but yeah, pretty much like most of a majority of their work is on the Chromebook.
That's super
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
yeah.
Dang.
And, like when I was in high school, like we had computer class, but it wasn't like anything fancy. Like we weren't learning, interesting futuristic things or whatever. It was like really kind of based off of like typing and weird stuff like
Yeah,
that.
it was literally just I had typing class.
Yeah.
And
and nothing was like
it was
nothing was modern. They were all like the old like
Mhm.
Really?
shitty computers and stuff. Yeah, it was still
Yeah, we
it was
still had the
weird.
Old computers.
Yeah.
So what was the like with old? Was it like the IMAX or whatever?
No,
With
they
the colored ones.
no.
Well, I
like
had the colored. Like my computer lab in middle school, I think, had those retro looking.
Yeah.
The IMAX with the big
Mm-hmm.
big IMAX with like the pinks and the greens and the blues. And,
Oh yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, those always look so cool.
I love those.
Yeah.
They're so cool. But yeah, we still had those, and then after that, we moved on to they were still like the boxy computers for the most part.
Yeah.
Dude, Rox
But-
had a really good point here. Yo. How long is it going to be until there's humans that can't physically write with a pen? Like, if they're not teaching
Oh,
penmanship, I didn't even think about that.
Oh yeah, most
You're right,
people
though.
most people are already not knowing how to write in cursive. Or
Yeah, they
read
took cursive out of the schools.
Yeah.
already. Yeah, so
But
that's
that's
how long until it's just writing.
God, that's a crazy thought, Roxy. That's nuts.
Right.
Analog clocks. Analog clocks are gone.
Yeah. People can't
Yeah,
read
for the
analog
most
clocks.
part,
So.
yeah.
Teaching
That's-
that anymore.
That's like the easiest thing ever. It's so stupid. It's a clock. It's a clock. It's really not that hard.
Yeah. Right.
Jesus. But okay, talking about not being able to physically write. This is something that legitimately happened. I observed this thing, and this is something that really like illuminated how much things have changed. So I'm a karaoke host, and I was hosting karaoke. People have to fill out the little slips, and this guy, he meant well. He totally acknowledged what he did and thought it was ridiculous. He was writing out the name of the song or the artist or whatever,
Mhm.
and he just stops and he was like, "Oh my God." I was waiting for autocorrect because I didn't know how to spell it, and I was writing, and my brain just was like waiting for autocorrect to autocorrect it. And he's like, "Holy shit!"
Whoa.
He's like, "That's crazy!" Like he recognized that it was nuts,
Yeah.
but I was just looking at him like, "Oh my God, this is where we've gotten to, where people just
Yeah.
physically writing.
Right.
They're just like
Yeah.
so used to these auto prompts coming up. It was
Yeah.
it was really bizarre. It freaked me out. That freaked me out. That one little moment in time where I was like, "Yo, people's brains are totally shifting right now."
Yeah.
And yeah, how long is it going to be before they're not able to fucking write
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
spell anything? Because with spell check and everything like that,
Right.
like people aren't really
Yeah.
caring about spelling very much. You don't have to spell good. You don't have to have
Yeah.
grammar anymore because apparently it's uncool to have grammar now. Punctuations.
Right.
Did you hear about how punctuations are offensive now?
No, I didn't hear about that.
What?
Apparently, if you're like the younger generation texting each other, if you put a period in between your sentences, it's seen as aggressive. It's seen as like you're pissed off, like. So a lot of times, if you see these memes or whatever, where it's like run-on sentences, and you're like, "What the fuck is happening?" and you're trying to
Yeah.
make
Oh,
sense of
yeah.
it, and you're like, "Wow, that was the weirdest, longest sentence that did not make sense." It's because apparently punctuation specifically the period is aggressive, and then commas, they're not using commas anymore. Like they're not teaching like the Oxford comma or just in general like using commas to separate. They're not even doing it.
Well, that's just ridiculous. Period.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
yeah, that's kind of insane.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Auto camel.
That's what somebody said on Monday.
Yeah.
Someone was trying to say autocorrect and it said auto camel and we had a good.
nice.
There you
Same
go,
with
pro Oxford comma.
same with art too, though, because like they're just coming out with the AI art.
Yes.
Like people are like creating whole like artistic images with
It's
just
really
typing
cool.
in keywords into
Yeah.
an AI.
It's
And
actually
it's like, when are
really.
people gonna stop using, just actually hand drawn?
Yeah. I feel like artists will always create with their hands, but I do feel like that is another unique way of creating, and it's kind of cool for people that
cool,
don't have
but-
the skill too,
Yeah.
that are not able to create with a pen. They're like, I can't draw a stick figure, but you can like type some words in and make something that's never been done before. So
Right.
that
Yeah.
part's cool, but it is taking away.
It is cool, but it's
Yeah.
crazy.
It is crazy. I'll have to show you later
Yeah.
if you guys want to see. I have the Wombo app, and I did like a bunch of them by putting in all these words. And
Oh, yeah.
some of them are like top notch, dude. Some of them are really fucking
Wow.
cool.
Yeah.
It was blowing my mind.
Nice.
And I was doing all across the board too. I kept throwing like real random opposite things out there. So it would be like rainbow pancake in the sky, and then I would be like broken coffin, bloody bones, or whatever. So I was doing like totally different visual spectrums,
Wow.
and it was really cool to see the kind of shit.
It
that
is
was coming
really
out.
cool
That's
what
cool.
like how it works and stuff, and what people come up with. But it's like that's another thing that it's like, how
How?
How?
why?
So on the music standpoint of that, like we were talking about art and how like people are doing it digitally and stuff, like musically there's been an incline in like the like programmed music and stuff. So it's like people aren't playing an instrument to play an instrument. It's like kind of just typing in how to do an instrument.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
especially for me as a drummer, it's kind of like I spent 20 years learning this craft.
Yeah.
And now people can just like bleep bloop and like do better than me and like
I know. You're like, this fucking bullshit.
like that sucks.
Yeah.
you
And
know,
then they're
like,
sitting there being like, "It's efficient. I didn't break a sweat."
it is. I mean,
But
I
it
can't
doesn't
even
have the heart
lie.
and soul in it. You
True,
doing
yeah.
what you do, it has so much to me. Everyone's different. So much more merit. A
Yeah.
physical human being sitting there and being able to keep a fucking tempo, keep
Yeah.
a rhythm, and being a badass. Like, this is why I honestly do not care for electronic music in 98% of cases. There's certain stuff where I'm like, okay, I can dig that it's kind of groovy in the background or whatever, but it doesn't feel as real or as skilled or as like important. Like,
Yeah.
I love someone picked up a guitar, they're picking up fucking drumsticks and they're making this music. It's
Yeah.
there is still definitely value to people that make digital music because they are creating something that has never been created before, and maybe they can't play all the instruments, but they're still able to take stuff from their head and turn it into a thing. So it's
Yeah.
cool for
Yeah.
that. But to me personally, I would rather listen to a drummer 100 times, 100% of the time, more than I'd listen to a fucking
Yeah.
sampler or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah. But it's interesting that that's kind of where the like where the trend went into, because like all the music on the radio now, none of it's like real,
No, it's bullshit. It's all shitty bullshit.
it's all programmed into
Yes.
existence. Yeah. And it's kind of like, I mean,
Yes.
I can understand it from a physical standpoint. Yeah, like it's shitty to like set up a whole drum set, mic a whole drum set, take hours to get the perfect take on the drum set, but it's like that feels better than just like
Yeah.
Yes.
But
You
that's
know.
what art is.
it is. Yeah, art is
me,
art is
at
pain.
least.
I agree. I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
Dusty Rockets gets it.
Yeah, and even Roxy's saying she like it enrages her to know that there are rock records that are using programmed drums.
Oh yeah.
Like, for the love of God.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to do it on your stupid fucking pop music or your whatever, EDM stuff that people like, that cool, because that goes with that. Fine.
Exactly.
But not
Boom
rock
bap is better than
music.
beep boop.
Yeah.
Boom bap is better than beep boop.
Yes.
I want that
Yeah.
on a shirt.
Yeah, that's a t-shirt.
Dude, yeah.
Let's get the shirt going.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's just it's taking the soul away, in
Yeah.
my opinion. And the younger generation is just, this is what we do, and you old people and you whatever,
Right.
rock music, blah 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 blah. But really, like, it's different, and the way that the youth is like seeing the world is different. The way that people are interacting is different,
Yeah.
and the kind of stuff that they're attracted to, it's super different. We've actually met some people, or some people's kids, that they're like, oh yeah, I don't listen to rock music. I have no idea about like any rock music. Like,
Yeah.
I completely have no idea. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand how you could not, how it's not even like, oh, it's playing, I don't know, in the grocery store, and you process it. It's like they just tune it out, just like
Yeah.
I tune out shitty pop music. I go into some fucking place that has shitty pop music. I just like tune it
Yeah.
out. Like, I'm not even processing it.
Yeah.
And they do the same fucking thing. So if you say, Led Zeppelin or whatever, Jimi Hendrix or something, they're like, oh, what the fuck you're talking about?
Yeah.
And that is crazy.
Do you want to know the scariest thing I've ever heard of?
Yeah.
This is weird.
Fucking do.
Okay. So, at my job, I have a couple of coworkers. We're kind of a small business, doing the property management thing. And when we had an office, we would, just discuss topics all the time, whatever. And, they knew I was in a band and whatnot. So I was just kind of doing like a survey, like, oh, like, what's your favorite band, whatever. And my coworker, Eddie, he was just like, I don't have that. I don't have a favorite band. I don't listen to music like that for, like, enjoyment.
What?
It's like, what? Like, there's people out there that just don't listen to music? Like, what?
There are.
That's bizarre.
I know.
That's what's wrong with the world. That
Yes.
explains everything.
More music. Yeah. But it's just weird. Like, like, talking to somebody, like, I understand if somebody listens to so much music they can't pick a favorite, like Roxy. But
Yeah.
people who are just like, I don't listen to music, I couldn't even tell you. I'm like, well, what kind of genre do you like? He's like, what does that mean? Like, what?
Or when you ask somebody, what kind of music do you like? Oh, I like just everything.
Yeah.
Okay, but like, what's like in your soul? What do you love? And they're like, whatever, just like, lots of different stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, can you not give me any kind of information here? Like, do you not have anything? Actually, my friend Doc, who does my tattoos, I was getting tattooed, and I just met his girlfriend for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And she's younger than, I forgot how old she is. She's 31. And I was going to get a Pink Floyd tattoo. So I was like, hey, like, can we listen to Pink Floyd while we're getting the Pink Floyd tattoo? It's totally appropriate. And she's like, yeah, it's interesting. I don't think I've ever actually heard Pink Floyd. Like, I've heard of them, but I don't think I've ever heard them. I was fucking, like, floored. And me and Dusty were both like, no, you've definitely heard Pink Floyd. Like, you 100% have. She's like, no, I know, I've heard the name. Like, maybe I've come across it at some point, but like, I can't think of anything specific. And we're like, trust me, there's especially specific songs that you will 100%, like, unless you're a deaf person, like, you have heard these songs. But the fact that there's a 31-year-old person, even if it's not like your favorite genre of music, but how have you not even ever been exposed to it or made the connection? This thing is Pink Floyd. Like, it doesn't have to be your favorite band ever. There's bands that are like not my favorite bands, but I still see their imagery and I can still recognize what they sound like, whether I like them or not.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, let's move it down. God damn it. Like,
Yeah.
or whatever. Like,
Fair
like,
dinkum, ladies.
yeah. But like, I'm still aware that it
Yeah.
exists. So it was super bizarro. So we pretty much listened to like 4 different Pink Floyd albums or whatever,
Nice.
which was cool because I was like, okay, well, here's Pink Floyd now. And then I was like, God, there's like pressure. Like, which one do I start with? Fuck, I guess we'll start with Dark Side of the Moon. Jeez, it's the most classic, So it was strange to think of people that don't even know. And it's like, even if you're younger and more into the relevant pop music of the time or whatever, like, this shit still fucking exists. Like, it's still out there.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Dusty's mind was blown too. We were looking at each other like, what the
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, you did make me listen to it.
You don't like System of a Down?
No, they're not my favorite.
Okay. not-
I
not for
appreciate
everybody.
them as far as like
Okay.
obviously
I
they're
understand.
super talented musicians.
sense.
I get it. Like they are very talented musicians.
Yeah.
It's just
I
it's-
feel like that
it
with a
grates
lot of
my
artists.
fucking nerves.
Yeah.
His voice grates my fucking nerves.
Oh, I think he's a
It
great
really
voice.
does.
Oh,
See,
yeah,
that's
it's
the
just
weird.
I love his
annoying.
voice.
Yeah. It's that like Arabic kind of like thing. Yeah. It is very
Unique.
like yeah.
I just like
It
that
is
it's
very
unique.
unique.
Yeah, it's
This-
like that Middle Eastern kind of like tonal kind of. I love that whole thing. It's cool.
Oh, you had a
Oh,
friend
what?
with the Beatles and a friend that sat and painted plates and binge listened. Okay, so your friend did not even ever listen to the fucking Beatles. Wow, that's a toughie. Actually, me and Roxy have had some conversations about the Beatles. But you know, and Roxy's even like, "Why do you don't know the Beatles?" But
Right.
there's a lot of Beatles out there, Rox. I'm looking at you. There's a lot of it out there.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Yeah, I listen to some, but I'm like, you never listen to all the Beatles. God damn it, it's so good."
Right.
Actually, I was picking up today. Had the fucking Beatles on. Abbey Road was on when I picked you guys up. Fucking jam. But yeah, the fact that some people miss like huge things, like completely, like, oh, I don't even know who that is. You know,
Yeah.
never heard of him in my life. And you're like, oh, how is this even a thing?
Yeah.
You know, like it's so weird.
Well, so like me being a musician and doing a lot of cover work and stuff, like I know a lot of songs, right? Like I know probably 1,000 songs. But yeah, I mean, we get requested some songs. I'm just like, I can't believe I've never heard of this. And like, you know, Roxy and Chris looking at me like, dude, it's fucking this guy. And I'm like, you know,
Well,
like,
like
it's out of my
Kiri.
element, man.
Kiri, dude, that whole thing with
Oh, yeah,
that's where he's like, that's a fake song. Same thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I mean, okay, so it was like a early '80s song, you know,
Yeah.
but it was still like around and on and stuff like that.
yeah, right.
And it's not the most popular song of all time, but like it's a pretty common like earworm kind of song. And the fact that he was like, I've literally never heard it in my life, and we're like, oh. And it's funny, and now it's the joke that it's like fake song. I love it. It's hilarious. It's like the funniest thing ever. But like, yeah, like certain things, if you just you're like, I've never heard this, and
Yeah.
we're like, Chris, how have you literally never? Six Underground by fucking Sneaker Pimps. Like, I don't know how you'd go along without having at least come across it. Like, it's on the Saint soundtrack, which is a great fucking movie.
See, that means nothing to me. I don't know any of that.
I wonder if you heard it, you might actually recognize
There are a lot
it,
of there
you
are a
know?
lot of songs out there that like I have definitely heard, but I have definitely like I've not heard enough to know what the song is called or who the artist is. So like sometimes it comes on and I'm just like, oh, I know that song. No clue anything about it though. I
Yeah.
don't know, like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know what it's called. Don't know who sings it.
I just
or-
assume it's
Sure.
Sting. It's always Sting.
Yeah, it's interesting the
I'm
things
like
that get
with Madonna. I just assume it's
missed.
Madonna.
Me too.
right, right.
And Roxy has to tell me all the time. She's like, not Madonna. I'm like, so then I hear a song. I thought, oh, what song was it? Oh, for some reason I thought Xanadu was Madonna. For some reason, I don't know why I thought that.
chick 80s singer.
I just
person.
always put that together, and I was like Madonna. Roxy's like, no.
No.
Yeah.
Like-
So now anytime we hear Madonna out in public, we're like, this is Madonna.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's so funny because
This
we
is
had this
Madonna.
entire thing. I had to like sit Dusty down at a point. We were in Finland, and it had been such a running joke for so many years that I was like, okay, listen, sit down. We need to have a talk. We need to talk about Madonna right now. We're going to go over the like some of the most famous Madonna songs, so you could never say I've never heard this song
Right.
before. Because at karaoke, I think it was me or somebody saying, I think it was Lucky Star or something, which is like it was one of the most popular fucking Madonna songs ever, you know. And he was just like, I've never heard this song in my life, and I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, it's one thing if you don't listen to Madonna, you don't have the albums. I get you. You don't have to be like a Madonna fan, but this was like one of the quintessential top 80s songs of all time.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
how could you not even make the connection that it's Madonna or notice her voice?
Yeah,
Her
right.
voice is very distinct.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the one too. Yeah, we were on tour and we heard "Let's Get Physical" in one of the truck stops. I was like, oh, Madonna, right? And I was like,
Oh, and Madonna.
no, wait, no, it's Olivia Newton-John. I'm like, wait, hang on a second. Like,
Okay,
she had
okay. Good to
to, yeah,
recalibrate.
she had to correct me, but I was like, oh yeah, that's fucking right, huh? Like, totally forgot about that. But I was
Yeah.
like, Madonna, right? Because it sounds like that similar.
You just
it's-
think all chicks sound the same. is
Yeah,
what you're
I mean,
saying.
Roxy's Madonna, I guess.
all 80s.
Yeah, all
chicks.
Yeah.
female 80s singers.
I mean, were they not
I
though?
mean, I have that a little
They all
bit
wanted
because
to be. They were all trying to be.
Who didn't want
Yeah.
to be Madonna? I want to be fucking Madonna. Like,
That's fair. And like, unfortunately, I have that a lot because I know a lot of songs out there. Like, if I hear a song, I can say I've definitely heard that. But I was always the type of person to just like put on music, put on songs on like Pandora or Spotify or whatever, and not pay attention or look at my you know, my iPod or my phone or, you know, anything like that growing up to know what song it was, like what the song was called, or who, like there are a lot of times where I'll just put on, like, if I know the artist, I'll put on the artist's songs and I'll listen to all their songs, but I won't be looking at what song it is each time I'm, you know,
That makes sense.
Like,
listening to the song, so I don't know
like
what
back
the
in
song's
day,
called
we
or
had
who plays it
CDs
or
like we had CDs or cassettes or whatever it was. We had a thing that you put on that was this specific artist, and you had to put it on specifically to listen to it and to like you would take it in as this person or this band or whatever. But now with like Spotify, Pandora, and like you shuffle things or radio stations are built, there's stuff that pops up all the time on your stations or in your shuffles that you hear always, but you don't know who it is. You don't grasp who it is. You don't get over there and save it in time.
Yeah.
But
right. There are
I'm
so many
worse about
songs
it now,
out there
too.
that I love, and I know I love the songs, but I wouldn't be able to tell you what the song's called or who sings it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Who plays
I'm
it.
right between both of you because like I did what you did, but with YouTube. I looked up the song and artist because I liked that song.
Yeah.
And it's like I never did like the Pandora playlist thing really. I just kind of like, oh, I like this artist. I wonder what the rest of their stuff sounds like. But it's like, okay, I searched this specific song from this specific artist. Oh, they have more songs. Cool.
Yeah.
So
Kind
I
of
do
thing.
that with
Yeah.
I've got one playlist on Spotify that when I hear
Yeah,
something
it's
I
totally
like,
different.
I throw that song in this playlist to specifically go back and look for it again.
Yeah.
But it's got to be at a time whenever I feel like listening to that.
Yeah.
And at this point, that playlist is like 8 hours long or something like
Yeah,
that.
Right.
same. Yeah, I started doing that with my Spotify too. Like when I listen to songs, you know, make sure to like the song so it goes into my liked songs playlist, and then I'm like, oh, I'll remember it after that, and then
and then never
I'll
again.
look through my liked songs playlist, and I'm like, what fucking song is that?
Right.
And then I play it. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I liked that song.
Thanks, Chid. Hi, Chid.
Chid.
Chad.
Welcome back. I love you. I'm so glad to see you.
Heck yeah.
Hooray.
You
Oh
still
my
can't hear me? I'm
Still
like,
can't hear Dusty.
I'm like
He's-
licking the microphone right now. You can't hear me.
Close the microphone.
No one
He
can hear me.
he's
Thanks
screaming
for
at
the
the top of his lungs.
resub. Actually, I wonder if we change the little microphone setting thing.
Whoop.
Oh, no. Hold on, it's in the back.
Yeah, it's that one right here.
Okay. This guy. That one?
Yeah, it's got like different directional things on it.
Okay.
So it's
So that,
We're
that brought
gonna-
the gain down, so we're quiet now. They can't hear us.
you'll have to turn
What?
off on that.
Turn the
Oh,
gain.
I fucking
Yeah,
turned
turn
the
the
wrong
gain.
damn
Yeah,
knob.
wrong
Sorry.
knob.
This
The
one.
wrong knob.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, make
Maybe
it-
that'll be good.
Make it omnidirectional.
That one, right?
Yeah, because
We
we generally have it where it's just facing forward. And I'm
I
over on
can't
the
see
side
that the
now.
whole
should be
time.
good, that should be good.
Okay. Like, what does it say?
Yeah.
Let us know
God,
if
good.
that works.
The
Yeah,
whippersnappers
hopefully
got
that's
this.
better.
Can you hear me now? Test, testing. Am I real?
Testes.
Am I a real person?
Testes.
Do we
Yeah,
exist?
better? Okay.
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 Okay. Good,
Testes,
good, 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 good,
testes.
good,
1, 2, 3.
good. Awesome. Yeah, he's not usually off to the side like that. So, there you go. Yeah, I'm glad that you are here.
Yeah.
Chid, I love you. It's so nice to see you. Okay, good. Good. We
Yay.
can hear you now.
Hooray.
Yay.
It's the first time ever that anybody can hear him, so
Yeah.
it's great. Surprise. We'll be sitting in a fucking dead quiet room. Literally a pin drop. Zero sounds. Not even like the ambient sounds of a fan or like nothing. And he could be 3 feet away from me. And I
like, what?
can't fucking hear him. Oh my god damn. There is no excuse. You're 3 feet away from me in a quiet room.
Chid's in Banff. What the heck? I'm so jealous.
You're in Banff.
You gotta-
I love that.
You got to send us a picture in the Discord, man.
Dude, that is so awesome.
Yeah, super rad.
Oh, hi, Krista.
Yeah. Krista, hi. Wow, really? It went from mono to sounding like I'm in the room. Oh, good.
Oh,
Okay.
maybe you should
Well,
just
I'm
leave it
so
at this
glad.
then.
Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Feels
Yeah,
inclusive. Yeah.
Yeah, at first we had done it on the other setting to try to cut down on like cat shenanigans or whatever happening
Bannon called it.
out there.
Cat
Cat
shenanigans.
shenanigans.
Nice.
You can be
But
in the
good.
band.
So
wanna be in the
does it
band.
sound better to everybody else too? Tell me if it legit sounds better, because we'll just keep it on that
Yeah.
forever.
I fixed it.
Forever. You did.
Ooh.
Thanks. Yeah. I was like, which one? There's
But
all these little
how?
tiny circles I could be
So the speakers in there turned this way and just no.
Oh, that's so funny. Good. Okay, I'm so glad that it sounds better. That is the fucking best.
Cool. All right.
Okay. Go
New
team.
constant
Yeah, we
success.
did it.
Fucking great. Yes.
All right. End stream. That's all we
Yeah.
needed.
Yeah.
This was
Yeah.
just a
Right. All
sound
right.
check.
Bye.
Just a sound check, yeah.
Cool. Okay, that's amazing.
Oh, cool. okay.
Awesome.
Good, good, good. Yeah.
Sweet. Okay.
So, well, let's
Don't
like
touch
to
anything now.
take this moment to talk about lunar peculiars.
Okay.
Ooh.
Let's
Yay.
do it. I'm excited. I'm like, oh, this is so important right now that we talk about Jordan's amazing, brand new business that sells the most badass shit ever. So
Yep.
tell us the tales.
Yeah. So I started a kind of like a crystal metaphysical oddity shop.
Spooky.
Spooky. And yeah, I just recently started. I've been planning it for such a long time, and I launched it a little bit early because I don't have everything that I want on there. But it's going to keep growing, and it's going to be awesome. But yeah,
so
I'm
awesome.
selling.
You gotta start somewhere, you know. You don't have
Yeah,
to
no,
do
like,
it like
I
full
had
blown.
to I had to get into like I'm that person that's like I cannot put anything out into the world unless I am like completely finished with it and it's like perfect, and I need to stop being like
Welcome to the music business.
that. I know. I know.
No, it's true. I understand having that expectations because you're very creative, so you have this vision,
Yeah.
and you want the vision to be
Yeah.
portrayed in the way that you see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at
makes
that
sense.
point, if I do that, then I'm never gonna put anything out, and I'm just gonna be sitting with all of my inventory in my room,
Exactly.
just like not getting rid of it. And
So it's better to start somewhere.
yeah,
for
so
sure.
I'm starting somewhere. Yes, but I'm selling crystals. I'm selling metaphysical items like intention jars and other things like that. I've got jewelry. I'm making jewelry with snakeskin and with butterfly wings that Sammy gifted to me, and they're freaking beautiful.
I have been loving seeing them being used in the things
Yeah.
that you're making. It makes me so happy.
Me too. Yeah,
And
it
they're
really
so
does.
They're
They are
beautiful.
Really pretty. Yeah. But yeah, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm doing some oddities, arts and stuff like with the jewelry, and then I'm gonna be doing more shadow boxes and like insect pinning and
It's the second one.
some taxidermy stuff. It's the that one. Yeah, somebody took my name like right after I
After you
posted
did
my-
it?
Yeah, after
Yeah.
I did it. And I was like, I took the usernames with a period in the middle because I liked how it like separated the names and it wasn't like one you know,
One word.
one word. But now I look like the secondary account because somebody went in there and
Ah. Do you have an LLC?
no, well I have a sole proprietorship for it, so
Well, then tell them to knock it off.
it's not copyrighted though. Like the name isn't copyrighted.
Yeah.
So I have the DBA, but doesn't stop people from being able to use the same name.
Those fucking
So-
bastards. Do you need me to go rough some people up for you?
Oh, that was if you go into, it would probably be better to look on the Instagram, because that one
Okay.
is I kind of took over my old business page with my new one.
Oh,
so
let's do it. Okay.
yeah, or you can look at you can go into my website and show people all the stuff on my website.
What do you prefer? What's the best thing to show?
Do the website. That's got everything on there. So if you do lunarpeculiars.bigcartel.com.
I'm a really good typer. I'm so fast.
Oh, yeah. So good.
And I have like
So
fuzz
speedy.
hanging off of me just to make it extra
Oh, what happened?
distracting. No. Oh,
Oh yeah, put it in the.
damn it. I missed the R.
Ah.
Well, it came up.
I can't
Roxy Gun
see.
Project Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking
Put it in
weird.
your URL bar
That's
instead of the
weird.
search bar. That might be just like kind of drag that. Boop. Throw it in the up in the up there.
Where is it? here. No.
Should just be right here.
I don't know where
Should just be right here.
Oh, there you go.
Should be.
It is.
Oh.
I just didn't know it.
It didn't
It
grab
was
Click-
all
do
smooth.
the right click and
Yeah.
It's a Mac to use, Max.
No.
It's already copied. Oh,
It's-
then you have to
yeah.
hit Command V.
I
to
did,
drop
and it didn't do it.
What?
Oh, I hate
Did
you.
you Control
Technical
C is
difficulties.
copy.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, and then Control V.
There we go.
there.
We got
Thanks,
it.
There we
Okay.
go.
Woo! Okay, we are so good at stuff right now. I don't even know.
so weird.
Sweet. Okay. So is there a landing page, or is this just like it just goes
That
right to-
is the landing page,
Okay,
so
cool.
it has like a select number of my products and stuff.
Oh,
And
these are fucking beautiful points. Oh my god.
those are all the ones that I have on sale because they are imperfect, so they're like chipped or scratched.
So
or...
they need homes.
Yeah, they need homes. If you would like to adopt a
Yeah, adopt a crystal.
adopt a
That's so
crystal,
cool.
adopt a damaged crystal.
That would actually be a fun, like, random one.
Yeah.
Adopt
Right.
a random crystal that needs
Yeah.
love. And
Look at
needs
that
a
dagger, man.
home.
That's like
Dude,
my
that's fucking
that's my shit right
sick.
there. Yeah.
That's so amazing.
Yeah.
I still wanted to hunt vampires with.
Wow.
Yeah, like there's the
Yeah.
butterfly earrings. Those are made with
Yeah.
real butterfly earring or butterfly wings.
That's so awesome. I'm so glad that you have
Yeah.
them.
And then the snakeskin necklace.
She makes cool little
Oh, that's
jars too of herbs.
awesome.
Yeah, those are the
Yeah.
intention jars.
Yeah. And that's from our
So-
snake too. That snake skin's from our personal snake.
Yeah,
That's
those
so
yeah, all of the
cool.
snakeskin products come from our pets.
Yep.
Our pet snakes.
I love that. They're helping.
So yeah, it's all as consciously, ethically sourced as possible. Yeah.
Yeah, snakes shed naturally anyway. It's not like we're peeling it off them or anything like that.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's
Oh, yeah.
So it's just some people don't know that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of
Snakes are paying rent.
there's a lot of snake propaganda out there.
There is.
That's weird.
Yeah. But yeah, when they shed their skin, I just kind of like collect it and make some art with it. And
Yeah.
Love it.
yeah.
Telling Roxy to staple her ears.
Nice.
Damn.
Just a suggestion.
Mean. Okay, we reached the end of the line. That's
So there's
fucking awesome.
if you go off to the tab
Okay.
on the side there, then it has the menu of all my stuff.
Oh, very nice. Let's check out these intention jars. I want to know more. Oh, there's only one in there right now.
Yeah, well, I have all of them in one listing. So you go in there and you pick out the size and the type.
Okay, let's see.
So I have like different pictures for them.
Okay, so the type options.
She does the wax sealing herself too. The process is really cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you can't see shit because it's
Oh yeah.
hiding behind things, and that sucks. But I will narrate. So with the intention jars, you can choose self-love and confidence, or positivity, anti-anxiety, luck and prosperity, and protection from negative energies. Those are all very important things with the intention that you
Yeah.
can put in there.
Yeah, so you can pick a different pick a intention that you want to focus on, and I filled the jar with herbs and crystals that represent those intentions. You just like keep it on you or keep it at home, and just
I love
just let it do its thing for your life.
I
And they're
love
so
it.
cute.
That is so cool. What a wonderful idea. I really, really enjoy that. Do you do any kind of like ritualistic type of thing over it, or is it just your intention going into it is what makes it the
Yeah, well, I
intention
mean,
jar?
I do anytime somebody orders one or I make one for somebody, I sit at my table, I light incense, and I cleanse the jar with incense, and then I just really focus on the intention that I'm trying to put, or that I'm wanting to put into the jar as I'm filling it with the herbs and stuff. And then same with lighting the candle, like each of the candle colors, like I work with color magic for the wax sealing. So like for the anti-anxiety, the one that mini one is an anti-anxiety
Oh,
jar,
because you
and
get the
that has
lavender, which
purple-
is like calming
yeah,
and everything.
it has lavender, it has
Rose.
chamomile, it has rose.
I like that.
Yeah, it has amethyst chips in there, and then it has the purple wax seal,
Really like
which
that.
is
That's awesome.
yeah.
What a cool thing.
Yeah, so
I
I
love it.
focus on they're all made to order, so I focus on the individual who ordered it and, the intentions that I'm trying to put into the jar.
So cool.
Yeah.
And then what about this one? What's going on in this guy here? Is it rosemary and rose?
Yeah, there's rosemary, there's I believe there's rose in there, there's lavender. Oh, that's my self-love one. So I put carnelian crystals in there, the rosemary, rose, hibiscus, lavender, and then I think there's either cinnamon or cloves in there.
Are we using
so
it? Are we using the
nice.
thing?
Huh?
That's your bad witch energy one, right?
Oh, that yeah. I haven't named
Hell
it yet,
yeah.
but that's yeah.
That's the
Kind
idea.
of,
Though.
What?
kind of calling it the bad witch energy
Bad
one
witch
because it's
energy.
like
Yeah.
self-love and confidence.
Okay.
So you could be a bad witch.
Bad witch.
Like,
Like-
ba- oh,
like bad
I see, I
bitch,
see.
yeah.
I was like,
bitch. Yeah, but a
I
bad
feel like
witch.
that's not
yeah.
bad. No,
Oh,
I
it's
got,
good,
I
yeah.
got it. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
Roxy says she has that one too.
Yeah, I
That's
made
so
that one for
cool.
Roxy.
Heck yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
I really like it. What a very cool thing to
Yeah, I
do.
think those intention jars are
That's
one of
special.
my favorite things that you do. I
Yeah,
love them.
yeah,
Yeah.
I love
Super cool.
those.
Yes. Have you made any little intention pendants that people could wear?
I'm going to be listing those on the website soon. I'm going to do like mini jars of mini intention jars that people can wear around their neck and have on them like at all times.
That's
Yeah, you have a couple you're
awesome.
working on too.
I have some that I'm working
Yeah.
on, yeah. I just haven't listed them yet.
That's so cool. I think
Yeah.
that'll be really nice. Oh yeah, because here's some of the necklace stuff. Gosh darn it! I need to smoosh the bottom of it. Oh, there we go. Okay.
I feel like plain toast with his
not
spell
doing
work
it.
that he does would really like
Oh, there you go.
the pendants and the jars.
Oh yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I bet
I
you're
could see
right.
him using them.
These are so fucking beautiful.
So that's the moss we collected here in Seattle, actually. Right?
That is.
And then it's the
Yep.
wings that I gave you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the little purple.
Yeah.
You got super green moss too. It's pretty bright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Ooh,
Yeah.
lady,
I call
you
those
should
I
get
call those
some.
little like my little fairy garden necklaces.
Oh, it is totally a
Yeah.
fairy garden.
Like there's I think the other one that's listed there has put pyrite chunks
Ooh,
on the
oh,
outside of
yeah.
the pendant to kind of make it like kind of
That's
3D-ish.
so beautiful.
Yeah. So it looks super.
Have you ever made any that you
Very
put glitter in? Just sprinkled a little glitter in there? Or are you not a glitter person?
I'm not usually a glitter person because I don't like that it's not sustainable.
That's fair.
But if I could find some like sustainable glitter, I would totally work with it.
They do
Yeah.
have some.
I know I've seen some.
I don't know too
Yeah.
much about it or what it's made of, but that's cool. I'm glad that you care. I
Yeah.
love glitter, and then I'm like, oh, I'm sorry because I loved it forever, and then I found out that it was
Yeah.
like not so
Yeah,
awesome.
I know.
for
And even with
women.
even with my packaging, I'm trying to be as sustainable as possible. So all of the if I use bubble wrap or plastic packaging, it's all secondhand that from packages that I've received, and I'm
That
reusing
is
it, or I'm
awesome.
using biodegradable packaging.
And the paper tape and all that
And
stuff.
the paper tape, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm using paper tape.
That's
I'm
great.
trying to cut down.
Love that.
Yeah, if I'm using plastic, it's only because it's reused. Other than that, I'm not using plastic. So I'm trying to be as ethical and sustainable as possible.
I am so glad that you are.
Yeah, and I mean with crystals, it's impossible to say that you're 100% ethical, just because the process of mining crystals is not the most ethical in the first place.
Sure.
But I do my best to make sure that any suppliers that I use don't, or they pay their miners proper wages. They are not using child labor, and they're just
Good.
being as ethical as possible.
That is good.
So.
And it's giving people jobs in those
Yeah.
places too.
So-
as long as they're
Yeah.
not being exploited,
Yeah.
then that's
So
that's
in
good.
because of that, some of the crystals may be a little bit more expensive than in some other places. Usually, if you find crystals for super cheap, it's because it's not ethical or it's not ethically sourced. So
beautiful.
prices will depend on the suppliers that I get them from, and if it's, more ethically sourced, then it's going to be a little bit more expensive for me.
Absolutely.
So,
Well, it's like buying
yeah.
organic versus buying
Pretty
food
much.
with poison sprayed all over it.
Pretty
you know?
much,
It's
yeah.
like, okay, you can get poison food. It's going to be cheaper, but you could actually get something that's like not poisoning you.
Yeah.
You gotta pay more for it. So
True.
I think it's
Yeah.
it's good.
And I used to do,
to
if you go
that.
into the home and altar tab, I used to do my thrifting and reselling. I'm going to be adding more items to that soon because I don't have all of them up yet. But with the candlesticks, before I was doing this, I was doing thrifting and reselling of like vintage antique items. And I wanted to be able to still incorporate that into my business now because I had a lot of fun doing that. So yeah, I'm going to be adding like, anything that I find in thrift stores that would be great for, home decor, altar space.
That's awesome.
I'm going to be putting up there too.
I love
So-
that. I
If
think
you saw the
that's
spheres,
really,
you put
really,
the
really
spheres
cool.
on there. Let's
Yeah,
make it
yeah,
look
those
fuck
double
yeah,
as
dude.
yeah, you
Oh,
could totally
shit.
use. I use brass candlesticks as sphere stands for my crystal
It
spheres.
looks so cool.
Oh, that
looks- it
menorah we
looks
saw
really
today,
cool.
you could put
I
8
could.
crystals
I could
on
put,
it.
like little 8 little mini spheres. Yeah.
That'd
It's
have been
funny.
really
We
cool.
we went to Target today after they got here, and we're like, okay,
Sword?
let's go
Sword?
see if they still have Halloween stuff. It's Target. Halloween's the best. And they were like cleared the fuck out. Like they barely had anything.
Yeah.
And there was a couple shelves that had some things.
There you
And this one shelf that had like random Halloween stuff, and then there was just 2 menorahs.
Yeah.
Like with the Halloween things.
Yeah.
And then it said,
Yeah, right.
what did it say? Mantle something or other? Like
Yeah.
the little like
Yeah.
tag on it said something about a mantle something.
Oh yeah, it said mantle.
Brass mantle
Yeah,
something, or I don't know.
Something like that, yeah.
But we were like,
don't
what
know.
the fuck is fucking... That is a menorah. Someone
Yeah,
shoved
that
it
is a
into the Halloween section. And it's not even like, oh, we're starting to do holiday stuff over here. It was just
No.
2 menorahs. But yeah. It's
Yeah.
like someone didn't know. They're like, whoa, it's like a spooky candle
Candelabra
holder.
thing, yeah.
Candelabra. Like, it's literally...
But it's a menorah.
You know, I
But
mean,
just saying, you could use this for crystal holders. That way
Yeah.
you get 8 crystals
Yeah.
to be held.
But yeah, I also have if you want to put it in the chat, or maybe I can. I have discount codes.
Ooh.
Or I have a discount code that you can use to get 10% off of your purchase. Since I'm
amazing.
just starting out, I want to get as much attention to the site as possible, and to give you guys
Absolutely.
kind of like a little bit off. So if you use code LUNAR, LUNAR, in checkout, then you'll get 10% off your whole order.
That is
So
awesome.
yes,
Yay.
Just LUNAR.
LUNAR.
Oh, Tavia just popped up.
Hi, Tavia.
Tavia.
thank you.
Hello.
So if you go on the website, you use that code, you'll get 10% off your entire order.
Cool.
And even
Oh,
if you
that's
can't
awesome.
order anything, just like the page. That helps
Yeah,
too.
yeah, I would love if you liked the Instagram or shared it to anybody who you thought would, or you think would like the items and stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like
just
Lady
starting
and,
up
and
is-
Krista and Sarah are all pumped, especially Krista, my very dear friend Krista. I
Yeah.
feel like this shit is like all 100,000,000% up her alley. So yeah, so like
Yeah.
she said, share with your friends. That
Yeah,
you
I
think
would totally love
enjoy
that because
too.
starting up a small business is a lot of work and a lot of money.
Yeah.
It is,
Yeah,
yeah.
it really is.
But
yeah.
the holidays are
it's-
coming,
Yeah,
so it's a great time.
perfect time
for people
for
to
Christmas
support.
gifts or
Or Halloween
Ha-
/ Hanukkah
yeah.
gifts.
Yeah,
Hanukkah
for
gifts.
sure.
Yeah,
Since those are the same thing,
yeah right.
according to Target.
Apparently, yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Well, you
Yeah.
have some really great prices on there too. Like some of those prices are fantastic. Aw, think of me for those gifts. You got it. I will. I will
What do we
think
call
of
it?
you.
Hanukkah? Yes.
Roxy just said Hanukkah-ween.
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 Oh, that's good too.
Yeah.
I like Hanukkah. It's got a
Halloween.
Halloween. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's great. That's fucking great. I love it. I
Yeah.
love that you're doing this business,
I'm
and
so
I love
excited.
that you are collecting all of these awesome things.
Yeah, Alf knows starting up a small business is rough.
Yeah. You didn't have your little crystal dicks on there, though. Why didn't you
Oh,
put
I
your
do.
crystal
I do have them on there.
They are?
Yeah.
Hold up. We got to find the
I have
crystal
little
dicks.
crystal
You didn't
dicks and
show off
crystal
the crystal
vulvas. If you
dicks?
go
Where's those
into
dicks?
the carvings
Oh, I
one
got you, girl.
tab.
Let's do it.
They got pins.
She gave me as a present one time. She's like, I got
scroll
this.
down.
This is for you.
Yeah.
And it was the fucking best that she'd ever
I think they're toward the bottom.
Okay.
They always
I've got
are.
mushrooms. I got little mushroom
Yay!
carvings.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
realize I missed this section.
And
This is
Mother
great.
Earth carvings.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Look at these fucking mushrooms. Oh my god. These are so cool. Sarah, did someone say crystal dicks?
Yes, crystal
Yep.
dicks right there.
Yeah,
Dicks.
crystal dicks. And then crystal lady bits. Oh,
And I have
love
more
it.
of them. Yeah, if you keep
That's
scrolling, there's different
okay.
kinds.
Sorry, I was like
Yep.
mesmerized by the dicks and
Pins.
badges.
Yep.
I love it. Beans. That's really cute. Yeah.
I know. They're so little. It's so cute.
That's fucking great. These are awesome. Oh my god. I know it's probably just a reflection, but it looks like
No, it
eyes
is.
and a little
Oh,
mouth.
that.
It
Oh,
looks
yeah.
like a little happy.
No, that's the. I
Heart.
think that's the carving or the
Really?
pattern in the stone there.
Then
Yeah.
that's a happy
And then it also
heart
has-
going like this.
Yeah. It also has angel aura coating, like rainbow coating
I
on
love
it. So
the angel aura. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not all about size, Joey. Jeez. The pins are doing their best.
It's the motion
I said they're little
and
and
the
cute.
ocean.
It's a good thing.
I fucking
Yeah.
love it. This is great. This is so cool.
Yeah, I'm super excited and passionate about this, and it's really cool to have a business that I care so much about. So
I'm so glad. I'm
Yeah.
really glad that you do.
I yeah,
It's important
I
to
want more than
love what we
anything for
do.
this to just like work out and to be, my thing for the rest of my life.
I think you can. I mean,
Yeah.
people are buying predominantly online now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get all these options of stuff that you can have at your fingertips. And as long as you have a decent website, which you do, you have your super cool logo. It looks legit. You
Yeah.
know, it's not a scammy site. The pictures are really well done, and they're all really like standard. So there's like the same kind of backgrounds and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not super chaotic. Like it's really good for the eye. I feel like there's a really good eye
Yeah.
flow, and it seems like a trustworthy site. So I hope that you can get more and more traffic. Maybe it would be good during the holiday time to do an ad, like to do one of the
Yeah.
Instagram ads or whatever, Google ads or something like that, just to try to like get the boost.
Yeah. I've done a couple, or I've done like one so
Did
far,
you?
I think. Yeah, like when I first launched the website, I did a sponsored ad thing, and those are always like hit or miss because the algorithm and Instagram just likes to take your money and not show your post to everybody.
True story.
So
Yeah, no, you know what? Now that
Yeah.
you're saying that, I did hear recently that they changed some of
yeah,
the
so
specifics.
I'm trying to spread
That
as like
sucks.
organically as possible, and then just I'll do ads on special occasions if I feel like throwing a couple bucks into that. But
Yeah.
Yeah, was it you did an ad
Yeah,
one
that's
time and
fair.
it showed your demographic? It's like, oh, we're reaching out to predominantly like 40-year-old men. It's like, why? That's not that's not the demographic here.
that
Like,
was for my
strange.
photography page from on my
Oh, was it?
photography
Oh, I thought it
Instagram.
was for-
yeah,
okay,
I
I
was
thought it was
like
for
I
this.
was advertising Mother's Day photography special thing, or and then some like wedding photography stuff. And it was like, I was looking at my insights, and it was like, so like 90% of your post, or 90% of the people who are viewing your post are like 40-year-old men.
That is so bizarre.
Like,
Wow.
why?
Sarah,
They're not
here's the
ones who's
Facebook
gonna
page, babe.
book me.
Sarah asked if you have a Facebook page. So I was
Oh
pulling it
yeah,
up just so you
kind
could
of.
see it.
I mean, I had a
God, how is that
I
not
just kind of
linked
took
already?
over my old, because I had a Facebook page for my my thrifting and like reselling and my furniture flipping business that I was doing before, and I just switched over to that one. So
Okay.
yeah, so I just it's bare bones, but it's there.
yeah.
There.
It's
And
there.
Alf, that's a good point. Like, look for trade shows and events, like doing like fairs and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's difficult in Vegas. you know, there's not much of that going around in Vegas, but
Really?
not much.
There's so much shit going on in Vegas. They don't
Not
have
that,
lots
though.
of fun.
I mean, they've got
Aw.
like First Friday, and they have that I might try to look into doing, and then yeah, aside from that, there's not a whole lot.
Well, before
So-
we were talking about punk rock flea market, and I was telling you that sometimes it's a nightmare to vend, but I will say, after you get past the initial annoyance of the situation, it's a really great event, and there's so many people that come through. If you ever wanted to come up, and it's a cheap booth fee. If you want
Yeah.
to come up and bring a suitcase full of your stuff,
Yeah.
you know,
That would be awesome.
we can help, and that could at least get out there. And if you were able to do maybe some kind of little stuff like that, even if there's maybe Christmas markets, do they have any Christmas markets or anything like that they do for holiday time?
I don't know.
Not that I know of.
Vegas?
I don't know of
Damn.
any.
You guys have everything except for the stuff that you
Yeah.
need to have to like get people to come out, like
Right.
little crafty fairs. Like, you want Blue Man Group? We got you. You want Britney Spears? We got you. You want to go buy some
Yeah.
cool rocks?
Right.
Damn it.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's like one of the first places that shut down during the pandemic was our favorite oddity shop
Yeah.
downtown.
That
And
place
it's
is so
like,
badass.
Yeah, any, you know, those types of businesses, I guess, like just don't get a whole lot of love. So
Dang.
I'm really glad that Cemetery Pulp came around, you know, because they seem to be doing well, and I hope they stick around.
They're amazing. I
But
enjoyed
yeah,
that
like
shop
I don't see oddity
much.
shops like staying.
Yeah. Haunted Tea Room, though, might have a
Oh yeah,
place for you. That might be cool.
yeah.
Well,
Good-
that
good
sounds
thinking.
fun. Why didn't you guys take me to a haunted tea room?
We didn't know
They
about
just
it.
opened.
Yeah.
They had just
Okay,
opened.
that's
Like
the only
Roxy and I
acceptable
went, and they had
answer.
just opened like
Really?
3 weeks prior.
They went without
Yeah.
me. Can you believe that?
We had a girl date.
They got me coffee, though, so that was good.
I did.
Aw, I'm glad you guys
Was
had
it
a good
haunted?
date, though.
It was Beetlejuice coffee.
It was,
What's the deal? What's
It was
the,
banana
what's the
nut
deal?
Yeah.
Is it like a super cute decorated?
yeah, it's like
little
they.
shop?
It's like a little tea shop. Like you can get some like tea and coffee there, but then it's also like a spooky little Halloween store.
No way.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
you can buy like some clothes and some decorations and stuff like that. It's really
badass.
cute.
Well, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's that
about
one, the
this thing.
Halloween
Let's see.
Emporium, and
Okay, let's see. Oh, fucking ads. Cookies. Can we exploit you with these cookies? I guess. Cute. That's so cute. Welcome, mortals. See? No. Okay. I want to see like some photos of her or something. Let's see. Spirits have spoken and they can't wait to meet you. Cute. Okay, here we got some. Oh, now we're look at that. That's right up the alley.
Oh man, this is cool.
Are you trying to be scary?
Yeah, it's spooky.
spooky.
You're freaking me out, man. Ah!
It's a cool mug.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have like a bunch of different coffees and teas.
That's so cool.
That you can get.
Oh my god, it's super Halloween. Oh, they have the bones.
Yeah,
I have not tried the bones coffee yet.
That's
But I've
that's
been
the
really
coffee I
wanting.
got.
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah.
the coffee shop of horrors. Yeah,
That stuff was so
Coffee
good.
shop of horrors. You know what that makes me think of? The
Yep.
Little Shop of
Yep.
Horrors slot
I
machine
know.
game that me and her got cracked out on and
Yep.
we totally won. We so won. We were
Yeah.
killing it.
Whoa!
You guys ever see Little Shop of Horrors game at a casino?
Yeah.
Play that bitch.
That thing took all my money. It was not fun to me.
Oh, were you not fast enough?
My mom won like
she was like,
1,300 on
RJ's
it.
gonna be the best.
Oh,
RJ's
yeah.
No,
gonna
he
be
wasn't fast enough.
No,
Your
and
mom won $1,300.
And then he got frustrated. So.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I had an earworm in my head trying to tell me what to do, and I was like,
I'm sorry.
my intuition was thrown off.
Shit. I would say try again because my goodness, we had so much fun, and it was our new friend David who showed us the ways. He changed my life.
Yep.
Because before I would just I don't know what the fuck's going on. You put the money in, and then you hit the button, and then you like hope that something awesome happens. But he was like, no. When you see those wilds come up, you gotta hit it.
Yep.
You gotta do it. And then trust me, like, you got to be interactive. And I was like, oh, I get to interact. Like, I just thought you just like hit the button and sit there. And he's like, nah, dude. Like,
Yeah.
but they don't tell you that in the games. It's not like how to play the
No.
game. Do you know
Right,
how to
yeah.
play the game?
Yeah, they don't have
Fuck
any.
no. It's so brilliant for them
Yeah.
to do that, you know? And now I'm like, oh, you fucking bastards.
How are
I
these people
see.
figured out though? Because like I even like tried to look up the game to see if there were like any like strategies or like any other rules on it. And there's
you
like
couldn't
no
find anything?
information on the
Really?
on the slot machine or like the how to play or anything.
Really?
Gotta know somebody on the inside.
Pretty
I
much.
was wondering
yeah.
if there was like an information
Oh.
thing that's awesome on the game because sometimes there's like a little tiny eye circle, you know, and then it can like tell you certain stuff about the game. I
Yeah.
wonder if legally there has to be a way for you to
I
like
feel like there has to
find
be.
the rules. I would hope so. Wow, this is fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
You guys gotta take me to this place.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
Hoolery is back. Fucking awesome. Welcome back. Yes. Hoolery came in on Fetch Bugs raid on Monday, and they're fucking amazing and hung out for so long. It was awesome. I'm glad you're back. And then Princess is back. Fuck yeah, Princess.
Thanks for the
In
birthday wish. Appreciate it.
house. Yeah. Oh, this is good. This is not, it's a party. We lost Steve Scott, but
Ah,
we're
Steve Scott.
trading for some other one. This is cool. Well, we have to go.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
so
and
glad
like,
that you know
Roxy's
about it. now.
Roxy's got a
That's
good
great.
point. I wonder if they would let me put some of my stuff in there.
Maybe just give you a shelf
Give me
section.
like a shelf or a little booth thing.
That
or-
would be amazing. And what
Yeah.
about Cemetery Pulp? Have you talked to them about putting?
I haven't
stuff up?
talked to them yet. I did
Girl.
follow them
You should do that.
on Instagram and they followed me back. So on
What
my
was
business
the
page.
the
so
chick's name that we met there?
Erin?
Aaron.
Erin.
Yeah.
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 You should just talk to Erin. She's
Yeah.
like the nicest person ever.
Yeah.
She was so cool.
And I bet anything with the snakeskin should be all about.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
I don't think she has
Sure.
anything snakeskin in there, which is interesting.
I
because
didn't
she
see
doesn't have
anything.
because she has snakes.
She's
Yeah.
Right.
about to.
She about to, yeah.
Yep.
Thanks, Hillary, for the birthday wishes too. Appreciate it.
Yay. Yeah, it's a party.
Party.
Hi.
27 doesn't feel super different, but we're getting there.
Looks different.
Looks different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you look
Okay.
old.
You're much more
mature now.
distinguished.
Mhm.
Yes.
I feel it. Yeah, yesterday I was still a kid, but
Yeah.
I think you just look
Not
old.
today.
Okay, so I like
Today
to
you
I
got
like
a
to ask
mustache.
people on their birthdays, how old do you feel? And that could be two different answers. Whatever. But how old?
46.
Yeah,
Probably. Yeah. No, I got like
that's a fair answer.
back pain from just doing too much. I've like worked all the jobs. Like literally, I've worked in pretty much every industry except for like adult. Like, not yet, anyway. There's still time. You know what I mean? No.
Wow.
But yeah. So yeah, I've just done a lot, and I've just had a lot of experiences, gone through a lot of things that people go through when they're older. So I just kind of feel like more
Yeah,
in tune with like the older generation, I guess. So
that makes a lot of sense.
yeah, it's like people aren't supposed to go through their parents like passing away and stuff until like later on, but I've had to go through that, so it's kind of like it just those things just kind of like age you
Sure.
mentally.
That makes sense a lot.
So and you just have to deal.
Yeah.
You got to deal with it. And
Tavia similarly too. She's 25 and she has experienced so many things
yeah,
that and has been on her own and doing all this stuff for so long.
right.
That, yeah, it's like she's not just like an average 25-year-old that's just like it's like a lot of people are living in their parents' house right now where they haven't even really had to
Yeah.
have jobs and shit like that.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a totally different
Yeah.
perspective of the world when you've been working
Yeah.
and doing all of this stuff. And,
Yeah. Yeah.
and touring around too. I mean that takes a toll too. As
Yeah.
fun as it is, it's like you're always on the go.
Yeah. Well, I've been working like legit nonstop since the day I graduated high school. So like since I was 18, I've just been working.
Yeah.
Like,
What's your favorite job that you've had?
my favorite job.
Yeah.
Probably delivering sandwiches at Jimmy John's because it was chaos.
Really?
It was like
Yeah.
it was the funnest shit ever because I'd always get
Really?
into crazy shenanigans of like having to hop over fences and getting stuck in the middle of a school shooting at
Locked
UNLV
in
and
stairwells.
yeah,
What?
shit was crazy. It was wild. Yeah.
Explain.
Okay. So I was working at Jimmy John's delivering sandwiches, right? Nothing too crazy. I wasn't like in the mob or anything weird.
I should.
As far as you know. But yeah, Jimmy John's was fun. But yeah, so I was delivering sandwiches to UNLV, and I heard like the sirens go off and everything was going on. Everyone was like locking the doors and stuff, and I'm like, I'm outside, so I don't know what's going on, right? but I hear what I would assume would probably be gunshots. There were loud noises. It's like, oh God, this is bad. So I like tuck away in a bush because all the doors are locked at that point. And I'm locked outside walking around campus with a sandwich. Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
You know, so I like hunker down in a bush. I'm like, hey, at least I got food, right? Like I'll make it out of here. You know?
Good for at least a day.
Yeah, I'm good for a day.
Oh,
Yeah. Do like Bear Grylls, start drinking my own pee, just in case. Just 5 minutes in. For survival.
I
Right?
had to do it. I had to do
Yeah,
it.
5 minutes.
They're like, you didn't. You just
Yeah.
chose to drink it.
But I got out of there and I was like, I don't know what the hell happened. I got back to the sandwich shop and they're like, were you involved in all that? Because there was like a shooting on campus. I was like, holy shit. Like, yeah, I was right there. I was like in the middle of the quad while that was happening.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's scary.
It was
Was anybody
scary.
killed?
As far as I know, nobody was. I think there was someone that was injured, but
I have a more important question.
Yeah.
Did you deliver the sandwich?
I got the fuck out of Dodge. I was like, no, I left. Like,
Yeah, a sandwich is not more important
Send a
than
message. Your sandwich is
no,
in the
definitely.
bush.
your life.
Yeah,
But
right.
yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
that guy was like, damn it.
Yeah.
All I wanted was a sandwich, and I got this nasty school shooting instead.
Right, yeah.
Bummer.
Yeah. And that was the same place. That was the same place I got locked in the stairwell and had to like kick through a door to get in to deliver a sandwich. So I was dedicated. I mean, you know.
Yeah,
Through a
apparently.
door.
Oh yeah, like one of the like one of the metal doors with the all the thing. I was just like banging on it trying to get through. Yeah,
Okay.
it's crazy.
That's crazy.
Hmm. Yeah, but then like scenarios of like not knowing the gate code to places, but like being on a time crunch, so I'd have to like park my car, throw the hazards on, climb over this like steel gate, and drop down with this sandwich and drink in hand. Like,
I don't know why
Yeah.
people don't like put the gate code in their delivery orders.
Yeah.
Yeah, just leave it at the gate or throw it over the fence. Like those
Yeah,
are the
yeah.
options that I've got
Yeah.
for you. Like, sorry.
yeah,
Pretty much.
but like some places were like super stingy with like their security too. I'm like, hey, like I'm with Jimmy John's. They're like, are you really with Jimmy John's?
Are you though?
Like, I have a sandwich. Like,
I have a sandwich.
like I did not go to Jimmy John's to plan this con. This is not what
But
happened.
you know what?
Like,
That would be an easy ass fucking
It
con
would.
to do.
Yeah.
just like carrying a ladder. You can do anything if you have a ladder with you.
That's
I've
true.
heard people
Sneak
say
into
that
movie
recently. It's
theaters.
very
Oh
weird.
yeah.
Just gotta take this. I'm just taking this ladder to the movie.
Yeah.
Security
Excuse
shirt
me.
too. I had a
Excuse me.
security shirt back in high school, and obviously it was high school. No one would have believed I was actually security. But I remember thinking like, man, you can get away with a lot of things with a fucking security shirt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You get the
With-
belt and everything. You're good to go. Yeah.
And a lanyard. It doesn't even have to say anything. You
No.
just have a lanyard
Have a
hanging around your
lanyard.
neck with the
Mhm.
fucking security thing.
Yeah. Like a tool
One of-
belt.
Yep. Or like a little toolbox.
Yeah.
or something like
Toolbox.
that.
Yep.
One of
You
those
just hang it
construction
around.
vests and like carrying
Yeah.
a trash bag.
Oh yeah. Hard
Yeah.
hat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Good to go.
Huh.
Mhm.
And the sandwich. I mean, that's like way
Yeah.
easier to.
Sandwich was on the
acquire all
lower
that stuff
totem pole of
now.
passable. Like they were very sandwich suspicious. Like of me. I was just like, yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't never really thought about that. That with gated communities, how can they be sure? Like, I wonder if it's like, hey, if you order delivery, you have to call the gate and let them know, hey, I'm at 257 or whatever, and
Yeah.
I ordered
Yeah.
fucking Jimmy John's.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because anybody could come and say that anybody has anything
Hmm.
Right.
for you.
Yeah.
And you can be very convincing, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
So okay, so that was the funnest trip. That was your funnest trip.
Yeah, that one was interesting. I think Cox was also interesting on the same token.
Yeah, working Cox was probably very interesting.
Working Cox. Yep.
I see
So,
that as
Cox
being-
Internet. Okay.
Oh,
Cox Communications.
Cox
Right.
with an X.
Cox with an X.
C-O-X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that transition was
Internet.
funky, but
Not-
It
okay.
was hilarious. I loved it.
Weird segue, but all right.
Working with Cox was awesome.
Anyway, handling Cox all day was weird.
So you have worked in the
hey,
delivery,
yeah.
yeah, right.
Basically, I mean, working the Cox. Yeah.
We're changing.
Fucking funny, Sarah.
Yeah, but working with Cox Communications was interesting, doing like internet services and stuff like that. Because you'd show up and people would be like in a bath towel, and you're like, "Dude, you knew I was coming. Like,
Mhm.
why?
Yeah.
Why this?
Like you're the one who scheduled this.
I gave you a time frame. Like, come on, man.
That's
Which
weird.
is
Yeah,
generally
not
like
being
a
mindful.
6
of
hour
it.
time frame. Like I'm showing up somewhere between like 11 and like 4 in the morning.
That's fair. Yeah, that's also fair. But it's like, be around. You know? And be
Yeah.
clothed, for God's sake. Like,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
But maybe they're
'cause
like,
for me, like
Hey, I called Cox. I'm just saying.
Oh, Cox.
for me, like,
I thought it was implied. It's like,
This is not the Cox I ordered.
for me though, I'm like the type of person who it's like even
These
if
are not
I'm
the Cox
given
you're
that
looking for.
time frame, like even if it's like a wide time frame for somebody to like do service in the house or something, I cannot do anything until that person comes to the house.
Really, you're like
yeah,
super
like I'm
hyper
just
focused on
yeah, like I can't get in the shower. I can't, go run an errand really quick. I can't like no anything that's gonna like, because it's always I'm just like if I jump in the shower right now, the person's gonna get here.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah.
one of those things. Like it's gonna happen.
Yeah, remember I did that the one time because we were supposed to have an inspection for our apartment, and I was working, and I had to poop all day.
Yep.
But I was like, I know as soon as I sit down, as soon as I squat it, they're gonna come in, and I'm gonna be like, y'all want in here? Because no, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then they never
Come if you
came.
want.
They never came.
Yeah, they never came that day.
Oh.
So I held my poop in.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
very commendable.
And then
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah.
you guys don't even give a shit. You
Yeah.
never.
And I didn't either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Especially
sucks.
if you're waiting all day, the fastest way to get them to show up is to
Just
go
go
take
to
a
the
shit.
bathroom. Yeah.
That's true
So that's the only way to get them to show up.
Yeah, but it was just kind of like Schrodinger's poop. Like you didn't know what was gonna happen. Like I didn't know
That's
what was
a
gonna.
band name.
Yeah.
And a
Schrodinger's
half.
poop. Yeah.
Schrodinger's
Wow.
A
poop.
movie.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Schrodinger's poop. Yeah.
It's just like when you pull up to a red light. The fastest way to get the red light to change is to pull your phone out for a quick message, like
Yeah.
to respond
Yes.
to a text
Yep.
message.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're sitting there for hours.
That's the
Yeah.
fast way to go to jail. That's different.
Yeah.
You don't keep texting.
That too.
Oh yeah. Rest in peace, Roxy Gunn in chat.
Kirby, you're so funny.
Schrodinger's poop.
Yes.
Someone needs to make a note of this emergency.
Oh yeah.
Roxy, will
Clip
you
that.
put Schrodinger's poop in our Virtue Nugget group text, please?
Yeah,
Yeah.
please.
I need you to do that
No
right now.
context.
We were trying to
We will
come
all
up with a
not forget.
name for our chat group. That's the one.
Oh, there you go.
Schrodinger's poop.
That's it.
Yeah, because we have
We were
we
trying to
have
name
the
it.
group with all of us
Mhm.
and Roxy and Chris, and then I have one with
have
us
one
and
just-
Roxy
just-
and Chris, and then it's
yeah.
one just for us.
Yeah.
And I was like, we need a name because it's easier to find the chat thing when there's
Yeah.
a name for
Yeah.
it. And I was like, what should it be? Like, it's got to be good. And Dusty's like, we'll figure it out. So then it's Schrodinger's poop.
Schrodinger's poop.
I'm changing it right now.
That's how I do it. Yes.
I'm gonna do my mod job and multitask over here.
Do they have like the the poop emoji? thing?
Died of dysentery
Yeah.
caused
Chat-
by
or chat
Schrodinger's
thing.
Yeah.
poop.
Nice.
It's so good, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god. This is fucking funny shit.
Literally. Yes.
Oh, this is
Oh,
great.
man.
This is fucking great.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so Joey, what was your favorite job that you've ever had?
I probably have two. I worked as a flip-flop maker. Yeah,
The weirdest
So
job I've
You
ever
were
seen.
a flip-flop
I was a
maker.
flip-flop maker. Yeah, so like we had this thing at one of the malls in Vegas.
Whoa, wait, hang on. You're a flip flop artist.
I was a flip-flop artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
It was artistry. Yeah, so we had this, it was like this little shop in one of the malls where you could go and we would, like, you pick out, like, flip-flop colors, and then you would sit down and, like, design your own pair of flip-flops with all these, like, accessories and stuff. So you could, like, design...
That's
Yeah, it was really cute. And then we would, you know, as the flip-flop artist, I would put the flip-flops together. Like, I would, like, punch the holes in the straps and put the rivets in of all the, like, the
shit.
flowers, and it would be, like, yeah, like, different little, like, flowers and, little, little attachments and stuff like that.
Like jewels and trinkets and
Jewels.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
It was
really fun.
I want fun artsy flip-flops.
Yeah, I liked that. It was a really fun and creative job to have. Unfortunately, it went out of business. Because they're still in business in Hawaii. They're based in Hawaii. But it went
that
out of
makes sense.
business in Vegas, unfortunately. So,
Oh, that sucks. That sounds
yeah,
fun.
I know. I had a lot of fun doing that. I did that for a couple of years.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds.
It was
pretty-
actually my
pretty
first
chill.
job out in Vegas.
Really?
Yep.
I like that. That's a good answer.
Yeah. Yeah, it was super fun.
Good night, Hoolery.
Good night.
Bye.
Thank you for coming back to hang out with us.
Thanks for coming to my cool birthday party talking about poop and dicks.
Yeah.
Aren't you glad we're not a censored stream?
That's why I asked beforehand, because I knew it was going to be about poop and dicks.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, so, like, what's the, like, what can I say and not say? And I'm like, whatever, dude. I'm like, don't be, like, a total douchebag, but, like, say whatever you want. Fair game.
Yeah.
And you're not a total douchebag, so you wouldn't
That's
be.
good.
But, like, that's, like, pretty much the, that's the thing. It's, like, as long as...
I beg to differ.
Hey, lady.
Love you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. You guys are
Who
so
the
funny.
fuck is this guy?
Sarah, it's not a real Inspired by Mystery podcast unless we have a dick mention of some kind.
Yeah.
True.
Fair.
Oh, actually, I bet you guys are going to get to meet Kirby Jules, also known as Sarah, at the Art Walk. Are you going to be at Art Walk,
yay.
Sarah?
Oh, shit.
She said she has a little bit of a cold. So I don't know if you're going to be
Well, get
up for
rid of it.
But yeah, I hope that you
Yeah.
can come out and come hang out.
Have you tried
with
not
us.
being sick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
give that a go.
Yeah, just try that.
Have you tried just like feeling better?
Yeah. Honestly.
You need some vitamin C. You need some
Vitamin D.
emergency. Yeah, you need some vitamin D.
Vitamin D.
Some vitamin E. Some what
Vitamin B12. That one.
Yeah.
That one.
some
Where's the
Elderberry.
Jameson? Oh, man. I don't think we got that here. We don't got that, huh?
No.
We've got pumpkin beer.
I got pumpkin bacon.
We got Atomic Pumpkin Beer, though.
Yeah.
This stuff is awesome.
And I've got coffee in my new fucking mug. Can I show you guys my new mug? It's pretty great.
No, don't.
I got it in I got it in Massachusetts, and it has old grave carving art on it. And I fucking loved it. And let me just tell you, I don't need another mug. But I
Yeah.
needed this mug.
feel it.
And Dusty knew that I needed it. And inside, I can't show you the inside because there's coffee in it, but there's a little skeleton guy printed on the inside.
Really?
What?
Uh-huh. Well, you can see
Oh.
there's coffee.
Chug.
I'll show you later.
Oh, I thought it was one of those like ones that stick up like
Oh,
through
yeah.
the, you know. So I was.
Wait,
hoping-
take a sip, and then you can look in it as you sip.
Okay. Oh yeah.
You didn't even take a sip of nothing. It's a fake sip. He's afraid of cookies.
Wow. The flavor.
It's pumpkin-y.
It is.
Oh, pumpkin cheers. Oh. Yay. So that's good. We're having a good time.
Definitely getting our pumpkin on.
We got to get our pumpkin on.
Good time.
Speaking of eating and drinking things, I may have new crickets that we have to eat for your birthday.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
I think we should eat a cricket
Oh my god.
because
hold
they
on.
look
I'm
these
going to grab them. You
look
guys-
very crickety. Like
look
they're
very
just like
crickety.
they're larger crickets than
Okay.
I've seen.
Like cave crickets, big.
Okay, cricket.
Nice.
They're not like giant crickets, but on the stream we always have like the worms and stuff, and I'm like, I got like real crickets now.
Awesome. Yeah. Do you guys want to see me eat a cricket for my birthday?
Yeah.
Gotta
You'll
do
have
that,
to-
right?
You'll have to pay to get Sammy to do it, but we'll just eat one
Yeah, I'll do it for
because I
free.
want to try it.
I'll do it for a Klondike bar.
Sweet. What'd you do for a Klondike bar? I'll eat a cricket. Okay. Cool.
Nice.
That escalated.
That's weird. All right. Yeah. We're not talking about
Like
that.
that's the first thing you
But
thought
then
of.
we're
All
too
right.
cool for the Klondike bar.
Yeah. All right. That's funny.
Princess. No. Oh yeah, we're doing it. We're
Yeah.
doing
No,
it.
it's happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta
So
do
if
it.
you want one, you can have one. Or if you're on Sammy's
Do
team,
it.
we can make
I
everybody.
might, I
it.
might be
have
on Sammy's
Do
team.
it.
bits.
You gotta do it.
Don't feel bad for the crickets. They had it coming.
Yeah.
They were all serial killer crickets. Every one of them.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
Yeah.
I got them out of prison. This is their execution.
Yeah. This is their death sentence. They
Yeah.
deserved it. Yeah.
I mean, they were already dead, but
Well, okay.
second death sentence.
Second death sentence. Band name? Call it.
Oh, that's a good
Oh.
one.
That is a good one.
I
Right?
like that one.
It's got SDS as the
Roxy called
thing.
prison
Yeah.
crickets. That's also good.
Prison crickets. Yeah.
Oh, prison crickets. Nice. That's a good one. That sounds like a rockabilly band or something.
Yeah,
the prison
definitely.
crickets.
The prison crickets.
Yeah.
That's sick.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sweet.
Cricket and Vegemite? No.
Ew.
Why would you ruin a perfectly good cricket like that?
Sour cream and onion.
Ooh.
Roxy, by the way, don't even think about it because I'm not eating the fucking cricket. I'm not doing it.
How many bits?
There's no. I'm not doing
How many
it.
bits
No.
does it take?
How many bits? Yeah.
Like the most
No, I'm
bits.
not-
Like
no,
the
I'm
most
not.
bits, and it's totally unattainable. I'm
Oh
not
yeah,
doing it.
no, I'm doing this.
No,
yeah.
I'm good. I'm good.
I'm doing this.
No thanks.
Would you like one?
It would be like,
Absolutely.
how many bits would it have to be? Like legitimately, like I'm like, oh, you can't buy me, but there's like a point.
500 bits.
Whatever, it would be like
it's in a bag.
50,000. Like I don't want to eat that at all. Yeah, no, what? But you're so brave.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna eat its whole face, RJ.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts
and
or
you're gonna eat
crickets.
its butthole also.
Probably.
Here, you want to switch?
100%.
100%.
I'll be
Oh!
And I'll slide
Aw,
that shortly.
thanks, Alf.
Scooch?
You're
Okay.
so
Oh,
sweet.
We're scooching.
Okay.
Alpha's starting
Oh, yeah,
out.
yeah. No, let's do it.
All
I'm
right.
moving this shit.
We're done. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
It's gonna be great.
Now I'm on stream. How's my
Yay!
Let's see if we can.
Wait, birthday cricket.
Yeah.
Birthday cricket.
Yeah.
Sam, you doing one?
Fuck no.
Nope.
Fuck.
You're not doing.
Nope.
I thought we were all doing.
No.
I
Hell
I'm not
no.
doing
thought that's
one.
why this was happening.
Oh,
It's just
Roxy,
you
I
and Dusty. That's
love
why
you.
you're coming on camera.
Thank you.
I want a big juicy one.
She's cheering. She is
Uh,
cheering you guys on.
We're probably gonna have to do 2 to get flavor.
Okay.
2 crickets.
2 crickets.
Ew.
Here, they've got wings still.
Oh, god damn it. Why do you have to say it's gonna make me vomit?
God damn it! All right.
Do
You have to show them.
And there's
to-
sour cream and onion flavor.
Okay. Do we have to show it to
It's
camera?
like-
Is that
like-
okay?
It's like the worst
Actually,
of the flavors too.
Terms of service.
nauseous right
Okay. Cricket.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
faces?
now. You got
I thought you
2
dropped it.
crickets? Ew.
Yeah.
Two-
2
Can you see their
crickets.
faces
God.
at all? Do they have faces?
Do they have faces? Let me
They,
see.
they do have faces. Look,
Right.
there's
Do
eyeballs.
they?
Ew.
There's eyeballs?
I don't know if that's working. Oh, it's hard to
man.
see.
There's a little cricket face.
Ew, this is like
Cricket
so
face.
horrible, horrible, horrible.
No.
It's horrible.
The crunch is gonna be epic. Oh yeah.
Oh
we
yeah,
gotta-
you gotta do it
Get
like
up
right
and
up on the
down,
I
mic.
like to take a.
2 at the same
Yeah,
time, 1
yes.
at a time.
Yeah, 2 at the same time. Let's
Doing
go.
it right
Same
up
time.
on the mic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Do you want to give them names first? Or?
Probably not.
Okay, we're actually
Oh, yeah.
doing my podcast right now.
I'm going head first. You...
We're live.
Oh yeah. I was going ass first.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're going ass first.
Yeah.
Mm,
Ew.
ass first.
I will go ahead
You're
first.
going
then.
ass to
All right.
mouth.
All right.
Human centipede cricket. I mean,
Cheers.
what?
Oh no.
Cheers.
Happy birthday, friend.
Thank you.
Ew. Hear the crunchy goodness.
Mm.
Ew. You
Thoughts?
guys.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck?
It's
This
not
is
bad.
some weird Inception thing going on.
Not bad.
Dude.
Yeah. Worse
Hey.
than-
That's pretty. So, okay, what's the general consensus?
Not bad.
Crunchy.
Dry.
yeah, dry. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, does it taste like, is it nutty? Is it like,
No, not really.
it's not nutty?
It's a little nutty, kind of like a peanut, like peanutty.
But like flaky.
Yeah.
Like a flaky peanut.
Flaky
Flaky
peanut.
peanut.
So, if you put
Like
like Nutella on it or something, would it be like kind of enjoyable?
If you put Nutella on a cricket.
Yeah, on anything, it makes
I mean,
it
you
better.
can put
Oh,
Nutella
yeah.
on anything; it's gonna be
Yeah,
enjoyable.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, that sounds really. that
I'd
sounds
probably
really
eat my
good.
own hand if it was in Nutella.
It's
Well,
Fair.
I'm proud of you guys for being brave. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was good. Enjoyable.
somewhere between like peanuts and like dried corn.
Oh yeah.
maybe.
Do you have a leg stuck in your
Dried
tooth?
corn.
Like
Probably.
You
dried-
taste dried corn.
Kind of like a
No.
dried corn
Thank you
vibe.
guys for being part of this.
Yeah. Sweet.
Flaky nut like a Butterfinger. No, not really.
Ugh.
No.
Yeah, now it's stuck into
Butterfinger.
the.
It's like
Uh,
it's like
Yeah.
a
Now
what-
it's in my teeth.
what is it? What are those nuts that have like the skin on them? Like they have like the kind of
The Brazil nuts or whatever, the big fatties.
Or like the ones that have just like the red skin. Looks like a peanut with the red skin.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It is a peanut. Yeah. that would be a peanut.
I hate it here.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that's a
awesome.
peanut.
Yeah, that's
That's gonna be a peanut.
That is-
Thanks, Madden.
yeah, you
That's
mean actual peanuts?
like an actual peanut. Yeah.
Jeez.
That's fucking funny, dude.
Got one of these.
That is really good.
that's
That
funny.
cracked me up, dude.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Scooting back over.
Not as
You
good
want to
as
come back
the-
over? We can move this back a little bit. You can come join us. Want to join us? You should. You may as well. Yeah, we'll just
Join the party.
And then
Here, you can
Hop
scoot this
on
way
in.
because I've got.
There you go.
Scoot this way
Okay.
so Sammy can scoot over. There we go.
Oh, is everybody
yeah.
good?
Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
there we
Good.
go.
Yeah,
Goes
we've
in.
got
Go.
space.
Hi, everyone.
Got the pillow in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roxy, remember the pillow? Yay. It's like a heart pillow.
the pillow?
It's the pillow of
I
truth.
had to get the pillow because there was a whole aisle of them that looked like potato chips, and there was like different potato chips, but they were all these pillows, and I was like, I can't wait we're here without one of these pillows. This is so awesome.
Right.
So it's great. Yeah, one more gets that train started. Oh
The hype
yeah,
train.
I do have a hype train close.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Ooh.
Thank you, princess. Oh, there we go. We got a fucking hype train.
Thanks, princess.
Shit.
We made it.
So what level
That's
for you to do a
awesome.
cricket?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not doing a cricket.
Come on.
I
Come on.
like watching you guys do it. Like I'm actually nauseous.
Yeah.
Like I'm physically like queasy.
Have a-
It's manageable, but it's like I'm actually queasy from.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. When you said like it still has wings, it went like. Like it's really.
I didn't
not
say that
good.
shit.
Yeah.
He
We'll
did.
take the wings off.
not
I'll
good.
take the wings off.
Yeah, no.
Yo,
I'll eat the wings.
yo. I mean, those little worms are not good, and I hate them. But I will.
These
eat,
are better than the
I would be
worms.
more willing to eat a worm than I would eat an entire cricket. I'm gonna do that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. These are
No,
better
that's
than
okay.
the worms.
Well, what should we do for a fucking hype train? We could do fun things for the hype train. We are on level
Rox
2
is like,
right
yeah,
now.
the wings kind of
Hey-o.
got me too.
Yeah, Rox. Yep. She wouldn't eat it
Yeah.
either. She's
No.
on the team. We have talked about it.
What
She
if
was
you
on
put some high on the
team.
fire hot sauce on it?
That would definitely make it less
Yeah.
sucky, but you're still eating its asshole and eyeballs.
That's true. But covered in hot sauce though.
Yeah.
And we got the
Hot
Crimson
sauce.
Riot hot sauce.
Hey, yeah.
Hey.
I think there should be a collaboration. I think Alf needs to make the hot sauce cricket combo.
Yeah, cricket sauce.
Cricket
We
sauce.
need
Okay,
something
do
to
it.
dip our crickets in.
I can't fucking do it.
Yeah.
Like, that would be such a bummer for me to, like, vomit on the stream.
Hey, that's cool content.
People, yeah.
People pay good money
Yeah,
for
people-
that.
Yeah.
People like that shit, yeah.
That's true.
It's only fans for Sammy, but it's just you puking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I could. It'd be easy. I can puke pretty damn easily.
Yeah.
It's sad but true. I'm like a sympathy puker a lot of
We can
times.
just
When
make-
people are puking, I'm like, oh no.
We can just make pukey noises and get her to throw up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Easy
No, we're
enough.
not going to do that. We're
Oh,
not doing
yeah.
that. Okay.
Super easy.
Luckily, Roxy was a very quiet puker. She's like, I'm sorry. It was like the cutest
Sorry for what?
version of puking. I was like, oh my god, that's really cute, actually.
Alf, we're working on the labels right now.
Oh my god.
And
you
they're
guys are
badass.
so funny.
I bet
You
they
guys
are
so
badass.
funny.
Right?
Oh my god. Thanks, princess.
Aww.
Yeah, I did. I held
Alright,
it
thanks,
together because
princess.
I was like, "Oh man, this could go some ways right now." But I held it together. It's good.
I don't know. We didn't hear her see anything. I still think she was faking. I don't think she was actually drunk.
Oh, band name with you and, yeah. Sympathy Pukers.
Sympathy
Pukers.
Pukers.
Yeah,
Sympathy
Bannon.
Buke. That's me and Roxy's band.
Yeah.
You didn't know.
You didn't know they're already in a band.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Too many bands. Yeah, we can.
Look
Yeah.
them up on
That's so
Spotify.
funny.
Oh,
Yeah,
SoundCloud. What up?
definitely.
No, I'm proud of you guys for eating that. That was good. It was so
good.
brave.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks for trying it with me. I was waiting to break those open.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Fuck.
Mightn't we another?
We can have another.
Oh, yes.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Oh, you know what you should have with it?
Oh, what are we having with it?
Hold on, I'm gonna get it. Give me 1 second.
You got more creepy crawlies to eat?
No, but it's gonna blow your mind. There
We
you
do.
go.
I got worms. We
Oh,
got worms.
some legs fell off. Oops.
Those are the best part.
Crunchy.
Yeah. It's like the powder at the bottom of the Sour Patch Kids.
Oh.
The leg.
Okay, there's one left.
Oh, it does have like one leg.
See?
Just one left.
Yeah.
That's it. There's only one left.
Cheers.
On the back. It does have one leg.
Cheers.
Does yours not have any legs?
Mine has no legs. Mine is a snake, essentially.
I have no legs.
So Alf actually gave us these when he sent us the hot sauce, and they're fucking delicious. But they're so hot. It's spicy garlic.
They're hot,
It's
Oh.
fried garlic,
but they're good.
and the shit is like intense. Would you like to try a very intense spicy fried garlic?
Am I gonna cry?
No.
Only if you're a pussy.
That sounds like a challenge.
It does. It does. I say
All right.
you go for it. Birthday challenge.
All right, brother challenge. Here we go.
Yeah. It's good, but woo wee.
They are real good. Fried garlic.
Do you want one?
Whose idea was that? That's genius.
It's fucking. They're good, but that shit lights you up.
I have a small one.
Lady, oh, is your mom listening, lady? Like,
Oh no, I think she was
Oh,
just
she
saying that
can't
her
handle
mom
that.
is
Oh,
a
I
sympathy
read it as
seeker
this.
as well.
Mm.
I can't handle this.
Oh, damn, that's good.
They're real good.
So good, right? They're really good.
Very garlicky.
I made the mistake of throwing another one in my mouth before I was done with the first one, and that second one was
no.
hotter than I needed.
Yeah,
it
you're
to
going
be.
for a trip right now, huh? So you're going to trip right now, huh?
Oh no, I just said oh no to the
Oh.
To the second,
to
yeah.
the second one.
Yep.
Yeah.
By the time I got done with the second one, I was just like, okay, we're hot.
Yeah, that's got some heat.
Yeah,
it's pretty
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
That's pretty spicy.
They're growers.
Mm-hmm.
But
I was
they're
like, wow,
real
we're eating
good.
weird shit. May as well.
Hey.
Oh yeah,
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
very garlicky.
I enjoyed that. Yeah.
Good, though. I like that.
Party time. Good.
Thanks.
So glad you like it. Thank you everybody for contributing to the hype train.
Woo!
I appreciate you guys.
Thanks for watching us eat bugs.
Yeah. That was pretty fun. I mean, that's a pretty good high note to end the fucking stream on. I mean, it can't get much better than
Yeah.
that. Unless
Flip the shit and go. We're done.
unless you have any fun stories you want to tell. Do either of you guys have anything fun that you want to share? Like, it's an open forum. Actually, let's maybe open up a chat too.
All
Open
I
to
can
the
think
chat.
is spice. So.
How about some questions? Anybody got questions for any of
Q&A?
these guys? Yeah. Yeah, for any of us. There's 4 of us sitting here. If
Yeah.
anyone's got any questions, let's do it.
Got a lot of knowledge in this room right now.
Yeah, we're like super wise.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that. We share a brain, so there's still only like 3 brains in here.
Yeah. Like, I just
Yeah,
do stuff. I don't know.
We're pretty much the same person too. So there's like 2 brains collectively.
Two brains collectively in this room.
0.33 brains.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which one's
But we're all
mine?
pretty
Yeah,
similar,
I like
so it's
it.
like
Yeah,
one
I like
brain,
it.
sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
The
Like
last
hive
Mine's in
mind
the back.
situation. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
I think that one's RJ's then.
Or
Or
this
is
is
that one?
empty. This is yours because it's got the liquid in the front.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I always suck that off.
Yeah.
Me too.
Phrasing.
Oh,
Same.
interesting
I
question.
didn't want to slip on stream though.
Sarah wanted to know, where do you get your moss? If you live in Vegas, moss does not exist.
So craft stores usually have moss. Right now I have moss from Seattle, actually, from my last trip in Seattle, and I'm using that currently. And then when I'm probably just gonna collect more moss while I'm here this
Bro,
this
there
trip,
is
so that I don't have to
so
go to craft
much
stores.
moss.
Yeah.
here.
So
Oh my
that's
God.
this is a business trip.
Yeah.
I'm collecting moss.
Definitely.
Yeah. Oh, you
you
can
know
write it
what?
off on your taxes.
Yeah, right.
I have very special
Dude.
moss that I will give you some of.
Oh.
We got moss
Okay.
in
Special moss.
Plymouth, Massachusetts, at the oldest graveyard
Oh, yeah.
in the entire country.
I already
Did you
showed
tell
her.
her?
I made them look
yeah.
at it.
Yeah, we saw some
I'll
of
have
that.
to give you
He
some.
forced us at gunpoint to
You'll
look
get
at it.
like that much.
So it's not like the lichen moss. Like you have to use it for. I don't think it would like smash into like a thin thing. But if you have a place to use it, it's real
It's puffy.
Yeah.
special.
Well, because I'm gonna be making more like shadow boxes and maybe some like terrarium kind of thingies. So
That's
Ooh.
awesome.
yeah, so like the thicker pieces of moss would work pretty well in there.
Awesome. Perfect.
Yeah,
And
I-
actually, I have a glass terrarium thing, and I haven't put it together yet. So maybe we could put it together.
I've
Yeah.
got multiple types of moss hanging out in my bedroom right now that are waiting to be used on things.
He's like a
Nice.
moss.
Yeah, I'm probably
I'm hoarding moss.
I'm just
Band
gonna-
name? Moss Hoarder?
moss
hoarder.
hoarder.
yeah
It's
the
kind of like Nerf herder.
Yeah, but Moss Hoarder.
the airport security is gonna be very confused when I show up with my personal item is just gonna be a backpack full of moss.
Yes.
Yeah. Like,
Well, we just went through it, and no one
Moss
said
and
shit, which
mushrooms.
was awesome.
like, are you secretly a frog?
Yes.
They had to check his bag because we had a gigantic rock, quartz rock, that our friend gave us.
Ooh.
And we're like, this is awesome, but like we're traveling now, we have to figure out how to get that back. And it's
Yeah.
like a giant thing. It's a really special rock.
Oh.
But we had moss and rocks, and then oh my god, every time I come back from Europe, I have like half of Europe in rock form. There's one guy, he was like, what is this, a bag of rocks? And I was like, yes.
Yes.
And then he's like, okay,
Yeah.
let's check it out. And he's like, it is a bag of rocks. I'm telling you, I was not joking. It literally is a bag of rocks.
Yeah.
It is a bad.
Yeah,
It
and
is
he's
a
like,
bag of
that's nice.
rocks.
And they had to do a swab on it, oh, make sure there's no explosives.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you
That's
really
fair.
swabbing my rock?
Are these crack
Like,
rocks?
do whatever you want.
Yes.
It's so weird.
No, but
Yeah.
there's cracks in them.
Oh.
So I have a short story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for my desk job, I do housing and like real estate stuff and whatever. When we do like walkthroughs and stuff, we have to like take like detailed photos of everything and inventory and whatever. This one time, I found a bird that was like half decomposed,
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
and I showed her. I was like, "Do you want this?" She's like, "Fuck yeah."
Hell yeah.
So I grabbed as much as I could without like getting
Best
all.
husband ever.
Yeah, I grabbed
He
as
just
much as I
knows.
could
He
without
doesn't
getting all
text me.
gross.
He's like, "Do you want this dead bird?"
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Yeah,
I do.
but so yeah, I did the best I could because I found a like a plastic bag in my car and I was like, oh, this is perfect, right? And so I just kind of like picked up what I could without it like deteriorating. I got like a whole rib cage and a
That's
spine and a
awesome.
skull. It
Yeah,
was awesome.
he got the skull with the spine attached,
All
with
intact.
the rib cage attached.
Wow, no way, really?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Good job.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's difficult.
No, I handle it with care. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like a curator in like a museum.
It's,
Of like
it's so
That
fucking
is
cool.
super cool.
so still waiting to do something with that. Huh?
I know it is currently in the back of in the back of the freezer at home. Sorry, Roxy, don't.
Yeah, you don't
Don't look
even
in
know
the
it's
freezer.
in
Don't look in the
our,
freezer.
fridge freezer.
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
an entire gigantic crow that Tavia just like stashed in there forever ago, and various other things. But there's a full blown like massive crow in our fucking
No.
freezer.
No
Oh yeah,
Shit.
We have
We
some,
gotta see this.
we have
I
some
want it. I'm
critters.
sure she'll show you.
We've got
I'm
critters.
sure she'll fucking show you.
Sorry, Rox.
Well, don't look behind the ice cream.
It's in our freezer. It's okay. It's
Hey, that
You
period's
don't-
aggressive.
you don't
Calm
go
down,
in
guys.
there.
Yeah.
So when we were in Iceland, we were on a black sand beach in Iceland, and there was this awesome bird skull that was just like sitting there on the beach, and it was like a little bit funky, but not like too funky. It wasn't totally bleached, you know. But I was like, I'm definitely not leaving this here, and I didn't have anywhere to put it, so I like put it in like my pocket of my coat, and I was like, okay, we're gonna figure it out. And I totally, it was fine. They didn't even check me because I was like, I hope they didn't give me shit about like traveling internationally with
Yeah.
like dead animal parts. But I got away with it, and it's on my mantle right now. It's fantastic.
especially
Dang.
with birds too, because like with certain type of birds, you have to make sure that they're like. There's the what's it called, the
The migratory birds.
Migratory Bird Act
Yeah.
thing, where you can't like legally have specific birds, like
it's
birds that are
dead.
not native to your
Okay.
area. So like the pigeon's fine,
Live ones or dead ones you're talking about?
Dead.
both, but
Well,
dead.
yeah, but
Yeah.
dead, like for the purpose of selling and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, even
Okay,
keeping,
okay.
like, if you were to keep it, you
Yeah.
can't, like, advertise it and stuff.
Mhm.
Because
Well,
it's
fuck.
technically not allowed. Like, with a lot of those birds, like, if it's a bird that's not native to your area, even if it, like, dies on your property, you can't legally move it. Yeah.
That's weird.
Good thing I don't pay attention to laws.
Good thing I don't believe in laws.
Probably law.
Yeah, they're like, if you have an
Don't tell me
eagle
what to do.
feather, it could be a felony, you could be in trouble. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
to be totally honest with you, if I found a feather on the ground, I wouldn't even know that it was 100% eagle feather, and
Yeah.
I'd be like, look at this neato feather, and
Yeah,
I'd
look at
take
this
it. Like,
bird.
it shouldn't
And
just
I'd
like...
put it in my
Yeah,
hat and call it
technically-
macaroni.
Yeah, and I'm sure that if somebody did
not a
say
feather, it's
something,
macaroni.
they'd be like, whatever, like, you know, it's
That guy's
one.
a genius.
But if you're like if you're like a dealer and you're selling a bunch of eagle
Yeah.
feathers, then that looks shady, like you're going and like poaching them.
Yep.
But it's just weird, these rules where they're like, you can't have certain feathers. I'm like, yo, if I find a cool feather on the ground, I'm taking it. You can't stop me. You can't. Actually, when we were in Canada, speaking about not stopping us from taking cool feathers, we were in the cemetery in Canada, and there was a little dead bird, and it had beautiful colors on it, but it was like kind of funky. So, you know, I was like, nah, we're just gonna leave it be. It's fine. So I took a photo of it, and my friend Stephanie, she's like a huge bird enthusiast. She fucking loves birds. She paints birds, and she just loves bird watching and everything. And I sent her a picture. I'm like, dude, check out this like really cool bird that we saw. And she was like, tell me you took a feather. Tell me you took a feather. That is like my number one. She said it's my magnum opus of bird watching.
Wow.
And I've never seen one. And I was like,
Okay.
really? And she's like, oh my God, I would like kill for some of this fucking bird. And I was like, girl, I will go back to the cemetery tomorrow. If it matters that much to you,
Yeah.
if you really care that much, I will go
Yeah.
back and we'll figure it out. So we asked our Airbnb person if she had some latex gloves, and we went with the gloves, and Dusty was kind enough to
Harvest what I
rip
could.
the wings off and the
Excellent.
tail, and it's so fucking beautiful. This
Wow.
bird is what was it called again? Do you remember what it was called?
Yeah, show us the
A
bird.
warble
man.
or something like that? Thought it was a warble. That might not be the right
Like a warbling something. No, I don't remember. We'd have to look at the messages.
warble bird.
Warble bird.
That thing?
I think it. Maybe. Warbler.
It
That's
was-
what it is.
There's
Warbler.
Multiple kinds of warblers.
What kind of warbler was it? Let me see if I can find it. It's like a beautiful. It's like a rainbow bird, dude. And I didn't even know because it just looked like
You have to.
dead, you know. And I was like, oh, it's got like some pink on its thing, but
Just
like
looked
I don't know, it's just like kind of dead. But the feathers,
bird
it was
was it?
awesome
Dead bird.
It was a dead bird.
because its
It was
its
very
feathers
decomposing.
had neon orange tips
Oh.
on the edge of the wings.
Just the tip.
Just
Yeah, there was
the
just
tips.
like a tiny. Yeah.
And then yellow and then like pink. It was really fucking beautiful.
Look in your messages that you sent to Steph.
Oh, that's a good call. I'm gonna do that.
She's the one that said.
It's a really cool.
But yeah, it was a gorgeous bird, and
it's a
it
cool
was
one, yeah.
definitely decomposing. And there was a very pissed off beetle whenever I flipped it over to like collect from it because he had stuff going on. But I picked up this bird to like try and get what I could, and there was a beetle that was pretty big. And he was super angry. He was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? He was like looking around. He
Was
was
he
like
yelling at
walking
you and
around in a
stuff?
circle. He was so yelling. I could tell he was yelling. I couldn't hear him because it's real high pitched.
He's like, get off my
I
lawn.
can't- Yeah. But he was really angry and upset. And I was like, I'm sorry, guy. I'm taking this.
Yeah.
You know, but
Did you give him a peace offering at least?
nah, he had little scraps. He was full.
Oh, he's good?
looked, Yeah,
Okay.
he was good. And then we put the bird in a very nice resting spot. We found a very nice little like nook in a tree between the roots. And then we put him in there, and I found a very nice patch of moss because moss hoarder, and I put that on top of him.
Very
It was
cool.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Gave
gave
him
him
a
a
proper
nice
burial.
send off.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here's the photo of it. What did she say?
Oh, yo, that dude's so
Okay.
dead.
He's so
Yeah.
dead. Yeah, this bird is so dead.
It's so dead.
So
Yeah.
dead.
Hold on, I'm gonna send it so that way I can show the class too.
Oh, yeah.
We're
Yeah, well,
sending it,
We will share.
and then I will actually be able to see the name of it. It's. I mean, I know it's like just a dead bird story right now, but to
I
be
bet
honest
he's
with you,
cute when
it's
he's
pretty cool.
alive.
Dude, he's so cute, and that's why I want to be able to pull it up for the on the internet so you can see what it looks alive.
Yeah, did Steph give you a name?
I'm looking.
I know she said it because we did find it and look it up. And it is a very pretty bird. Looking at the dead bird, we could not tell how beautiful it actually was.
Oh.
But yeah, all these bird watchers were like, that's the one that we want to see. Like,
Cedar waxwing. That's what it was. It
the
wasn't
cedar
a warbler.
waxwing, there you go.
Cedar
Not
waxwing.
close to
okay.
warbler.
We
No,
just
no,
wanted
no.
it to be a warbler. 'cause
No.
it's a fun bird.
It is a funny word.
But yeah, there's a bunch of different warblers.
Oh, that didn't work out good. Close enough. It's gonna know. Okay, we're gonna check it out. Check it
Okay.
out. Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah, look at this fucking bird, dude.
Well, he's
Look
pretty.
at it go.
Look at the fat one. I love the fat one.
Yeah, I do love the
Dude, there's
bird
its
too.
neon orange,
little-
man.
Dude,
Oh, scroll up a
that
little bit.
thing looks so cool.
Oh, that's his photo. There you go. Yeah, it's really, really, really.
And then
neat.
the tail had little like
yeah, here we go.
bright orange tips on the tail.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good reference. That's why she was like,
Screen
I need a tail feather because it's yellow. It's just like the stripe of
Yeah.
yellow.
Wow.
Dang.
But then the wings with
Those
the
little-
orange tips, we were like, holy
Yeah, those
shit.
little orange dots were the whole reason that we stopped and stared at it in the first place because that's all we could see was just these little orange things. And I was like, look at those neon orange dots on this.
They're
And
so
she took
fat.
pictures of
They're
it.
so
really
fat.
cute, right? They're so fucking cute. Oh, there's a really colorful one. So we put it in
Dang.
borax, and you know you have to leave it in borax for about 3 months. And honestly, we're at about the 3-month mark right
Yeah,
now.
it should be good to go now,
So we
actually.
could pull them out and see what happens. And
Yes.
Stephanie is so excited about these bird parts.
It
But
did
was
have
pretty fun.
it did have a smell the last time I opened that thing, but I don't
Oh.
know where it's at now.
I don't know.
It did come
man.
with a smell.
Oh okay.
But, so
Well, it was already, you know.
Look how fat it
doing
is.
its thing.
Oh
Well,
my
it's
God.
so cute. And it's got like a mohawk kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty cute. Hey, I'm punk rock as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a mask. It's a cool little, wow, that one's like
I do
really
feel
family.
like I did better. Whoa. This is a family stream.
Making it- it's a family fucking stream over here. That's really cute.
Messed up
Yeah,
family.
that's pretty amazing.
I
Cool.
will say that I feel like I did better at collecting these bird feathers and bird parts than I did at collecting that fox's tail on the San Juan Islands.
Oh no.
I traumatized this girl.
You gotta
I've-
tell the story.
I
dude. This is
traumatized
fucking
the girl.
funny.
Whack.
So we're
my God.
driving.
Did
and
you hear
it's
the
like-
story? Did we tell you the story?
just
oh,
imagining
God.
it.
Essentially,
Oh my god, I'm gonna stand
Yeah.
right here while you
deal. Oh, Waybug, good night to you.
Thanks,
Good night,
Waybug.
Waybug.
Thanks for coming in and hanging out with us.
Woo.
Yeah, so we're at San Juan Islands. It's like middle of the night. We're driving around, middle of nowhere. And there's a dead fox in the middle of the road. Middle of the night, middle of nowhere, middle of the road.
Lots of middles going
Lots of
on.
middles. But this fox, it didn't look like it even got hit by anything. There was no blood. There was no nothing. Like, it looked like it just died naturally in the middle of the road.
Oh,
We were
wow.
like, wow. And it was like one of the orange ones with the cool tail.
Oh,
It was like, it's
yeah.
real pretty.
Yeah.
And we were trying to figure out, like, okay, how do we get this fox back to the house? Like, what can we do? And I was like, we got days here. Like, we can't just throw a fox in our trunk for days and expect it to be good by the time we get home. Like,
Yeah,
I
no.
can't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Uncle Scar. Hello, hello.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Hello.
Hi, Scar.
You're just in time for my story about how we scarred a girl with me collecting a fox's tail.
Speaking of
on the
Scar.
road.
Speaking of Scar.
Speaking of Scar. But like, we're looking at this fox, and I was like, okay, I can't take the whole fox. And I was like, but the tail. Maybe I can just get the tail. I've never taxidermied anything. I've never saved a tail or anything. So
Yeah.
like, I don't really know how to do that. So bad Texan over here. I'm like, I don't know how to do that, but I can figure it out. So I was like, we'll figure this out. And I was like, also, I don't have a knife on me because we were traveling, so I don't have a knife. I don't have anything to
Yeah.
like cut this tail off. I was like, so what am I gonna do? So I started looking around the car. We just stopped. I'm like looking around the car, and the jack for the car had that little flat metal piece on the bottom of it. So I extended the jack all the way out, and it had that little flat piece. And I was like, that's kind of an axe, right? That's kind of like hatchety. I'm like, it's got a little thin metal edge. I'm like,
God.
it's kind of hatchety. This is good. And so I told Sammy, I was like, all right, you stay in the car. She's like, I'm definitely staying in the car. So she stays in the car. I point the headlights on me. And like, right whenever I get up to this fox and I have this tail and I reach up like this car pulls up and is like, skirt. And I was like, okay. Yeah, so I wait. And this dude gets out, and he's probably like 24, something like that. And then his girlfriend, who looked even younger and more innocent, hops out, and he was like, what are you doing? This girl's like, oh my God, are you killing that fox? And I was like, well, no, it was already dead. Like, I'm just trying to take his tail. And she was like, oh, like, oh, she's like, you're gonna what? And I was like, yeah, I want his tail. And I was like, no one else is using it. And she was all offended. She's like, I can't believe you're doing that. And she was like, whatever. And the boyfriend, he's just like, okay, whatever. We're going to go, I guess. And she's like, like runs away. And I was like, I'm taking this tail either way about it. So you can stay and watch or whatever. So they drive away. And I was like, all right, I'm taking this. So I start hacking. And I hit right like the base of the tail. And like it broke through. It broke the little bone or whatever. And I was like, I can't get this off, and like it's on a rocky road, so it's not like a flat surface that I'm chopping on. So it came down to me putting my foot on the fox and like yanking, and Sammy's in the car and sees me just like brah, and like snap this tail off, and I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, guy. I'm like, I'm so sorry, but you're gorgeous, and I want to save you as much as I possibly can. We will love you and honor you and cherish you forever. I love you. I'm sorry. But ripped his tail off, and I was like, sweet, we got a tail. I'll figure out how to like taxidermy that and dry it out later.
Yeah.
You know, so we saved that. That's not going to stink anywhere as bad as a whole rotting
Fox.
carcass. So moved him over off the road and put him over on the side and figured out later how to taxidermy a tail. And that's not at all how you do that, actually. Yeah, you actually are supposed to get the flesh off of the bone, which is... turns out it's super easy to do if you know how to do that.
If you have a knife,
Yeah.
you just cut around it and then you pull it off like a
Yeah,
sheath
and it just
type
like
of thing.
slips off like.
But we
sheet.
just like had the bones
I
and the
didn't
whole
know.
thing, and we like packed it with salt, like like oh, you're supposed to pack it with salt, whatever. And then it
Yeah.
it didn't do so good.
Damn.
But we got it and preserved it as long as we could. But since it wasn't preserved the way that it should have been, some of the fur started kind of falling out. So we don't really handle it. We have it, but you can't really handle it because the fur kind of falls out of it, which
Yeah.
I was bummed about. But moved him off the road so he didn't get hit and put him over in a little spot where nobody would see him or whatever. But got this foxtail and scarred that girl for life. She was so
That's worth it.
appalled.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it was good.
Definitely
That's
worth
good.
it.
I just remember as soon as I picked this thing up, this car pulls up, and I was like, oh, "Hi!"
You're like, I'm a nice person, I
And
swear.
we were like, do you have like a hatchet or like a machete
Yeah.
on you?
Yeah.
And the
It's
guy
like,
was
do
like,
you
no. And she was like, oh my God.
Like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm taking this fox's tail.
For science.
Yeah, for
Don't
science.
don't mind me.
It's for science.
It's for science.
But
Everything's
yeah,
fine.
that was the thing.
I was really proud of you for doing that. Even though I was absolutely horrified and really grossed out at the situation, I was like really proud. I was like, damn, that's some manly shit that he's doing right now. It's crazy. He's like, I'm getting the sucks
Superman.
too. With the jack of the car, just hacking it.
Sharpest thing I
Oh
had.
my god.
That's how I felt getting the bird carcass though, because I didn't have anything of that nature on me to, acquire this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I turned the bird over, and it's like it's infested with like ants and whatever stuff that's in there.
Yeah, grody
I was
things.
like, I don't know what to do about it. So I found a garbage bag and just like cinched it as tight as I could, threw it in my car, and just took off.
Nice.
I was like, my car is probably like loaded with ants now. I don't know.
Probably. This bird that we got, I actually had to like handle guts and stuff. So I'm glad we had
Oh,
those
wow.
gloves.
Oh yeah.
But I ended up like, I took his like the little feet were left, so I got the feet, I got both wings,
Nice.
and I got the tail feathers from him. But yeah, his insides were open, so it was a grody project.
Yeah,
but
it
I got
probably was not like
it's-
the best recommended, time because it was already rotting. But
Yeah,
hey, we
not
threw it in
really.
borax to see what happens.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shit.
Totally.
And
It should be
otherwise,
good.
we'll just pluck the feathers out. 'Cause
Yeah.
if
Right.
the tail isn't like intact, at least we'll have the feathers because they're like fancy feathers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. It's
Roxy.
at least-
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want him to get hit by a car. That,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a bummer. That'll ruin your day, dead or not.
Yeah. Never leave home without a hatchet.
Yeah.
Fucking nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
You never
Moral
know.
of the story.
And-
Princess
and
Dies.
gloves.
Need it.
And gloves.
Yeah, you should always
Hatching
have
gloves.
gloves. You know what? That's a good point. Should just throw some gloves in the trunk just in case of any circumstances
In
that
case
might
you got to
require.
get rid of a body.
gloves.
And Ziploc
you,
bags.
you never
so that
fucking know.
you can seal.
Yeah.
And zip ties
definitely.
and duct tape and what?
Yeah.
And rope.
Trash bags are handy.
Yeah.
Do you have a murder kit in your car? No. It's for collecting dead things, not making dead things.
Taxidermy, like Dahmer,
Yeah.
It's
That's what it smells
harmless. It's totally harmless.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch the show?
We did, yeah.
Sick.
We did.
Yeah.
I
You guys
did
too? Yeah.
I watched
Yeah.
it, but
I
Dusty
haven't
didn't finish it.
yet.
Oh,
Okay.
Spoiler: he eats people. Oh.
Shocker.
No way.
Who knew?
It's fucked
Yeah.
up.
Very.
So, what's your favorite serial killers?
Favorite serial killer?
Yeah.
That's a weird question.
It is, but like, what are you? Who the most intriguing? Who do you find the most?
That's
like,
a better way to put that.
intriguing?
Most
yeah.
intriguing
Yeah,
serial killer.
maybe not like favorite. Like,
Who's
hey,
your favorite?
Who do you love? But like, is there any ones that specifically grab you the most?
Your family?
Oh damn!
Oh.
Yeah, my ancestors. Fuck no.
Oh yeah.
That's, that's true.
It's not.
I didn't even
Damn.
think about that.
It's not super intriguing, but it's like kind of it's weird because it's so close. But you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, I think like I don't know, like the Zodiac killer was cool. Like
Yeah.
he had some cool stuff
Yeah.
going
He's
on.
my go-to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that's kind of like a cop out because like he's like one of the most famous or whatever. But
No, that's okay. I mean,
um,
it's relevant. I mean, it was very interesting though because
Yeah.
he was like using all these codes and then
yeah,
everybody.
he
and,
was
never
like
got caught.
intellectual. Like he was like
Yeah.
really
He
methodical.
taunted authority. I like the fact
Yeah.
that he taunted authority and then got away with it.
He's like the Banksy of serial killers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
It's like,
much.
Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Like, eh. Did you watch that documentary about the dude that thinks Zodiac was his dad?
Mm-mm.
It's trippy.
No.
It's
Oh.
it's on Netflix. But there's a guy that I don't know. Long story short, found all this stuff, all this evidence, and thinks hardcore that the Zodiac killer was his dad, and has some compelling evidence, and it's
Yeah.
trippy.
Dang.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yes, I think like my top favorite is probably like Zodiac Killer, Jack the Ripper is cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like probably those are probably top two. Those are rad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's totally fair.
Yeah.
I mean, Jack the Ripper, like going around and just snatching people up and experimenting on them back in the day. Like,
Yeah.
and there was like some fucked up shit. Like taking the Jack the Ripper tour, I learned a lot more than I had known previously about that guy, and it was like some real heinous shit. Like
Yeah.
some of the ways they found these people was like fucked up. As
Yeah, it was
fuck.
not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like chicks like uterus ripped out and like set on her stomach and everything. And you're
Oh,
like, damn, that's fucking hardcore, dude. Holy shit.
I liked the thing about Dahmer though. Like I didn't know that he was trying to make like zombie people
Yeah.
because
I
I-
did not know that until I watched the show.
I thought
either.
he was just
Oh, I
notorious
did.
for like trying to eat people.
Yeah.
And like in the
Me
show
too.
they don't make that super apparent. But
yeah,
like
which is odd.
but the zombie thing was like, oh shit, like I didn't know he was trying to do that with like
Yeah.
acid, and so I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Yep.
that's intriguing. That's like okay. So
That's
Dahmer's probably my
crazy.
third.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was always pretty interested in Dahmer, which
Me
is kind of cool
too.
that they made a show about him. But like, yeah, just like the fact that he was just like so casual about it, and just like he didn't he didn't know much about what he was doing. He was just kind of like doing it and was still able to evade the cops and like not be like, I mean, it was super,
It's like
you
he
know,
just got lucky.
racist, honestly,
Yeah.
the way, you know, that it happened, but it was just like crazy that like no cop ever, you know, expected it.
Questioned him
Or
before he
questioned
murdered all
him.
those people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
how the
Yeah.
hell did this guy just so casually get away with all of that?
And his
Just
grandmother, like
yeah. I know.
you knew, you had to know.
Yeah. Right.
Did you ever watch his interviews in prison, like his actual?
So we're trying to watch those next. So we just watched the series they put out, and we wanted to watch the actual tapes because, like, yeah, I heard those are even like more
Yeah.
chilling because it's real. It's,
Yeah,
you know.
it's
Yeah.
trippy because he is just cool and calm and just like matter of fact about it. This is what I did.
Yeah.
Like he was just so aware and so open and honest about it. And,
He's like, I'm fucked up.
Yeah.
This is who I am.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
yeah.
I
I'm
kind of
glad
liked
he was willing to share.
I
though.
liked that about him too. That he was just pretty open, and he wasn't like trying to be all like, you got caught. Why are you still trying to pretend like you didn't do anything? Like, I kind of like that he just owned up to everything.
Yeah.
Was just
Yeah.
like, no, yeah, I did all of that.
He wasn't like, I don't know where the bodies are. He was like, yeah, they're over there. Like,
Yeah.
Busted.
Yeah.
Sorry, I did it.
my bad.
Yeah.
Guilty.
The one dude smashed to bits and floating around somewhere, but
Right.
the rest of her over there somewhere.
One of my, the one that I find very intriguing is, I think it's George LaBranche. Have you heard of him? Did you guys ever hear about I think it was a Netflix show called The Serpent, and it was a limited series. It was, I think, like 6 episodes or something like
Oh,
that.
I didn't hear about that. Huh.
Yo, it's a good one. So it's a true story about this dude who was very like handsome and charismatic, and he would find travelers, people that were backpacking in Europe and in India and different places. All happened over in Europe and Asia area. And he'd find these people backpacking and be like, "Hey, come and hang out. Like, let's party."
Party hardy.
And
hardy.
would poison them and sometimes do even worse things to them. Like, he lit these people on fire and shit like that, and killed them.
Damn.
And he met this chick, and he had her be like, it was his girlfriend, and she didn't really know at first, and was kind of like, "Hey, so this is what we're doing."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, fuck, I don't want to do that, but okay, now I feel like pressured into doing it." So she was part of the whole thing to like, "Hey, hey, cute boy, you should come and hang out."
Yeah.
And they'd get these people, kill them, and then this was the really interesting part, though. They would change the passports of the people, and then they would travel as these people to like Hong Kong or something like that. So when they were trying to find the trail, they were like, okay, well this missing person was in Thailand, but then they flew to Hong Kong because they went through this airport, so they must have gone missing in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
So they were
Oh.
totally
Wow.
eluding everybody for the longest time and getting
That's
away with
smart
this
as
shit.
hell.
It was so fucking smart. And then it took a long time for anybody to catch on, and there was one detective that was like, "Wait a minute, something fishy's going on. I feel like all these different missing people are connected somehow." So this guy made it his like mission to like try to figure it out. So he started digging around. If it wasn't for this guy, they never would have been caught ever.
Dang.
And he put so much work and energy into it, and ended up like finding him, and couldn't prove it though. So the guy was like rubbing it in the faces of law enforcement. He went into the police station at points and had chit chats with them, and then would walk right out. Couple times he actually did get arrested. I forgot the exact details of what he got arrested for, but he escaped prison multiple times. He went and wanted to go into prison so he could escape.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, he was just fucking with everybody
Yeah.
so
Wow.
hard, and he was very confident and like totally got away with it for like a long time, and ended up killing a lot of people as a result. So I thought that was like a really interesting story about like just this like sociopath who was smart enough to be able to figure out how to hide. And then when he was finally like almost busted, he was just like, "Oh yeah, you gonna bust me? Well, I'm gonna fucking break out of prison.
Right.
What are you gonna do about it?"
Wow.
It was crazy. It
That's
was a really
crazy.
cool show. I
Yeah.
would definitely recommend checking that show out if anybody
That's right.
likes the serial killer stuff. It was pretty good.
Wow.
Yep.
Nice.
The Serpent,
The serpent.
because it's
okay.
very serpenty.
Yeah.
There was a recent thing. Somebody I guess he got caught again in Vegas, but this dude broke out of a prison just recently, which seems kind of crazy because like they've upgraded like security systems over years and years and years.
These days,
No
that
idea.
seems real hard.
Yeah, but he broke out of prison and then was like on his way to leave for like Mexico or whatever, and was sitting at a bus stop in Vegas, and somebody was like, "That guy looks suspicious," and called the cops, and then he got busted again. He's like, "Damn." Like you got this
Really?
close
So
and then
close.
hung out at a bus stop and
Then
got.
why you gotta look suspicious? Like if you're on the run, you better
Right.
not be suspicious.
I mean,
It's
yeah.
real hard to be
Try not to be. Yeah.
not
Right.
suspicious.
But like you guys were saying earlier, some people just have those vibes.
Yeah.
Some people are.
That's also
Dark.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like that person's suspicious. I don't know why,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I don't trust him.
Like I'm gonna have the cops call on them just because they look
Yeah,
weird.
I'm definitely calling
Yeah.
the cops on this person.
That is a good point, huh?
Yeah.
Damn. How could you break out of prison, like, unless you actually had an inside guard helping you? Like,
Right.
I don't
Right.
even understand how that's possible at this point.
I don't know. Yeah, they got security
Crazy.
measures like crazy now. Like
The electric doors and shit like
Yeah.
that. Like, back in, like, Alcatraz days, like, okay, maybe you snatched a key or picked the lock or something like
yeah,
that.
or you
but, like,
chiseled a brick out and jumped into the ocean and somehow
Yeah.
survived, and then you know
Yeah.
For
like,
sure.
Or like
That's
Dillinger, you
crazy.
saw like carve a gun out of soap and sneak your way out because everybody thinks you have a gun, and you hold like a cop hostage as you walk
Yeah.
out. Right.
So,
Yeah.
that's bad.
You know that? Yeah,
That's
the
crazy.
Dillinger. That's how he did it. He just carved a. They have it. Like,
Hey, that's
you
a
can
clean
see
escape.
it. That's a clean
Oh!
escape.
That was great.
But yeah, you can
Damn.
actually see. I don't know if they have it in a museum, but I've seen photos of it, and like it's extremely crude. Like it, it looks like a bar of soap carved into a gun, but it worked, and he just like walked out of prison.
Yeah.
And everybody thought he had a weapon.
Well, I mean, in the right context though, it's like you would be like, oh shit, because you have to be on guard on those things. You can't be like, oh, that's probably not a gun.
Right.
Like, you're thinking it probably fucking is a gun because
probably-
you're there with
Yeah.
all the gun. Like
Mhm. He's a bank
That's true.
robber.
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
probably got a gun.
that. Yeah, I mean that's one of those weird perception things, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's true.
It's that confidence, too. Confidence can do so much in this world.
Oh yeah.
Just like the, hey, act like you're supposed to be there, and like nobody will even question it. Like that really works
If he was
sometimes.
just carrying a ladder, he could have walked right out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just got this ladder. I'm just taking this ladder outside.
Yeah, I'm just fixing the lighthouse. Whatever.
I've gotten into like the floor at shows where like people had to pay a lot of money to get into like floor areas, and I had seats quite a few times where I've just walked right in.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like checking tickets, and I'm like, hey. And then I'm gone by the time. They're like, oh, wait a minute. I mean, some people are more like sticklers, and they're like, hey, where's your shit? And then I've been able to convince some of them to let me in, which is fantastic. But yeah, just acting like it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine. Hey, just doing this thing. I'm like, hey, bitch. I fucking win.
Yeah.
I just jumped the rail and ran in.
Right.
I actually got into a casino before I was 21. I was in Biloxi, Mississippi with my friend, and she was older than me, so I think I was 20, and she was, 25 or something like that. And I was like, oh, we should go to this casino. And she's like, you're not 21, we can't go into the casino. And I was like, you want to bet?
Bet. Nice.
And she's like, I do not think that's going to work. And I'm like, you know what? I do. Let's try it. And the worst case scenario, we turn around and leave. We have nothing to lose. We just got time to kill. Like, I feel confident that I can get in.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, why not? Let's fucking give it a go. Let's see how you do. And I handed this dude my ID and walked right fucking past him. He looked at my ID and walked right past him. And I was so jazzed, dude. I was like, fuck yeah, I fucking won. I was awesome. But like about 5 full minutes later, I played some slots, having a good time. About 5 minutes later, he did the math, and he came over. And what was nice about it, was like, hey, excuse me, do you mind if I see your ID again? And I'm like, yeah, of course, no problem.
Yeah.
And I had like a backup plan, you know. And
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you can't be in here." And I was like, "What do you mean? Like it's 18, right? It's 18 to be able to come." Which I knew it was 21.
Yeah.
But I'm just playing it off like, oh, I thought it was 18. I didn't even question it. Like, oh my goodness. Like,
Yeah.
oh, no problem. So sorry about that, you know. And I was like, damn it. But I still got past him.
Yeah.
And I felt like a badass that I was able to hand this motherfucker my ID and like Jedi mind tricked him and got in anyway. Like, I didn't even need to stay. Like just the fact I did it, I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Scar.
crazy.
I just cry until I get my way.
There you go.
Also very effective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's so funny,
Yep.
dude. Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah. That's like the whole loop. Like, have you guys heard of the new work loophole? It's like if you absolutely want to leave work, just shit your pants. What are they gonna do?
It's very
They
true.
can't make you stay there.
Yeah, no, they don't want you to stay.
Shit your pants. You're going home.
Well, they can't. It's a
That's-
height. It's a
Yeah, hygiene thing.
hygiene.
Yeah, they can't have that in the
thing.
store.
Well, check it out. You don't even have to actually shit your pants. You just bring some pudding and you snack on the majority of it. You eat 3/4 of the cup
You eat
and you
most of
take
the
the
pudding.
last little
Yeah.
bit and you smoosh it and you're like, oh no, I'm so sorry, I gotta go. And then
Yeah.
you had pudding and get to leave work.
That's even better.
I know. I'm doing
Life
this.
hacks. Yeah.
I got you. That's so
But no, actually shitting your pants is just so much more rewarding. Because then you clean out your bowels and you get to go home. See?
Yeah. True.
Although that ride home is not going to be fun.
No, but like worth it though to get the day off. You know?
Sure.
I
Probably.
guess
Maybe.
it depends.
It's when you borrow a friend's car.
Oh yeah, rent a car.
Yeah.
You get an Uber.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A pooper.
Pooper.
Yeah. Showing his pooper.
Oh man.
Oh, that's fucking funny shit,
Well,
dude.
that's good. On that note.
On that note, I just shit my pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, but you
Lord
don't get
mercy.
any pudding that way, I guess. So
But no, that's what I was saying. You eat 3/4 of the pudding, and then you
Oh.
take the last quarter of it and you do
Okay.
it. So you still get the pudding. You just don't get to eat all the pudding. You eat most of it. Boom, little smear. Because you don't need
multitasking.
that much. You don't need. Like, can you imagine
Yeah.
an entire thing of pudding? That's like a giveaway.
I
You
ate a
just
whole
little
gallon of
smooch.
pudding. I don't want to sit down.
All right.
Roxy said you may have to shit your pants on the 21st.
What's on the 21st?
What happens?
I don't know.
What's on the
Bro, you're
21st?
just busted.
It's-
Don't know.
Well,
Oops.
you
I think it's like Carnival Court or something.
Yeah, don't you have a gig? Yeah.
I think so. Something like that.
mark pooping on your calendar.
Must shit pants
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like a real Schrodinger's poop because you don't know if
Yeah,
you're going
right.
to need to or not.
I should
Like,
just do it now just
are
to
you-
get out of the way.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the 21st and you're back to work.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. That's right.
You're like, I don't even know.
Don't
But I'll
remind me
poop
of work. I'm
anyway.
on vacation.
I will poop to get out of it.
Hi, buddy.
Oh man. Well, Roxy, I wish you were here with us. I love you.
True. Very true.
We miss you. You're so far. Friend.
Reach out, touch rocks.
But it's pretty cool. I'm going to show these guys Neverending Story for the first time. I'm very excited. And Killer Clowns from Outer Space,
Ooh. That's
which
what
I'm
I'm
pumped about. It's going to be great.
And Slither.
I'm down. That sounds great. Yeah.
Slither's good.
It's super
I
fun.
was
But
trying to
like,
explain to Sammy how it's a classic, but she doesn't agree.
it's a good movie. It's
Great movie.
totally a good movie, but I feel like if there's a bunch of like epic shit that you guys haven't seen, then I feel like it takes precedence over.
Way better than Neverending Story.
Oh, I will punch you in the face.
Oh, are we fighting right now?
Oh, it's fight.
I can't believe you said that.
Okay, so Neverending Story came out in what, like 1800s?
86.
Come on. What is wrong with me? No, what's wrong with my parents, man?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
not
your
my
parents'
fault.
Yeah.
fault. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just surprised with all the fantasy stuff. Like, I know that your family loved fantasy. I mean, you're named from like a fantasy book.
Yeah.
For God's sake, it's never in a story.
Yes. That's true. Yeah, yeah.
You know, like shit.
But like not that though.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
But you guys love Labyrinth, and I feel like Labyrinth and Neverending Story are like, they're like two peas in a pod.
Yeah.
It's like a similar type
Yeah.
of
Well, so-
magical
Why
vibe.
are you biting
What's
me?
weird about that? So like so I grew up watching The Labyrinth, but I had never heard of the Dark Crystal until just recently,
I can't believe you never even heard
and
of
it's
this.
the same fucking
Yeah.
thing pretty much. It's like a
Yeah.
prequel
But way
almost.
better.
I mean, yeah, it's great. It's like it's adds so much more like, storyline.
It's darker.
And they made a whole Netflix series on it too now.
Yeah.
So like,
Which
Yeah.
I haven't
Yeah.
watched.
yeah,
I haven't watched the series.
yeah. I haven't either. I just watched the movie.
What about Legend?
No.
Okay.
No.
That was
So I feel we
same
were
vein,
talking
but
about
less
that
well-known.
earlier. That like Labyrinth, Neverending Story, Goonies, Legend,
I've seen
and
Goonies,
Dark
yeah.
Crystal. Those are like the 5 like fantasy pinnacle
Okay.
ones of the 80s. Those are like the biggest
Yeah.
ones. And Legend is fucking epic, dude. It's got Tom Cruise. It was like his first role, I think. He was like
I think
19
so.
or something like that.
Dang.
And
was
it's
little.
got
Before he was a Scientologist.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pre-Scientologist.
Tim
Tom Cruise.
Curry though. Tim Curry
Oh,
plays
yeah.
Satan. And I swear to
Oh.
God, it's the most epic Satan version
Oh yeah.
of all time ever. He is so creepy. He played that role like the best ever. I can't even imagine anyone else playing that role.
I think we remember Roxy and Chris talking about Tim Curry being Satan.
It's fucking epic. It's a really good like fantasy thing about like the unicorn, and if like the innocent person touches the unicorn, then the darkness can infiltrate, and then they want to chop the horn off the unicorn, and then they get to harness the power of the unicorn, but use it for darkness, and the darkness takes over the whole world.
Why does that sound so familiar? But I haven't seen it.
It does
It's
sound
kind of the
familiar.
same. As,
Oh, there was something about a unicorn in fucking what's it called?
Harry Potter,
No.
because there was that too.
Oh yeah, that too. I guess that's just like a mythological thing or whatever.
Yeah.
But
unicorns are everywhere.
yeah, but no, there's a thing in
Well-
Merlin about unicorns too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How they're like pure or whatever. So maybe that's
yeah.
why.
It's a great fucking movie, man.
Well,
It's really good.
and in Harry Potter there was too, like a
Yeah,
he
no, I
tried
agree.
To kill he killed
Yeah, Voldemort did. He sucked the blood from the unicorn.
Yeah.
Okay, I blame your parents. All of your parents.
Same.
Yeah.
I also blame all of our parents.
Yeah.
But mostly yours.
And yeah, Roxy, you were saying that you guys were a Disney household, so you missed a lot of it. But these were like, I mean, it was like, what's the name? Jim Henson,
Yeah.
like studios. Like it seems like those kind of go hand in hand. I mean, to be fair, like Dark Crystal and Legend were a little bit darker, but they were still the puppetry world, which was still like kids movies, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
Do you guys
So-
own Legend?
yeah,
Oh, we gotta see that too.
yeah.
Totally.
It's a really good one. But yeah, especially the Jim Henson like kind of dark thing going on. It's cool. So it was like one of those things that like for kids, it was still fun for kids and they appreciated it. But people that were a little bit older, whether it be teenagers or the parents, like
Yeah.
appreciate it for for different reasons.
Hmm.
Which is it's kind of cool. I like it. I like that like dark edge that they had at the time. But I'm wondering because your parents are like 8 years older than me,
Mhm.
and I was like 6, so they were like teenagers when it came out. So
Yeah.
maybe to them, I don't know. Maybe they were like whatever. It's kid stuff, even though it wasn't
Maybe.
necessarily kid stuff,
Maybe,
But like
yeah.
maybe they were just a little bit older where they were like. It wasn't their
It
jam,
was
but I saw
puppets.
Labyrinth in the fucking movie theater, man. Like
Yeah.
I was like all about it, you
Yeah.
know, it was my fucking shit.
Well, yeah, it wasn't even my parents that got us into Labyrinth. Like it was one of our friends that we were hanging out with at a party that my parents went to. We just happened to be there, and
Interesting.
the older girl of the parents' friends that we were hanging out with were like, "Oh, have you seen this cool movie?" And we're like, "No."
Yeah.
Goonies? Did you watch the Goonies?
Yeah, I've seen the Goonies.
Okay.
You've seen the Goonies, yeah?
I have not. I know.
Okay.
Okay. All right, we're gonna
You
do it.
just
It's
killed
okay.
everyone.
It's
Everyone
okay.
just
We're gonna
died.
do it. We're
I
gonna do
know.
it.
You don't know fucking hey, you
Yeah.
guys. Like,
We're doing
dude.
it.
Yeah,
I mean,
we
I
got
know
it.
it. Like
Okay.
I know the clip. and I
Fucking
know
truffle
the...
shuffle, bro.
Yeah,
Even
the
Roxy is
Goonies
like,
I know.
is
if
seriously
Roxy tells you,
Fired.
Oh, now I'm fired. Now
Yeah.
I'm fired. Okay.
no. That's an emergency. That's
Oh, yeah.
that's like a super
No, my
emergency.
like I
It's
don't
the
know. I
best.
don't know what
It's
my
my
parents were
favorite.
doing. Like they showed me Labyrinth.
Hi, Jedi. My
Um,
turn.
And they showed me. My mom was all about showing me like the other '80s
got
movies, like the Breakfast Club and
The cult classics.
Pretty in
the
Pink
cult
and stuff
classics.
like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I know
Hey,
like
Jedi.
I've watched a lot of the cult classics.
Back to the Future, Ghostbusters, like
Oh.
all the
Yeah.
Okay,
So
Beatles.
that makes sense.
yeah.
But Goonies was like full blown a cult classic. That's weird.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I'm surprised
I don't
that
know.
that's
I feel like
something
Goonies
Yeah.
would fall into those.
That's like a kid cult classic though, not like
Princess
a teen
Bride.
cult classic. So those are different. Like 16 Candles, Breakfast Club are like the teen cult classics, right?
That was more like full blown teenagers, but there are teenagers in the Goonies. That was
Yeah,
half the
I
kids
don't
and
know
half
why
the
they
teens.
never showed me that because
Yeah, 'cause-
honestly, like
Oh yeah.
my parents they quote it all the time,
Yeah, right.
but they never showed it to me.
Oh, dude, Princess Bride. Yeah, no, we've all seen that, Rox. Come on.
Princess Bride, yeah.
Yeah.
that-
Okay. That,
Come on, dude.
no, we're definitely doing the Goonies. We're gonna watch the Goonies for sure.
Yeah, Roxy said.
That's the
End
most important
transmission.
one.
It's movie time.
I know.
Honestly, we have movie sign.
Movie sign.
No,
I
I
think
think
so.
we
We
should-
should rate everybody to Mystery Science Theater.
Dude, you're totally gonna love Goonies. Actually, I want to get a Goonies tattoo. It's on my list of things that I want to get.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they showed it to me when I was like super young, and I just don't remember watching it. But I mean, I don't know.
It's possible.
But you're
I
gonna
don't remember
see
it.
the guy
That's for
who
sure.
who plays Samwise Gamgee from Lord
Yeah.
of the Rings, and
Yeah.
he's in fucking
Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Things or
Yeah, no,
whatever.
I know he's in
So he's
that
a-
too. Yeah.
He's in 50 First Dates.
Yeah.
I know.
That's the best character
Oh, it's so
that he's
good.
ever played ever, dude.
Oh yeah.
What's up, tough guy?
Yeah, I love
I
that movie
fucking
so
love that
much.
movie, yeah.
So good.
That's when I've seen like
Yeah,
a
Sean
lot.
Astin, there you
yeah,
go.
Sean
yeah,
Astin.
yeah, thank you. I could remember.
Yeah, and I know he's in Goonies, but I haven't like.
Want to get naked and ruffle?
Oh my god, it's so good. And then it's what's his name? Corey Feldman, who's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's great. It's,
Yeah.
it's a
I've
super
seen the
good
little
one.
like. I know I've seen like the little clips and stuff. I've just never like sat down and
Oh man.
again.
it's gonna be
If I've
so
seen it
fun.
as a kid, then I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay, is it
I was
data or
gonna
data?
Do it.
Is it data or data?
Data.
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 Yeah.
Data?
there you go,
Okay.
Data. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. $50 bill.
I just know him as Short Round. It's Short Round to me.
Oh.
Indiana Jones.
Yep.
Data.
Same kid,
Okay,
same kid.
cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yep. Yep.
People say it
Yeah.
different. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know.
No, it's great. It's gonna be so great. We're gonna have movie times. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
But this was fun.
This was so fun.
Well,
I'm
good
so glad we
birthday
got to
stream.
do this. This is awesome for your birthday
Birthday stream. Heck
Heck
celebration.
yeah. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Celebration.
Celebration.
Fuck yeah.
I'm feeling pretty goat right now.
Are you feeling goaty?
Hell yeah.
And you look
yeah.
like one too.
I'm gonna see, who's on for Raiden right now? Is there anybody
Ooh,
super
Raiden.
on for
Who's on for Raiden?
Honestly, I want to do a Raiden run. So
Raiden
we'll do
run.
something that's we don't have to.
The last
Really?
unicorn. We have to invite Sarah over for the last unicorn at some point.
Oh, you got it, Sarah. We will have a last unicorn date sometime. I do have it on the DVD. I do. Yeah, let's do MST. Because Kirby said she loves MST. So I say we do that.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, we're going to go watch movies. Yeah.
Yeah, we're all going to watch movies.
Fuck
We're going to raid you
yes.
guys to
Movie
MST.
sign.
Yeah. But I'm so happy that all of you were here for
God damn it, Roxy.
the.
Damn.
I was even
Did she
done
beat
that
you?
time. Yeah, freaking.
Rocks, I'm
I'm
really
getting
glad
faster
you were
though. I was
here.
almost there.
Nice.
Pretty
She is
soon it's
fast,
actually going to
dude.
be a real competition.
She's fucking fast.
It's no competition at this point because she's super fast.
I want to give some mod
That or
love.
she's just ready to go and she's like, yeah, raid, go.
Great, go. Let's go.
I'm going to
I
bed.
know. I've missed having you around, and I'm so glad that you came in tonight for the Moonster match.
For sure. Definitely.
Sweet. Well, guys, I appreciate all of you so much. And Monday we will be doing weird news, and these guys will be back for weird news, and it's going to be super entertaining.
Oh yeah.
Dicks and poop
Oh,
is probably
yeah.
going to come up at some point.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
Probably.
probably again. Yeah.
Probably.
lot of dicks and
It
pooping.
always happens.
I will find
It just
some weird
has
news
to.
though that's serious.
It should be all about dicks and pooping.
Serious.
All the weird news.
I could do
There's a lot of dick and pooping weird news. I'm sure.
oh, yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Iguanas jumping up out of the toilets.
Oh yeah. Snakes
Yeah.
coming out of plumbing. You know.
Snakes
Yeah.
in the plumbing.
Thanks
Yep.
for coming in, Princess. I'm so glad you popped in.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
thanks
You're
for coming
awesome.
in.
And Kirby, I hope to see you on Friday at
Yeah, I
the
hope
Art
you
Walk.
feel better.
And Lady, we love you. I'm so glad that you guys were here. I love you guys so much.
Yeah, Sarah, I'm glad to hear that your dad's doing better.
Oh, I'm so
I
glad
hope
too.
he
That's awesome.
Feels better.
Yay.
But yeah, good night to everyone.
All right. Good night.
And we will see you all.
Good night, Supermom.
Monday.
Mexican. I love you. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.